Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult.
Hello and welcome to the throbbing, thrilling adventure into the wrestling world. Here we go, our troupe, such as it is.
What's going on?
You can tell Tom's not here.
I've got so much energy, Jesus Christ. It's Maffew, it's Ross, it's Jack, it's Shaggable Joel. We're all here. We're all very excited to be talking to you for the next several hours and days about the lovely wrestling that we are watching. Let's start off with Jack, because he's just come back from his long walk.
My God, it was harder than the big one I did for charity across the country. This one was worse. It was hard. And I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to do the rest of my miles on Saturday. I've got like 8
Breaking news on the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
I've got like 8 miles left to do. I'm going to do that the weekend.
8 Mile.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
What did you do for that 8 mile?
Got a taxi.
Oh, you're one of those cheats.
Not like on the running drama YouTube channels. Basically, I was walking down this road, and all I could think about was what Ross asked me before I went, which was like, "So do you walk down like main roads?" And I was like, "No, my map app keeps me away from all the dangerous roads." And I'm walking down this road in Yorkshire, and cars are just flying down. And there was a footpath. Then the footpath ran out, and I just had to walk on the grass. And I looked on Google Maps, and you can drop a pin like further down to see the street view. And the grass just got narrower and narrower, and eventually there was no I'd just be on the road. And I was like, right. And I still had like 8 miles to get to my last stop. And this man pulled over, he stopped his car and went, "Where you going?" I went, "Yo." And he went, "Get in." And I went, "No, you're all right, mate." And he went, "This is a dangerous road." And I went, "No, you're all right." I was still in denial.
Want to see some puppies?
And then he,
What sweets did he have?
and I went, "No, you're all right, mate. I've never hitchhiked in my life. I was terrified." He went, "No, I'm all right." And he went, "All right, it's a dangerous road." And he drove off. And then I got to the like this, not even a village, like smaller than that. But finally there was like a bit of path. Yeah. And I thought, all right, I'm back on the safe bit. And then further, the footpath disappeared again. I was like, I'm just going to go back to that village and just get a taxi because it was bad. And then when I got in the taxi, the guy was asking what I was doing and stuff. And I told him, and he went, "Yeah, there's been 2 accidents on this road in the past year, and they've had to get air ambulances out and that." And I was like, oh my God, I was such an idiot.
That would have been a fun ride, though. In a helicopter. Whee!
See when they get home around the bottom of the canyon of Springfield Gorge, and he's like, his head's hitting.
You can be like that old woman. That's my Hall of Fame nomination this week, Joel. I was just saying to Joel, I can't think of one, but that is it. That clip from years ago. We'll talk more about it in the Hall of Fame segment.
I don't know.
You want to have fun on the
What a
helicopter,
lovely
though.
teaser. What a professional you are.
So yeah,
bloody hell, mate. You are right, though, to interject. That bloody Google Maps thing, it's not 100%, what's the one?
Well, I use a
good for walking.
when
I went to bloody Germany, it was like, yeah, just walk across the Autobahn.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I can't do that.
Well, I use a walking app, but even the walking app misled me. But
Wow.
it's literally called Map My Walk. But apart from that, it was just hard. Like, I didn't have any rest days this time and stuff. It was just hard for me. But I did it until I didn't quit because of tiredness. I quit because of death. But I am going to finish them this weekend. I'm just going to do a walk around Newcastle for 8 miles and just that's my miles done.
Oh.
Do it in the Jericho Triangle and no further.
I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to, just because I can't think of, because I've done various walks around Newcastle now. I'm like, where do I even go? I might just try and map out a tour of different wrestling venues in Newcastle.
Nah, the Jericho Triangle.
That's
for
not 8 miles. Oh, right.
Continuously.
Right,
How many circulations do you reckon you'll have to do to reach 8 miles in the Jerico Triangle?
Maybe
the Jericho
thousands.
Octagon.
Yeah.
The Jobber Octagon.
Yeah. So that was my walk anyway, yeah.
Fantastic. Did you have a nice time, though, before it died?
It was fine. It was fine and it was just hard. But yeah, watched the Super Bowl as well. I stayed up late.
What, during your walk?
In the premiere in that night, yeah.
Oh, okay. Right,
I
I
stayed.
think I have like your phone like this as you walk in the truck.
Stayed in the. So everyone's been at Weatherby Services. We all know Weatherby Services.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like Jurassic Park, yeah. Looks like Jurassic. Yep. But I've never stayed there before.
Like
And I stayed in the Days Inn next to Weatherby Services.
Ooh.
It was like The Shining. It was so scary. The carpets were all red and that. And there was a bar next to the lobby, but every time I walked through, I felt like I was the only person there, and the guy on the desk was like eerily polite, and I was just like, and my name's Jack. I was just like, this is all a bad Shining sort of situation.
By the way, someone had to explain to me, like, it's supposed to be a bad joke that they're serving spirits at the bar in The Shining.
Is that a joke?
And I'm like,
Every bar.
don't tell me that's a
Every
joke.
bar serves spirit.
Yeah, but like, they're dead.
Stephen King was a fraud.
That's true, yeah. He's my main man.
Why? Why is he a fraud?
Just for that joke, because he wrote The Shining.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because he wrote The Shining.
I thought
as
you
a
just meant as
fraud.
a general statement. That guy's a fraud. Hey, Big Dave Lynch is pulling it round. That's my news from the week.
Oh, you still on
Dave
Twin Peaks?
Lynch.
Yeah, got the episode
Football
where
manager.
the lass who owns the wood thing. It gets revealed who she's in cahoots with. That's the last thing I saw. Dun dun dun. So I feel like I finally got the bit that's going what-ish.
I'm so happy that you stuck with it.
Yeah, I'm doing it one episode a week so I don't get burned out, as they did, as it was intended to be watched, I think.
That is true, yes.
I assume it would have been, back in the early 90s, late 80s. I think I'm still in the 80s, aren't I, on Series 1? 89?
No, it's early 90s.
It was early 90s, yeah.
Actually, I based that on absolutely nothing.
It's around that period of time.
You feel yourself just saying stuff that you don't know the truth of, because I'm on a wrestling podcast. I better say something truthful. I have no idea.
Looks like business is picking up.
Yes.
I never trusted her. I found it weird how she lived. Does she live with the elder couple, the woman that's cheating on the man? Are they living together? I've not really firmed this out in my brain.
What?
You know the woman who's sort of like trying to shut down the wood place?
Yeah. Does she live with them?
Does she live with? They're always in the same house, aren't they?
I have no idea what you're talking
The old
about.
weird man with the hat who found the body at the start.
Sorry, it's been years since I've seen it. I'm tapping
But I
out
thought
now.
Lynch stayed
You
with
now
you.
know more about this than I do.
I've never watched it, but this sounds like a village in Ocarina of Time where at certain times of day the villagers are just doing the same thing, dancing in front of a tree all the time.
You said it as a joke, however, yeah, you're not far
And then
off.
there's the Spider Children cult and all that.
Wow, well, yeah.
I like Ocarina.
Wow,
Come on now.
you're throwing
Great
stuff at me.
song.
What's that?
Enya.
Oh, yeah. How have you
Wow,
been?
that was a bunch of stuff thrown at me there.
You've
So
been on-
I have been lovely, thank you. The only thing I've been doing that's vaguely exciting in my life is been listening to Led Zeppelin,
I
a
saw
very
your
obscure
Facebook.
band. Because I just realised, being an old person, I sometimes forget. Wait, I can listen to anything I want by any recorded artist from any part of history. Isn't this nice?
I'm shocked you've
Isn't
never
this
listened
wonderful?
to Led Zeppelin because you like old. You like Frank Zappa and that.
Yeah, it's true. But there's sometimes I get distracted by Limp Bizkit for the 99th time. So listen, Led Zeppelin, just part of my big walk. Not obviously to be confused with Jack's big walk, because I'm not going to oncoming traffic. People are honking the horns, going, "What are you doing, you daft get?" And just going, "Wow, this one." But you know what? I'm doing the thing where I'm rating them like the pay-per-views. Like, ooh, good opener, but the next match wasn't that good, And so 1 and 2, they're okay. There's some obviously amazing songs, but as an album, God, they love going, "Baby, I've got to leave
a
you."
kiss from.
Yeah, I know. That was the worst Led Zeppelin impression in recorded history.
So
but
you prefer like Communication Breakdown and like the more rocking
it's just, if you
ones.
listen to it as the whole album as you're walking and you're like, oh, another song where he yells "baby."
Well,
I'm either going to leave you, you're going to leave me, or we're both going to leave
I think
together.
that's on
'cause-
you though, Maffew. You're not meant to be walking while listening to that kind of thing, are you?
He's not. Are you actually walking when you're listening?
Yeah.
Oh, right, fair. I think that it wasn't that long after the peak of blues, was it? They still had to have a lot of blues in it.
Very much blues influence, but by the time we got the 3
But they're
and
like
4,
posh lads from London.
I know, right? Oh, I've got a flowery shirt on. But like, I've got the 3 and 4, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. They're so good by 3 and 4. I'm like, okay.
I'll have to humorous comment on Matthew's post about Led Zeppelin. Thank you.
Ross Simon voice even said what the thing was.
So
It was funny.
can't wait till you get to Stairway to Heaven. It's kind of like an obscure gem in their catalogue, and then I chose a Busted song. Like Meet You There is for Busted.
Jack
Never heard of Meet You There for Busted.
Oh, it was the song that they came back with, but it was an old song. It doesn't matter. The lore of
They
Busted.
came back.
Busted came back.
I keep on seeing the bloody advert saying the Busted
And McFly thing.
Yeah, they've sold out.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
sold out years ago.
I'm more of a Busted.
They're no longer
guy.
punk.
Yeah, they were really punk Busted back in the day. Air hostess. So Led Zeppelin journey is now kicking off.
Led
It's-
Zeppelin, Busted,
Same sort of
band.
thing.
Both got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Now you've got under like 4. It's getting there.
Oh, 4. Now I'm like, listen to that, and it's entirely in a big walk. I'm like, oh, I get it. Oh. Turns out Led Zeppelin are good. Who knew? Wow.
Who have you been listening to, Rob?
Who have I been listening to? The Birds of a Feather soundtrack.
Okay.
The TV series.
Yeah, the TV series. Great song. Great theme
When
tune.
you are young. What's this ago?
We're far away. Where to say, oh, hey, oh. Great song, one of the best of all time. Led Zeppelin. Oh, just move on. My life's been fine this week.
Cool.
Let's talk about the rest.
Okay.
I'm merely existing on this plane that we call Earth. It's rubbish being in your 30s.
Let's go.
Soundtrack. Like, what?
Yeah.
The intro and the outro.
It's that good, I can't even tell you. What the hell's the first line?
When you
Because I didn't know when they're walking down at the start of the episodes of Birds of a Feather. It's like Baron Corbin's entrance in NXT. They've got the spotlights above them and they walk through them.
Wow.
It's incredible. That's where the influence for Baron Corbin's entrance came from back in the day.
I can't wait to talk about NXT, by the way.
I know, yeah. Ava is done.
Oh, she's rubbish.
Done. It's over. Kaput her. Kaput her. What's happening, Maffew? Wrestling podcast.
Wrestling
wrestling.
podcast.
A whole 10
That's
minutes
the
of
end
not
of the.
wrestling.
That's the end of the intro. Now go on to the next. This thing.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
The prestigious Hall of Fame time.
Oh, yes.
In condescending order from last week, the joy of an electric blanket. 9%. Who was that?
Joel.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
Have
me.
you recently got one?
Yes.
Right, cool.
could you tell? Delightful Hudson's delightful. Oh, nice. Delightful.
It's almost as if that's how you said it wanted to be written down.
Bollocks. On the socials following his devastating WWE release, 19%. Delightful.
I can't believe I missed the.
Can't believe it was that
I
offensive
missed
to
one.
something I liked.
I missed 1 week.
Hey guys, look at
Duke's
this
being-
crap. Sorry for talking.
I'm still not. No, I'm just still not over Duke's release.
I mean, there's a lot of comments on the Patreon saying Duke should get in the Hall of Fame as like an honorary
I would. I'd put him
induction.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. Maybe we should call it the.
They should have voted then, shouldn't
the
you?
Duke Hudson Memorial Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's good. Yes. So the winner of this week's R.I.P. Delightful Hudson gone too soon Hall of Fame, Bron Breaker's spear on iShow speed at the Rumble, 72%. Up the dead kids.
Yeah. One thing we forgot to say last week is fair play to the lad for taking that bump. Not everyone would do that. Apart from laughing at him, I think we forgot to mention that crucial bit.
He then got
Oh,
a
yes.
follow-up
We're-
slap, didn't he, on the announce table as well?
Banged his leg off a chair and lost a chunk of his calf.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I've seen Logan Paul going, "Oh, dude."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's not like him to point at a dead body.
Oh.
So, yeah, well done. It was ye.
I wish I picked something else now after you've just said that. Joel, could you roll the footage?
She's fine. She's fine.
So in the opening segment of the podcast, I teased this video because this could have been Jack if he had walked into oncoming traffic and
That's
got
what
knocked
inspired
down. Yeah. So in 2019, audio listeners, a 74-year-old woman was injured while hiking in Phoenix Mountain and had to be
my
airlifted. During the
God.
rescue, her stretcher spun wildly,
Jesus
and that's an
Christ.
understatement. It's gonna get quicker. Enjoy the ride.
No.
Despite the ordeal, she was
Ole,
transported to the
ole,
trauma
ole,
center in a stable condition. She's in a stable condition.
She was in a stable
She did
condition
not
after
die.
this?
Watch how quick it goes. It's
Whoa.
nowhere near the peak yet. Here we go. Woo!
Which WWE
Whoa,
theme?
Jesus.
Which WWE theme song would you have playing over that,
Remember
Ross?
Cesaro's theme when he like
Bond one.
2014
Lord.
sort of time when he was doing the old spinner gimmick. Oh my goodness me! Imagine being her, 74, out for a nice calm walk in the afternoon. Well, I don't know if it'd be calm in the mountains, but you know what I mean. A recreational.
We all
walk.
do that when we're 74. It's
going on
And
in
now
front-
she's a Beyblade.
It's going on for a while as well. Like it's. Oh, the helicopter's off.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I mean, the
Slow
helicopters are
motion.
landing in
They've
her.
got a slow motion replay of
No,
it.
that's just the start.
from the
Oh,
start.
sorry. I thought like they were
Yeah.
like.
It's like Greek music. It starts off
I
slow,
thought
then
the
gets
news-
fast.
I thought the news reporters were like, "We just break down this footage."
I mean, I look forward to a comment saying, Ross, I hope you realise that this woman suffered injuries as a result of
Stable
this.
condition.
I know. But
Yes,
like,
but the text says stable
coming out of
condition,
that, yeah.
so it's okay to laugh.
who are we to doubt morbid knowledge
No, I know Ross.
on Twitter?
I know
We
Ross.
get all our snuff video footage from Morbid Knowledge.
I know that Ross is a cruel person because of this. Because I know that you're scared of roller coasters.
Oh, terrified.
So you,
Oh, you really? So you wouldn't do that willingly?
This is comparable to when I was tricked to go on that Aerosmith one at Disneyland Paris. I forgot the name of it. The one that's indoors and
I
you
know
go
what you mean,
upside
yeah.
down and sideways. This is just the same as that. But what a time she would have had.
how are you tricked to go on it?
They were like, it's not that bad. Because I went on I got tricked on going Indiana Jones because you can't see it in the big long queue.
Got you.
And then you go on it, you go upside down, don't you? And I was like, I don't like that. I might fall out. And then they were like, oh, you'll love this one then. This is nice, just like It's a Small World. No, they didn't quite say that, but they said don't go upside down.
Who's it? Your family, your friends?
Friends.
Oh, bastard.
That's what your friends always say. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
And it went like that.
Yeah.
One of those spiral gimmicks. But hopefully she's still alive and well. Hey, she'll be coming up to 76. Great age.
Yeah, good for her.
Will she be? How old was she? 74.
She was 74 in 2000.
That's great maths.
Yeah, hang on. Don't want to correct you there, mate, but
She'll be like Rod Stewart, 80 years of age. Did you see him on the football last night?
Oh, I didn't.
Just
no.
type in him Celtic interview. He's pissed as a fart. They're like, do you know who Big Meeks is? Micah Richards. He's like, Big Knees? Who's Big Knees?
Big
Knees.
Knees.
All over the shop. It's brilliant television. 6 minutes of Rod Stewart just being drunk and not understanding anything.
Honestly,
anyway.
the scenes in the Premier League last night.
Oh, unbelievable.
Sorry, Joel.
Hard to take.
Right.
Wow, it's a hard one to jump over, Jack, but what have you
I
got?
think it's
Oh, it's
you.
me. Get in. So, I got sent something.
Do you want just the most recent one you sent me?
Yeah.
She sent me a lot. Okay.
You sent me a lot.
Okay.
I do. I preload.
That's interesting. Oh, my goodness me.
Oh, that's
So,
like,
Ross, we had you on Raw. And was it SmackDown? It was Raw a few weeks ago. But apparently called the Golden Knights 84. You were at the darts as well.
yeah, I was at the World Championships over Christmas as well. What's he called? He's got like a dynamic surname, hasn't he?
Oh, I don't
Twiddell.
Oh, yeah. I got a few tweets sent like this guy.
know. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, it's like an AI like
Yeah.
Oh,
reconstruction.
God, yeah. Now you said that, yeah.
At least you've won.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I've
won.
done
You're not
well.
a loser.
I love those trebles.
Yeah. In Bijou. That's just a joke for just people who know Newcastle.
That's a nightclub.
Yeah.
See, he's got a cup and he's got a coaster. Put it on.
I think Shane Gillis is more. You from a few years ago is Shane Gillis.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I don't know
Shane
where
Gillis
this
more.
lad falls on your timeline.
The hair and the beardish that he's got, the stubble.
Yeah.
If you could put his.
The
fa-
sheer ugliness of the
No!
Oh, shut
If
up,
you
you.
could put his hair on Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
that
now-
would be. Yeah.
now
Now
we're
we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're
Oh,
talking.
if we paint that guy's face red, then
He's
we're like...
Scottish. I'm good. Scottish darts man, and I hope it doesn't bring up Gary Anderson.
It's going to bring up the one with the snake on it. Is that him? Oh, no. The one
No,
with the...
Peter Wright. No, I'm
Oh,
not.
no, but he's English, though.
he won the World Youth Championship in 2022.
I was about to go, youth!
Yeah,
but
I was just saying, like, hang
2
on.
years ago.
I'm trying to recognise his surname. I'm sure he's Scottish. Oh, I can't think. I'm sure it's a lovely, dynamic surname.
Dartsman.
Gary Dartsman.
Yes.
Jockey.
Gary Dartsman.
So your nomination is this strenuous lookalike.
Yes.
No.
Matthew's strenuous lookalike.
I mean, it's
do
not
we mean tenuous?
tenuous. Yeah, I'm not awake today. I had a terrible.
Oh,
night.
bollocks,
Whoa.
yeah. Hang on.
Got a strain on
You're
that.
setting me up
one.
for the worst alley-oop of all time, yes.
He's called Josh Rock.
That's the one.
Oh!
I knew
What
it was
a name.
dynamic
Josh
surname.
Ross.
Yeah,
He's the
Josh Ross. Rich.
What does he come out with if it's not? If it's not
Yeah,
that.
it's gotta
Nah,
be
he doesn't
right.
do that. No. Can't confirm.
No, but
Did
when
not
he
hear
said
that.
I did it for the Ross.
Solid
for the
as a
children.
rock.
Oh, that's
Ah.
not. Some of them have much better walkout game than the other ones. Luke Littler's great.
Well, Nathan Aspinall's only in the Premier League this year because of his walk-on music.
What's that?
Mr. Brightside.
Oh, well, why did? It's
Yeah.
not that original though.
He's
is
not
it?
doing that well to be in the Premier League, but they're like, oh, we can't pass up Mr. Brightside being on every
Surely
week.
you just get in the Premier League if you're one of the top darts players.
That's what you would think.
Whoa.
Certain people have been robbed this. Yeah, sorry. Darts rant over. That doesn't really look like me, but it's not the worst lookalike comparison in this week's podcast. Wait for the mailbag later on.
Okay.
Oh,
what a
no.
tease.
Another stunning tease by Ross Dartsman.
So, Joel, I sent you that picture with no context earlier.
Yeah.
Who do you think that is a lookalike of?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I can't wait for
Oh,
this.
More in the
wow.
mailbag.
Is it supposed to
So
be
it's
one
a
of you
white
three?
guy.
Huh?
Is it supposed to be one of you three?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No,
But we
I
don't
didn't
know
see
which
any
one.
similarities.
Joel can't work it out.
Is this is the one later on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Try to imagine this
Mailbag,
weird,
yeah.
homunculus looking person. Okay, that's my pick. Ross, you've done yours. Jack, what's next?
I'm gonna probably go, and this is just not. It's just. It's probably in the spirit of like the very old days of the Hall of Fame, where we just nominate things we like in life, and then we started to get a bit more meta. But on my big walk, I decided that because I'm spending like hours a day just walking along to listen to some classic albums that I've never listened to all the way through, and I got through loads of classic albums. I made a really bad mistake in the ordering of the albums I listened to. I started off big with I'm nominating Jimi Hendrix, right? Because he was just a great lad and a great guitarist and all that, and he lived in Newcastle for a little bit. That's what everyone says. In Hedon specifically, started off with Electric Ladyland, and it was just obviously it's like Voodoo Child and all. And I was just like, oh my god! I walked that first 10 miles so fast. I was standing next to
Oh,
a
you weren't
mountain.
like bent over like that?
Yeah.
Like Hogan.
Yeah. Doing a bit of Scott Hall as well. I was like, it's a great idea. What a great. Obviously, next one, also a great album that I'm going to have to revisit because I couldn't enjoy it after blowing my brains with Jimi Hendrix. And then I listened to Bringing It All Back Home by Bob Dylan. So I've gone from like, Voodoo Child to like, here's a tambourine.
Wank any Bob Dylan. Let's get it out there. He's terrible.
No, he's not. I
He's
enjoyed
done
it.
so much better for himself than he should have done. He's awful.
He's playing with the house's money.
No, he kind of revolutionised folk music.
I was
and
getting
everything.
tatted up a few months ago, and they played Bob Dylan for a solid hour, and every song.
That was just one. So that was just like a Rolling Stone. Once upon a time, you looked so fine. Didn't you?
And it turns out he's a miserable bastard.
Of course he is. He's like 80.
Good. No, this is back in
We expect him to be like, hey guys, it's me, Bob.
that We Are the World documentary. And
Oh,
he's,
right.
he's not getting into it like everybody else is. Everyone's like, raise money for the kids, and he's like, miserable man.
Well, his films that might do well at the Oscars because Timothy Chalamet's played him in that film that's been about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might be the best songwriter of all time.
Whoa!
Well,
He's
That's
a
a massive claim.
He
John.
wrote All Along the Watchtower by Jimi
Yeah, but then Jimi
Hendrix.
Hendrix did it better. That's a perfect example.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
All
the
along
writing.
the Watchtower. Dylan's like, we sound like
Like Von
South Park.
Wanker.
Mr. Garrison.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh god. Jimi Hendrix. Can we do it as Jimi Hendrix greater than sign Bob Dylan?
yes.
Oh, okay, people get behind that. Yeah, sure.
And also, as far as I know, I don't know this. Bob Dylan. I don't know if he's ever been to Newcastle, whereas I know Jimi Hendrix has, because he was pals with
valid
the Animals,
point.
wasn't he? What?
Valid point. Yeah, I don't know.
Bob Dylan probably has. He's been on tour since about 1960.
I'd imagine so. He's still on tour, isn't he?
The best songwriter from a Beatles fan. That's outrageous.
That was a good impression. isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like we've slandered
Bob
Bob
being
Dylan.
pushed out
I'd
of
like
building.
to, I'd like
It's
to
just-
say that.
It's one of them that you don't realise how many songs he wrote that other people
I
have
know.
performed. and then
I've
you're
never listened to Bringing It All Back Home before because I always thought it was called Subterranean Homesick Blues, which is one of the
that's
songs
the
off
song,
it.
yeah.
But I have listened to Highway, whatever number revisited.
61,
I
yeah.
like that album better than. He's got some good stuff, Bob.
Oh
It's all
yeah,
right.
yeah. yeah. I'm not a massive Bob Dylan fan, but I do like him.
I like the idea that everyone hated him at first because he dared to start playing electric guitar, and all the purists were like, "Oh, this isn't Bob." And I think I watched it to see how rock and roll it was. It wasn't that. Wasn't that like?
It wasn't that. Yeah, yeah.
He just picked
no
up a-
Jimi Hendrix.
He's not. It's not Jimmy. Hendrix. There we go. That's my Hall of Fame.
So many hot takes this week.
Also- another-
Led Zeppelin, good. Jimi Hendrix, also
Well,
good.
I also listened to Hounds of Love, the Kate Bush album.
Okay.
Not
They're
the
like-
Future Heads.
Exactly. Right. And everyone says, obviously, that the best song on that is Running Up That Hill, the Shawn Michaels and Undertaker song. I preferred Hounds of Love. Maybe that is because I'm from the Northeast and the Future Heads killed it in a good way. Right, anyway.
Killing in a good way.
Killing
Like
in
that
a
old
good
woman,
way.
which was Ross's pick this week on the Hall
Oh,
of Fame.
she's still alive in my storyline.
Yes, because we haven't Googled to make sure. She's
When you
still
spell
alive.
Jimmy in Hendrix, can you please spell Jimmy the way you
Aye.
spell? I think just making sure.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix, not Jay Hendrix.
I did put groundhog as 2 words though, and realised my mistake after uploading. Because when you put the
Oh, that's
Patreons-
why I didn't win.
Yeah, when you put the the polls live, you can't then edit the entries. So it's edge of the seat stuff. It really is. When you hit that button, there's no going back.
Goodness. The realization, no. Yeah, so it is. How are we going to word it?
Oh, I'll just copy and paste the first line from that tweet. 74-year-old woman spins around against her will in a helicopter stretcher.
Yeah, that'll work. Mine is doesn't Ross look like this person?
Yeah.
Dart edition.
Josh Rock.
Josh Rock. And Jack's is
Jimi
Jimi
Hendrix
Hendrix.
greater than sign Bob Dylan. It's a controversial one.
Yeah. Patreon.com/Cultaholic. Wow. You know what else you can do at Patreon.com/Cultaholic?
Oh,
What's
God.
that, Matthew?
You can be a producer.
Yes, you can.
Jesus Christ.
Reno 2200.
From the future.
Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Levi-
Anderson.
Wow, right in that time. Levi LaRue.
Going in for the kills. Doing it for the thrill on the Rumble apron. I saw that picture on Twitter. Larry.
Oh.
What?
I don't know if he paid for
Levi.
like one of those.
No,
Levi.
no.
Who's, I'm doing Larry Robb again.
He's next.
Oh,
Is he next?
It can be. Larry Robb, who we just talked about.
Larry Robb, master of the Patreon. He was at the Rumble on the apron. I don't know if he picked it. I don't know if he bought
That was so Vic Reeves on the apron.
I don't know if he paid for like one of those like meet and greet sort of things you get when like you sit on the front row, get your chair, take it home. And
okay.
There's a picture of him stood on the Rumble on the apron of the ring going, "Hey, I'm Larry Robb." And
So
definitely
Vic
by
Reeves.
LaRue.
I'm on the apron of the Rumble. It's novelty hour.
Hey, Rob, you work shy fop.
You work shy for Reeves.
Jimmy Gillen.
Get it in the name.
The bastard man.
Oh, yeah,
That's an interesting delivery.
Did we miss one between Levi and Larry, or have you?
No.
Okay, cool.
Tear of Grace.
Feel the tears on your grace. No one else can feel them for you. Only Brett can let them in.
He likes cats. He likes cats. What's wrong?
Feeling sick like tubes, you know,
Oh,
when he
that's
breaks
enough.
down at the end.
Lord Bushi.
Whoa, I forgot what I did last week.
Every
Hey,
week.
Bushi,
Hey,
you're so
Bushi, you're so
fine.
fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Lord Bushi.
That's a
Lord Bushi.
Oh, Bushy's got a great one. Oh, it was all worth it in the end for Bushy.
And finally, Kendrick Alltop.
Oh.
Hey now, Kendrick
It all top. Thank you to all these people for funding the podcast.
Kendrick.
Yes, you're to blame.
Kendrick is the joint best Kendrick this week after Kendrick Lamar stared
was gonna
dead
say.
down the camera.
Yeah.
Hey Drake. Oh my god.
What a performance.
Pedo.
That's basically what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. In front of half the planet.
And they all join in. A minor.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ha
god.
ha, you're a nonce.
Lol. See Robbie Williams.
Still our gimmick.
Robbie Williams, America's favourite son, trolling this week. He was like, "I want to be in the Super Bowl halftime show next year." Then he waited a day, I think, and went, "Lol, just kidding."
Oh, no.
America's favourite
No,
son.
that's all right. He's finally broke America with his not with his music, with his story.
Ooh. Yeah, that film that bombed horribly.
Did it?
As a bomb.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's spectacular. Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
loads of people saying it was mint.
I've seen lots of people
Yeah,
talk
you
about
probably know
it.
all the people who've watched it. It bombed some very, very badly.
Oh, Robbie.
This is what I mean. People always say they want different things in film and media. They get served up something different and they poo-poo on it, you know?
There was a
it.
period a few years back where it felt like every week Fraser would post in the work chat like, "Hey guys, there's a new Marvel film out if anyone wants to go." I was like, "How many Marvel films are there, man?"
There's too many.
There are too many, and they're
That's
all
all the film
whack.
is now.
Yeah, right. So, did you go see the Robbie Williams film?
No,
I'm
fair enough.
just waiting. I've been busy. Been busy living.
That's right.
not
Robbie, we
even-
were all busy that week. Put it
I
back on.
was going to want to see the Dylan one, and now that we've slandered him, I don't feel like I can. I feel hypocritical to go and see.
You're going to go, but like, boo,
Yeah.
at the very start. This film is rated 15. Boo! Jimi Hendrix is better.
Hendrick?
Ah. That was it.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling.
After 30 minutes, the wrestling bit of the wrestling podcast starts.
People like, boo, boo. Go back to talking about Hendrix. SmackDown. Jey Uso does about 3 entrances.
I am sick of Jey Uso.
What? You not seeing the people getting behind him and being
We
happy?
didn't need to see the restart of the intro, or the entrance, 3 times.
You don't
this
like
week.
that?
I liked it once. I don't need to see it every time.
What?
Yeah, man.
I love that.
It's not groovy, man.
Love that.
But the crowd going, yeah, we love you. You don't like people being positive?
I like it feeling
speaks
more
volumes about you.
spontaneous, but now it feels forced.
Yeah, it's planned. Yeah, because then he did it on Raw as well. And by the time the Raw one happened, I was like, oh, nothing against Jey himself. It's the presentation of Jey. But I know you can't argue with results. I know.
Yeah.
I
Wow,
know.
look at this guy being really over and successful in wrestling. Boo.
But it's
Why
like-
don't you go to Noah like Kenta?
Chocolate cake. You have too much chocolate cake, it makes you sick. Too much
That
J
is-
makes
that's
you sick.
Very good analogy.
I just want one slice of J.
You know, yeah, once a week is fine. I
Yeah.
get it, yeah.
That's it.
Day one. He talks about going to Raw to see Gunther, and now he's here to talk to Cody Rhodes. Cody arrives, and Jey says he can either face Cody at WrestleMania or become world champion alongside him. Cody says he's proud of Jey, and he's pleased Jey has the choice that was taken from Cody last year. Jacob and Tama interrupt. Jacob says his family need Cody's title back in their possession, but if anyone's going to take it from him, it sure as hell won't be Jey.
He's a
Lol.
bum-ass Jey.
Jey starts a brawl and Jacob targets Cody's injured arm, but Jey helps him out and the babyfaces clear the ring. A tag match is set up for later.
Lovely.
I sort of paraphrased. I sort of paraphrased Cody saying he was proud of Jay, but it was a very Cody Rhodes way of saying it. He was like, "I'm all beaten up after that match. I've got a bruised hip and
He's got fluid on his elbow, Jack.
Fluid
He's
needs
been
drained
drained
from his elbow.
He's got his hip that's not aligned.
Yeah.
But he didn't diagnose his full heart.
The doctor didn't know about my full heart for you, Jay."
Oh.
And I nearly went, "Boo."
These are the lyrics to the Birds of Feather intro, by the way.
My full heart.
Yeah,
My
full
full
heart.
heart.
Actually, just popped in the ring. Just my full heart. Jay pins the corpse and wins the title. WrestleMania.
Do what?
Cody's been held into a little woman who's doing this.
Aye.
Aye.
But I thought Jacob was going to set it up for himself to take the title back, but no. It turns out by the end of the episode, it's not for him; it's for somebody else.
Who are we to doubt his love?
His era is on the horizon, though, Jacobs. It's approaching. Maybe not that fast, but after Mania's out of the way, it's Jacob time. Jacob time doesn't sound that impressive. It's
Yeah, I
Jacob
hope
time.
that's not his
Oh,
catchphrase.
it'll be crackers, won't it?
Ooh. Yeah, are the brands available?
There are.
Yeah.
Can you name any? I can't.
Morrison's own.
Ritz. Oh yeah,
yeah.
Ritz. Yeah.
Oh.
Do McVitie's do crackers or just biscuits? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
As
matter.
does
Sorry.
We're asking really, really complicated questions. I just like the idea of there being, the Inouye family, the big tribe as it is, going, no. You're not the guy who's going to bring this back. Because there's so many of them against that thing based in reality going, of all the people,
You're bum-ass Jay.
Yeah. I think that's really effective.
Mm-hmm. Especially when someone like Jacob Fatu says it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm liking that. Bianca Belair beats Piper Niven to qualify for the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, and Chelsea didn't really help her that much unless I'm missing something. She just screamed at ringside.
That's help.
I
Moral
guess
support.
Naomi was there to nullify the situation, I suppose.
Yeah.
But someone who should have been there to nullify the support was B. Priestley. Blair Davenport, that's her name. But she got
Yeah.
released.
She did.
They did that segment backstage where it looked like she was going to get recruited to the Secret Service, and she was not. She was released instead.
I think it's not her fault at all. It's a good lesson it's a good way of seeing why sometimes NXT call-ups, she should have had more time to develop a character and a motivation in NXT. And they called her up and we all went, oh, that's good for her. But like, she hasn't really done a lot on NXT. She hasn't been given a chance to show her
It was
character
just
that much.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels would go, read a thesaurus and pick some of your favourite words there and work a promo around it.
Don't think she wrote them.
There must
I
have been
hope
a bitch to learn those lines back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, I see you on your Mount of Omnipotent. Oh, that's somebody else.
Well, I can't wait to talk about him. I can't wait.
But that's because who else got released that was sort of true of as well, where they got called up from NXT but never really given a chance to show what they could do on the main roster. My mind's gone
That
blank
could be
as I'm sat here
what?
now.
I
Do you
mean, of
recent-
this week.
recently?
Yeah, the ones who got released last week. There was someone else. I mean, Giovanni Vinci, I guess, sort of applies.
God, the rumour mill's been crazy about him.
One of the big ones for me was Dijak. That happened. He got called up and then did nothing.
Yeah.
No, wait,
That
Dijak
was
wasn't called up.
yonks ago.
Yeah, it wasn't the recent
Oh,
ones.
what
Yeah,
you mean?
sorry.
Oh,
just,
sorry.
Just
Got
generally,
confused
but
there,
yeah.
right.
What, rumour mill with Vinci?
That like
Rumours, rumours.
He must have done something bad to have Imperium going, no, we're dropping you, and you're going to lose really quickly the next week.
Not him as well.
Oh no! Sorry, it was on the lines of the rumor that was going around was that like he hit on Ludwig Kaiser's girlfriend,
Or like he'd.
Oh!
and he was like
That's
nine.
just his gimmick as a saucy Italian
Yeah,
model.
that's exactly. He was all kayfabe, and people had to go, no.
He was never given a chance either. Why don't we take away your gimmick of being in this hard group of men and make you someone who loses all the time?
Yeah,
really
you're-
fast.
and you're really good in the ring.
Yeah,
So people are like, he must have done something.
yeah.
So many people used to say, Ricky Starks, God, he must stink. He must actually reek.
Oh,
if
right,
people want to
yes.
like treat him this badly considering how good he is. So
Yeah.
anyway, I said I'll always be happy seeing Belair dropping Piper with the kiss of death.
Oh yeah, big pop for it as well. Big 80s spot, old school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was nice to see Bianca getting her arse handed to her in this match for a long stretch. The crossbody into the side of the screen with the flickering, my goodness. Piper also nailing a spinning boss man slam
yeah.
with Bianca on the run. And then Bianca selling a kick out with a back bump into the turnbuckles. Vader bomb from Piper. My goodness me, she had a good outing.
Yeah, they made her look quite strong here.
Yes.
It took a big move to put her away.
It's nice to see that Triple H clearly watches the podcast and my criticisms of Bianca Belair not selling enough during her match. Because this was different. This was good.
This week they did talk on commentary. I don't think it was actually during this match, but they talked about her 2K rating. Bianca Belair is the second highest rated.
They have been
wrestler
talking
in
about that
2K.
a lot, haven't they? Yeah.
And then I think it was during Candice LeRae's match because like Candice is 72 or whatever. Like it was sad.
They Chuck Palumbo of this. Yeah, this
Logan
year's
Paul's
week.
like a 90, I think.
Hey yo!
Well,
His
they
new
want
theme's
kids to buy video games. Apparently, kids like video games.
Do they
Oh,
really?
that's definitely why.
That's just a rumor.
That's definitely why they've That is definitely why. I'm worried he's going to become a champion this year.
Nah.
Stop
saying it.
Okay.
If they listen to the podcast, we wouldn't put that idea out, do we?
Don't do that one, Paul.
Yeah.
My good friend Paul.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, either.
Paul Levesque,
Neither Paul.
actually.
Anybody
Neither
named Paul, even London, I'm very sorry. Thank you for having all your matches on Velocity uploaded this week. Yeah, it was very nice and expected. Nick Aldis calls Carmelo Hayes into a meeting. Adam Pearce has asked for a particular Raw superstar to face Melo tonight. Melo isn't keen, but his opponent is revealed to be Akira Tozawa, so he changes his tune. Melo thinks this match will be a layup. Tozawa yells, airball.
And Melo it's as if he's mentioned an American wrestler's family, the way he gets so offended by that. It's not an airball, I never miss.
Yeah.
I don't miss, I say it all the time.
Have we ever seen Carmelo Hayes pick up a basketball?
Oh.
He talks about it a lot.
I know, yes.
He does talk about it a lot.
It's like Nathan Fraser stating he could be in the EPL.
I could be neat.
It's like Shane Douglas with his skateboard back in the day.
You can tell that Bailey played basketball from her form when she dribbles the ball. But I now need to see Melo put his money where his mouth is, yeah.
Yeah.
The other news from this segment is the Cowie Girls have signed for SmackDown. They were there at the start, but they got shafted away. Because that's how you make new signings feel special, is by having them appear and then just completely pushed out of a room by somebody else.
Yeah.
You're right. I have not written that down, so you're completely right. DIY are here and claim to be the best tag team in the world.
BTTIT dub.
DIY.
Thank you for translating.
Cheers.
There's no chance the Machine Guns will get another shot at the tag titles after the outcome of their Rumble match. Ciampa says the Guns are indie legends. They were DIY's favourite tag team 11 years ago. That stung.
He could have even said longer, and it would have still
and
made sense.
yeah,
He could have said in 2006.
Yeah. DIY lead a moment's silence for the Guns, but Pretty Deadly interrupt. They want recognition for helping DIY retain the belts over the past month or so. Alice interrupts the interruption and books a match between the two teams. If PD win, they get a future title shot.
There's no way.
No way at all. Then DIY, who are not dressed to wrestle, almost get the win with a dirty pin, but PD reverse into a dirty pin of their own for the win.
Wow, yes, boy.
It's a bloody roller coaster, let me tell you, because those dandy highwaymen were like, you're on your own, lads, tomorrow night. Then they come out this week saying, we want a title shot.
Yeah, they were adamant that they were going to get a...
Prince Charming you are.
Oh, bless you.
Bollocks.
I can't think of any of the songs, but
Me
thank you.
either, yeah.
And music.
And music,
Yeah.
It's just hard to
Shove the name
it's just
in.
hard to put that one into a joke.
Yeah.
No, big win for the lads.
Oh, huge win.
Huge win.
Especially the way it was done as well with the trading roll-ups, which is like what Jimmy Uso and Melo did, but this time we had the heel getting pinned by the heel.
Yeah.
But Pretty Deadly were the faces in this scenario for the crowd, sure.
Yes, because they were gayer.
Yes.
It's good to see them getting more TV time to show what they are. It's nice. It's going against your Blair Davenports and your Giovanni Vinci's of the world.
I can't wait.
Also.
I'm trying to get the theme in my head and I can't remember how it goes.
You are so pretty. Ba, 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 ba. Our shoes are pristine.
Oh, is that the next story?
Oh, so she's up.
I don't know.
Our
hair is lovely.
I want to hear the Bob Dylan cover of it, actually. We're pretty. Pretty. Bring down the government. He just throws that in.
That would be called Pretty Dudley if he was involved. Not because of the Dudley boys. That didn't work, did it?
Ooh.
Just because it would be
Oh,
a Dud.
Dud. Oh,
Big
mate,
Dudley, yeah.
Pretty Dudley. Studley
Yeah, 'cause
Dudley.
the lad from Harry Potter's and I'm glad they kept it short because why would fans care about these two heel teams? But it went short because both men were wearing their street clothes.
Yeah. Tommaso Ciampa, despite that, though, was fighting with a Kings Road style. He was. That famous Kings Road style of his.
Yeah.
He was laying it in thick, so he was.
Oh,
Sorry,
strong
I thought you were
style.
setting up a joke or something.
No, that's not a joke.
Strong style.
Because he's trying to make these two boys prove they're real men
Yeah.
to him and to nobody else.
I think he actually hates them. I think that he doesn't actually care about them at all.
Oh, he hates them, yeah.
Yeah, he's the bad cop. Gargano's the good one.
Yeah, Gargano's
Let's him play
actually...
with the action figures.
You could argue Gargano's the more sinister of the two.
Yeah. They start complaining about stuff. He's like, look, Ghostbusters.
They're kind of ripping off the Young Bucks. No, I shouldn't.
Pretty
say that.
deadly.
No, man, DIY. Because
Go on.
Matthew's the good cop and Nicholas is the bad cop in the backstage like, hey, man, you're doing a really good job. And what Matthew would always say, and then Nicholas would fire someone.
I don't understand. I'm happy to see DIY.
Oh, you need to prepare yourself, Maffew, because they were
I
speaking
know.
after their match the other night. They were like, they're going to return soon, but they don't know when.
Yeah.
So get ready.
5-star shows are returning soon, but we don't know when.
As long as it isn't as part of the Death Rider storyline. As long as Cope doesn't go, I knew some fellows once upon a time who have the best interests of AEW at heart.
That's such a good impression.
They It would kind of make sense, but it would make me want the Death Riders to succeed in their mission to destroy AEW.
You're doing a good job of that.
If they're doing it
Bloody
against
hell. Sorry. It was a good episode this week. Sorry, I'm being negative for the sake of being negative.
Was it? We'll get there.
Dynamite. Sorry. Was it? Question mark.
In ring, it was.
Yeah, in ring, good wrestling show.
Like a
But
Harry
the main,
Potter character. In ring, it was, sir.
the main storyline was a load of you know what though, Maffew.
Yes, it was.
No,
Unlike The Miz trying to be Andrade's friend backstage. Andrade says he learned a lot from The Miz last week. He learned, ... ellipses, how to beat him.
It wasn't that good.
Andrade leaves and Miz bumps into Cody Rhodes. He complains about those damn kids.
Andrade, those damn 39-year-old
He's
children.
got a shoot son. You see that on Twitter this week?
Who, Andrade?
He shot his son?
No, yeah, shot his son into the stratosphere.
All right, Marvin Gaye.
Nice.
Oh,
Sorry, I don't know where that came
that
from.
was a travesty the way his dad murdered him. It was. I don't know why.
Cody says he doesn't need any help from Marvin Gaye or anybody else. Miz understands that he might be feeling a little bit touchy right now because the road to WrestleMania is unpredictable. He knows Cody wants to be everybody's friend, but the title run ruins friendships. Will he still be Jay's friend if he challenges him at Mania? Cody does his conflicted face. Yes, even the tattoo had a frown on it.
If you're Cody Rhodes at the minute, you've got to be more focused up because you can't be letting The Miz get in your head of all people at this stage. Andrade's younger than I thought. He's 35. There you go.
Boy,
He's a kid. He's a bear.
God, it's time back to evolve. Cody mocking Miz for considering himself old school. I went, he is. He started before you. Miz is literally more old school than Cody.
Oh, God, he did start before him.
Yeah.
Cody's been in the business since he was in the womb, I'll
he's
have
got
you
that in
know.
his- he's got that in his
I remember
blood,
seeing him on TV in 04.
I saw him on TV in 96, 7.
I saw him
Oh,
in-
right, yeah. So we saw Baby Cody. Oh,
I saw him in
yeah. Damn it, you got me there.
Carnival in the 20s doing strongman contests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Bad News Barrett took everyone down.
I saw him in France doing catch wrestling in the 50s.
It's trampolines.
Yeah.
The big news from the segment, though, was Nakamura once again in the background, stalking opponents.
I didn't even notice
Asking
him
for weeks
Asking
on,
for spare change.
for weeks on end. It's the title the wrong way around. He's in the background of challenges segments, not the challenges in the background of his.
They should want his belt.
He's the worst champion ever. That belt means nothing.
No one wants
Nobody
to challenge
cares.
him.
Maybe they're scared of him.
No, they don't know he's there.
Yeah.
You got the smell of it just about to be released on you. Get away from me.
Oh, that's
You only got that because of the Noah tour. That's finished.
It's Freddie Mercury.
Noah opponents.
Come on. That's good.
That was it. Thank you.
Cheers.
Sorry. Oh, that was condescending.
No,
I'll move on.
no, good.
We're going to recap of the Royal Rumble post-show press conference with John Cena booking himself in the election chamber.
He did.
It's best for business. I agree with you.
Oh, no, I get it.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't had any promos from people going, wait, he just lets to get himself booked in yet? You think
Punk
that's
did one,
custom
didn't he?
made?
Punk referenced it this
He
week.
mentioned it in
But
the
he
promo.
was kind of like happy about it though.
Yeah, he said he was annoyed at first, but then it's fine.
Oh, wow, well done. That's very punk.
Oh.
I was going to protest this thing, but I'm all right with it now. Drew McIntyre arrives and says, screw her, because he's on SmackDown now. He was angry about being eliminated from the Rumble, despite having a big house and a hot wife, despite being so jacked and handsome. That was a nice bit as well, because
Yeah.
he continues to work the sheets, etc., etc. He says Raw has a toxic work environment, but he's known Aldous since they were teenagers, and he's pleased to be on SmackDown, where he can finally be unleashed. Drew wants the WWE title, but Jimmy Uso interrupts and says Drew is living in the past. Tonight he has to go through Jimmy and LA Knight to get in the chamber. Drew says he's a changed man, and he's calm now, before accidentally getting Jimmy's name wrong. He. The Usos are so similar in every way. Maybe Jimmy would be where Jay is right now, if only he'd said yeet first.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my move of the week. that
Yep.
line in the promo.
Wow. Jimmy reminds Drew that he's the big brother, and he's living in the present, ready to kick Drew's arse and go on to WrestleMania. LA Knight interrupts and reminds us that Jimmy cost him the WWE title against Roman Reigns. That is true. He says it's okay to cry. It doesn't make anybody less of a man. He's saying everybody around the world, from the young and old, to watch that. Very nice thing to say. ... But there is a line where it becomes too much, and Drew cries like a damn baby. He might as well be called Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Did he say that?
Joel.
Oh,
Yeah, he said
no,
that, yeah.
Drew.
That's a good pun.
That's good
Drew
stuff.
love that.
McIntyre. I forgot he said that.
LA Knight's back.
He's about to end the promo, but realizes he still needs to, quote, get his stuff in, and does the catchphrase. I thought it was all lovely.
Yeah, I like the
Apart
bit
from Jimmy.
the bit at the start where they've turned the stories of Drew into Aldis talking him down off a cliff and then gave him whatever he wanted to come to SmackDown. They've worked the potential shoot that went nowhere into a work. Does that make it a shoot or a work?
I've got to say,
It's easier to say, yes, you're right, and move on.
I was quite astonished at the response to the elimination spot in the Rumble with Drew and LA Knight and all that. Everyone seemed to think it was a work, and no one believed these reports of Drew getting angry backstage.
Yeah, because we've already had them.
Well, he might just, not like someone to react the same in a similar situation to the previous time he reacted like that.
What?
Well, everyone went, this is a work. This is clearly work. This isn't true.
I watched it like 10 times going, I don't get why people are talking about this.
I watched it.
We're only talking about it because people are talking about it.
I noticed live that it looked awkward.
It's the Rumble. It's not supposed to look like Cirque du Soleil.
But
It's
Triple
the
H's
WWE,
world, it is, yeah.
Where it is Cirque du Soleil. These kids need to slow down.
Yes.
I don't know, but it seems like it's all, the fact that he said it in the promo, it seems like they've all buried the hatchet.
Like
if it was real.
Like a underrated Shakespeare play, Much Ado About Nothing.
Is that one of his underrated ones?
I just said that to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. But
How
this
often
was-
do you do that?
Well, we meet up once a week, Ross. But yeah, no, lovely. Love Drew talking because he's just so damn good at it. Jimmy, also, the stuff he says has basis in reality, which is always nice. And LA Knight, God, he sounded good here.
He did.
It's been a few times the past few weeks because of Nakamura, the kiss of death, where he's like, okay, where are you right now in WWE? It's been so badly booked, people going, is LA Knight in the doghouse and stuff like that. And this was a return to form.
Has he been badly booked? I think he's just been booked
It's just 'cause Nakamura.
booked to an appropriate level for me. Oh, no, I'm sorry, no.
Imagine saying that.
It's just we're all pretending.
2023 wasn't that long ago.
We all pretend that LA Knight's like a future world champion and that's fine. Pretend that if you want. Sorry, I mean,
Ooh.
sorry, no.
It's going to happen.
Defend Jey Uso and then go, oh no, you were sick of Jey
I was
Uso.
sick of Jey as well.
Bollocks, I'm
Oh, yeah,
going
damn it, he's consistent with his
For
beliefs.
similar reasons, the pair of them. I've got
Yeah.
nothing against them.
I
personally.
hate the people that people like. Grrr. I hate wrestling fans.
I'm
They
not one
ruin
of your
wrestling.
Twitter mates. They're the ones who hate.
Then in the match, Jimmy almost pins LA Knight, but Drew pulls the ref out the ring. Whee! Drew goes on to win with a Claymore on Knight, qualifying for the EC.
Yeah, all three lads worked well together, I thought. Moves bled into other moves numerous times throughout the match, like Knight nailing his leap up to the top rope for a superplex, but Drew doing his sit-up German suplex in the corner to both men at the same time.
Yeah, Knight's actually pretty good, and I take back everything he was really good in this match. Sorry.
All
Sorry.
three of them were.
Sorry, team.
Yeah,
they were, yeah.
I enjoyed Jimmy Uso's serious promo as well, just going off the back of what you said. I think that's the first time I can remember him being serious in a promo. Having a bit of gravel in his voice.
Since he became a face again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did say, I can say yeet if I want. Yeet. I can even throw the no in front. And the crowd will go, no yeet. I'm like, oh, this is just CBBS now. This is just CBBS.
Yeah.
I know wrestling is for children, and it's me who's wrong, but yeah.
Bless you. But yeah, I like a sing-along. Hey, nice big moves and spots here with 3 over guys. Claymore in the BFT position was a good finish.
Because it also made him hit the BFT.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the sell from Jimmy was good and all that stuff.
And clearly Drew getting the pin on LA Knight is a way of like apologising to Drew for what LA Knight and Logan Paul did at the Rumble. Those stories were true.
That's exactly it. That's
I think
exactly it.
I think they were true.
I think they were true as well.
I think there's some truth to it, but it was blown out of proportion.
Well,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
The worst Rumble elimination of all time. You watch it going.
Because the story is essentially, when you boil it down, is Drew McIntyre was pissed off with how his elimination went.
Yeah, because it's going to be a featured part of the thing.
He had the camera on him for a few seconds still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a bit how Priest knocked into Knight. It was the back of Knight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because Knight was
Like-
setting up to continue beating up Logan, I think. Yeah, and he was getting his stuff in, as they say.
How dare they? In the Rumble with his 15 other men in the ring at the same time. By gum.
Triple H, I don't like the way he does Rumble. Well, I missed last
You
week.
know
but
what?
Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
That criticism was going through my head watching the women's Rumble when you go like, oh, this is why Jack doesn't like this. And it's, well, I'm not
Someone
liking
comes
it.
in, hits 3 moves in the corner.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know,
I think I mentioned that
it's,
on the
I
Monday
missed the week when we
podcast.
talked about it anyway, but yes.
Yeah. Damian Priest is interviewed backstage and says he'll eliminate Drew from the chamber, just like he eliminated him from the Rumble. Oh, God, I hope not. Braun Strowman reminds Priest that he needs to actually qualify for the chamber first. Next week, he'll be in the ring with Jacob Fatu and Strowman, a wild animal and a monster.
Yeah, I don't
Priest
know.
is still confident.
I don't know who's going to win that. Because my head says Priest, but my heart says Jacob. And my balls say Braun Strowman. I don't think Braun's going to win. I don't think Braun's going to go in the chamber. But you never know, because he can be relied upon to do a big spot, crushing a pod or whatever.
Well, my taint is tingling at the prospect of Drew McIntyre potentially getting involved in costing Priest, which would leave Fatu to get the pin on Strowman. But then you hear the reports this week that apparently Drew's WrestleMania opponent is being reconsidered, was the quote.
What a weird thing to put out there. Like, is that just them going, we don't know what's happening?
Yeah, it is.
Drew versus Priest. Drew versus Priest does not really capture my imagination heading into WrestleMania. And that's nothing against Priest. I just think Drew is better when he's got a more personal feud, as we've seen.
Yeah, I agree with you. He doesn't have anything with Priest. But you know what? Drew is that good on the mic. He could make something out of nothing in the next few weeks. Kevin Owens sends in a promo from his car. Well, he really is an indie worker.
His face was a mess.
Lovely car, by the way, judging off those seats.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon it was a McLaren or something.
All right.
You know, yeah.
I wasn't looking at this
That's
season.
really nice leather.
So Ross is focused on, wow, what a lovely car.
It was nearly as leathery as his face after that ladder.
Oh, God. He talked about the injuries he sustained in the ladder match and may have to live with the pain for the rest of his life. And it's all Sami Zayn's fault. He stood by and watched Cody try to end his career. Then later, Sami rushed to Roman Reigns' aid in the Rumble match. He's a horrible friend and a disgusting human being. Kev will make Sami pay. The announce team revealed that Sami is still out of action after Kev's attack on Raw. Now, it was a nice promo, but it was funny to me. I like it, but I also laugh at the same time. Kevin can take the Alabama Slammer off the announce table through a ladder and look like he died. One power driver and Sami is injured.
It's a bad move.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's just the universe that we're in.
It's so fantastic.
Yeah.
We're back to old school.
He
But
dropped
it's
him
funny.
on-
No, that's okay.
He dropped him on his head. Out of the two, I'd rather take, if it was a shoot move, then
What would
I'd
you rather
rather
take?
the one through the ladder.
You'd rather take the Alabama Slammer?
Then a real pile driver.
What?
Yeah.
Then a real pile driver.
No,
no,
next
if
to go,
you got a
Maffew.
guy with like thick legs, it's all right.
No.
Take one from Kevin.
If it was real
Jack, do
fighting.
it too.
If it was real,
real
no,
fight.
not you.
Pile drive him on that
No,
floor.
if
Oh no,
it
he's got
was-
massive legs after the walk. I won't feel a thing.
If
Gan
it
for
was
it.
real, as in if someone's really going to drop me on my head,
Yeah.
I'd rather take the thing through the ladder. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
No, I'll take a pile driver.
What's going
What are
on?
you on about?
What do you mean? What are you on about?
The head and neck, the whiplash, that's just straight up.
Yeah, but this is your head
That's
going straight
straight
down.
up.
This is paralysis.
No, I'm going to take that on my knees like Kane.
No, it's real.
No, it's real.
You're bending the rules of my scenario.
Forget about Kevin Owens being a safe worker. If this was a shoot,
A shoe pile driver
shoe
over
pile
Alabama Slammer.
driver.
Oh, yeah.
you'd
Yeah.
rather take the Alabama Slam.
No, I'm taking a pile driver.
No!
100%.
Your legs will not move. Your arms
Mine
will be
would.
rendered useless.
I'm built different. From Carrie Durham, I'll be all right. Alabama Slammer, you'll never see me again. I'll turn to dust.
Anyway, I didn't laugh at the promo. I
Let us
found
know
it.
what you think in the comments.
I found it. You're going to lose this one, my friend. My friend.
You'll go down. Oh, yeah. We'll see.
Just one.
3 weeks later, some kids going to me, oh, I'll give you a pile driver. What are you on about?
I think
Get away
that,
from me, weirdo.
When you're in Rise. Hey,
Yeah, it's exactly it.
Now you said you could take a
Not
pile
on that
driver.
slippy floor. Not on that slippy.
Yeah, he'll fall over in his ass and be
Not
all right.
on that. I think that I thought this was really good. I thought it was like Foley-esque. He was crying at one point. It was haunting. I found it haunting.
That is the word. Because it's the delivery of the piece, don't you think?
Because he's so deluded.
Yeah.
You're not going to be on his side, but like, God, you felt his emotion.
Yet he's still speaking truths.
Yeah.
But from his perspective.
Right, of
It was all because the way he made his voice like warble as well. I was like, Kevin Owens, you don't see this from Kevin Owens, so the fact you never see it was really effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Or
was-
while he's trying to be the victim in his hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of supercar.
The camera should just pan the leg. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, aircon.
He's the real, what all the words that Rollins calls himself, a revolutionary. That's Owens. I'd follow him into a revolution, not Rollins.
Of course.
Yes,
But, I mean,
well, we know,
yeah.
of course.
It's weird, isn't it? Because you're right. It was well delivered. It was very well done. It's just, I'm not at the point yet where I'm on board with Owens versus Sammy part 900.
Oh, you know, I thought you'd be one of those people who's just
I-
like,
I
I'll
love
watch it as
them.
many times.
Two of
as-
my favorite wrestlers of all time. But it's just like, oh, really? We're
What
doing
more
that
can we do now?
again?
Right.
That's not going to be the Mania match, is it?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm willing to give it a
Oh,
go.
like-
Hondo.
I'm like,
A Triple H booked one, knowing how much Triple H fancies the pair of them. Just based off the last 10
Oh
years of how...
no, they'll recite dialogue to each other. So
Oh,
much
that's
dialogue.
the worry, isn't it? That it becomes one final beat.
No, I think they're both.
no, please, no.
I think they're both wrestlery enough. Like, do you know what I mean? To make it about the action. They'll do some horrible things to each other.
Yes, they will.
Of course,
Yeah.
they love doing that for some reason.
They do. Friends like battering each other.
They also hate each other, so I can tell they're real friends. You ever heard Owens talk about him? It's like he hates him. He's like, Sammy's so annoying.
Well, Sammy does have that rep, doesn't he?
Of being annoying.
They talk about, like, was it the other... I forget which wrestlers it was, but I think Austin Aries was one of them. There's a bunch of them. Saw, before a show, like a PWG or someplace, saw Sammy, and we're like, oh, we don't want to talk to him, because he'll probably just, like, tell us what to do. So, like, they, like, went behind a bush and walked, like, their hands and knees to get around him. Do not be like they do Metal Gear Solid. Like, we can't be spotted by Sammy.
Because he's going to try and like meddle with the match, or like change the match, call the match differently.
Yeah, because he takes us seriously.
He's
or
like
something.
a perfectionist.
Yeah.
There's now worse in the supermarket, though, where you see someone that you don't want to talk to and you have to turn around with trolley. I was in Tesco's the other day, Planet Tesco, Kingston Park. So it was a big field to run away in. And saw a lad from school that I just couldn't be asked to talk to. So I was like, Kayla, turn round. Literally walked down the aisle 3 steps and had to beep, beep, beep with a trolley, knocking people over.
No, not even
Trying to
indicating.
scurry away.
Shelf of tins of beans.
But Maffew, Sammy, it said, has got spinal compression and extreme nerve damage with
and
the hand signal.
anal bleeding.
All from one package pile driver.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's deadly.
And then Kevin sat there in his nice comfy leather seat in his supercar.
Yep.
Of his Alabama Slam. I know which move I'd rather take.
Same.
Because his chair must have that vibrating thing you read about online.
Like Sammy's wheelchair.
That should be playing in the background. Sammy. That's why I was able to warble. Oh, makes sense now. Tozawa and Mello make their entrances. Mello says Tozawa looks like Cody Rhodes got left in the dryer.
Oh, because he's blonde.
Blonde hair.
Yep.
Smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mello
Completely
gets the
different
win.
otherwise. Completely different man. Wrestles different, looks different, talks different. He's not
Right,
Cody.
Cody wasn't in Dragon Gate. Mello somehow wins. Upset of the year.
No.
Yeah, he got a couple of moves in Tozawa, but otherwise it was all Mello, which is what it should have been. And that's what I was writing before Mello started. Sorry, Tozawa reversed Mello's moves and did a 6 sunset bomb off the ropes. And some whack-looking strikes to Mello's back I put on there.
Whack isn't bad.
Whack isn't bad.
Oh, Tozawa. I hope WWE realise what they've got in Tozawa, though, because he's great in this sort of situation.
Yeah.
Right? He's never going to win, but you just want the crowd to get behind him.
I thought he might win here. Because it's Hayes.
Oh, that's a sad thing to say, but true.
Yeah. And I put, Hayes win a match. Yeah. Oh, it was against Akira. Doesn't matter.
The disrespect's off the scale. Did you see him on the ropes after he won? He was doing this.
Oh,
He
you
was
can't.
burying him.
Calm down. You've only beat Tozawa.
Yeah,
Not
been-
Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, there's been no reports this week that Mello might have gone off the script or maybe gone too far in his mannerisms. I can't believe it.
Drew McIntyre is furious at what Mello did to Akira. Jerry Lawler is in the crowd because we're in Memphis. Haha, they made him pay. We head backstage where R-Truth is helping a beaten up Tozawa, but he drops him to congratulate Jey Uso on winning King of the Ring. Jey tells Truth to check on Tozawa. Truth says he yeeted on himself and leaves. Cody arrives. Thank you, yeah, pause for the laugh. Cody arrives and asks Jey about his decision. Jey is still undecided.
These wrestlers, man. What they're like.
Yeah, make up your minds, man.
All take weeks to make a decision. Imagine if your life was lived like a wrestler, taking weeks and days to make one single decision.
How to put on a suit and get two separate clipboards.
You get nothing done, would you? You get nothing done. Before this
Steak or beef.
Before this segment, we learned that Heyman's been ignoring requests from the broadcast team for updates on Reigns, so we don't know when he'll be back.
Oh, they want money from him.
Yeah. Oh, Paul Heyman jokes.
When you talked about when you talked about the Rumble, was Rollins' double foot stomp on Roman because he slipped, or was it deliberate?
I remember saying he put extra stank on the one on the floor.
It was. Oh my god, I was terrified.
It was great, wasn't it? Get him.
Which leads to the question: what move would you rather take? That stomp or a package
Or a power driver.
If it was
No,
a
like,
shoot,
I've seen
if it
American
was a
History.
shoot. If it
I've
was
seen
a
American
shoot-
History X. I don't want to take
Yeah,
that
if
stomp.
it was
I'll still
real-
take a power driver over that.
If it was real, I would rather the package power driver in this in there.
No.
Joel, he stomped on his head with both feet.
Yeah, I know. If he was on a curb like an American History X, yeah, fine. But it's just on the floor. It's on a padded mat.
It's still hard, Joel. It's still really
Yeah.
hard.
I know, but
Yeah,
it
there's
dropped on
concrete
your
underneath
head.
that.
I got kicked in the head once in a nightclub and it was a bad time.
Sorry.
But
What?
yeah,
What's the story there?
oh god, I was at university.
Yeah.
And
Drew McIntyre was there. You're a journalist.
no, he was more like Rhino, really, because I had my back to the dance floor talking to someone.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'd never seen this man in my life. I don't know if he was mistaken identity or if he was just drunk and being an arsehole. But he like tackled me around my back, and I went, "Whoa!" And, like spilled my drink. And all that. I turned around, I was like, "What are you doing?" And then people got in between, and then he threw a punch at me over the top of the crowd of people and missed. And I thought, yeah, that seems like a good idea. I was young and stupid and drunk.
Oh, yeah.
I went to throw one, slipped on the drink probably my drink that I'd spilled.
Yeah.
And then when I was on the floor, I just felt bang. And the next day, I remember my mates took me in the smoking area. They were like, "You're right," and I was like, "No."
Oh, wow.
I lost the fight so badly. That's the worst hangover I've ever had.
Did you have voices in your head? 'Cause
Yeah,
sounds like
man,
you
it
got
was.
kicked by Randy Orton.
It taught me that getting in fights is really bad and stupid. Because Jesus
Well,
Christ.
you know what? A valuable lesson was learned then at the expense
Yeah.
of one bad night.
What a dirty bastard, though, kicking me in the head.
Oh, you got to get your shot in when you can.
He started it.
Doggy dog world,
He
innit?
didn't even. It wasn't fair.
You should have been chatting to his girl, Jack.
I wasn't trying to anyone.
You should have been minding your own business, Jack.
I was probably dancing to Gangnam Style.
I was
or something
about
at
to
the
say,
time.
like, what song was playing when this
I
was
don't know. It
happening?
was in Clute, which was famous to. They'd play loads of cheesy stuff. It was probably like Reach by S Club 7 or something. A really inappropriate song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an amazing scene.
Was it not a bit of Dean Martin?
Dean
Bit of
Martin.
Fun Time Frankie? I don't know who sung the song. I'm just going to name name.
Fun Time Frankie?
Yeah.
Is that what they call
Ain't
him?
that a kick in the head? How's that?
Oh, right.
Oh,
Frank Sinatra
that's
is
the
that.
one.
Fun Time Frankie?
yeah. That's
His
all right.
NXT name?
How lucky can one guy be?
Kick. Slip.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Bless you. Thank you for that story.
It's the only time it's
I've
ever
never been
happened.
kicked in the head.
No, it's the only
It
time
doesn't
it's
look
ever.
good.
It was. It could have.
I got hit with- I got hit with
literally, I
cricket,
could have
sorry.
died. I could have died.
You could have. I got hit by a cricket bat one time.
Oh!
Because I was wicket keeper and I was too close to it. So it was a friend of mine who did not mean to.
Wow.
And KO'd. When I came to, I had an egg on my head, like just this bloop, like a Looney Tunes. I thought that was BS.
Do you remember the
Like,
stroke he played?
It must have been going back into his crease to go.
Maybe it was a big slog sweep and he went too far.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a slog sweeper.
well, whatever it was, it put me to sleep.
Maybe it was a reverse ramp and he just lost grip on the bat.
And it's one of these things where you're like, are you all right? You shouldn't have been that close to, cricket bat here,
It could have been like a slash through the offside and then it depends how close you were.
By the way, it was a girl who was 3 years younger than me.
It depends how close you were to her. That's all right. No, it's a cricket bat.
Saving that for the punchline.
No, it's a cricket bat. It's fine.
Charlotte Flair makes her entrance and asks if the fans love or hate her tonight. Oh, God, no. All right, I'll read something for them. We'll rinse it.
You were proven very right over the Rumble, by the way. Like, Charlotte got cheered. And
Yeah.
then on TV, she got booed. Yeah.
Their boos sound like money, and everybody is obsessed with her. Did we really think she'd be gone for 14 months and not win the Rumble upon her return? She took on 29 unserious women, and her win was obvious.
Don't call the rest of the Rumble unserious. What are you doing?
She's beaten the other brands, but now she's here to see Tiff Stratz, who makes her entrance. When Charlotte got injured, everybody cared about her for a day. Then Tiff came along and carried WWE to the next level. Charlotte big leaves Tiff, who wants Flair to challenge her so she can prove she isn't a Charlotte wannabe. She's the one and only. The one and only Tiff Stratz.
Go on, Tiffany.
Charlotte calls her a child and tells her to beg for the title match, because that's what children do, they beg. Nia Jax and Candice LeRae interrupt. Nia reveals that Aldis has given her a title rematch next week. Charlotte says she'll be here next week to see what happens. Alexa Bliss interrupts because her match is next.
Yeah, the segment sort of petered out, didn't it?
Yeah.
This was awful from start to
Yeah.
finish.
Awful.
Really bad from all parties. All parties. Terrible promos.
Yeah.
Terrible promos. I
Go
don't know what
on.
to say.
Oh, right.
This is
Just the
not.
way they were, the subject matter involved, the way they were delivered from everyone involved, they were awful.
Even Tiffy.
Even Tiffy.
Yeah, this did not make me want to see Charlotte versus Tiff at all. Did
Well-
the opposite effect.
The problem is that this would work if Charlotte, because Charlotte builds feuds like this with everyone. It's the only way she really builds feuds.
Yeah.
But that only works if you're going to be the big bad guy and then lose at the end. But she's the returning hero. So it doesn't work. And also,
Yeah.
there's a decent chance she'll actually beat Tiffany, in which case she'll have gone, you're a child, you're a baby, you need to beg me to have a title match with you, and then I've beaten you. And I
Yeah.
really don't want that to happen.
You've summed up everything about why I think most people are booing her. Oh, you're back. We're going to get the same old Charlotte Flair that we've seen for well over a decade now.
This is
Christ.
the first time she's been this self-aware, though. She was like, of course I was going to come back and win the Rumble.
Yeah, and what a horrible face promo she is.
This is I don't know this was
She's a
face
heel
promo.
now.
That's
yeah.
another thing. Like,
But then
on
so is
Raw,
Tiffy.
Raw
I
was a
said,
bit like 50,
yeah, Raw was like, oh, she could have been okay, but then she went, oh, they're booing me. I'll react to this. It's like, well,
You
now
don't
we're
get
really
it.
going to boo you.
I've not watched that Raw promo and I can't bring myself to
God,
because
it was
sounded
like,
awkward.
Hi, how you guys doing? Boo. Ah, screw you people anyway. You'll stink. It's like,
go
well, you've ruined it now.
Yeah. My career might have been over. I fought to get back for you because I love all you, and then everyone starts
Yeah.
booing. She's like, "You don't get it," and then basically becomes like, a,
Yeah, I changed my mind. Lol, you suck.
Maybe-
I'm Rick's daughter. Blah blah blah.
They've put them in quite a sticky situation now because now they need to turn Tiffany face. She's getting cheered anyway, so just do it.
Yeah, but they clearly haven't reached that, or they're hoping Charlotte won't go out there and cut a hopeful promo.
It is
Because she was
weird.
like, hi, I'm also a heel. Like, you're not.
It is weird
You're
because
not.
they're just all heels now. And then Nia comes out and she's a heel. And then and the segment just ends because it's time for the next match.
But even Tiffany's like what she was saying. I want to be the first Tiffany Stratton and not the next Charlotte Flair. That's just so generic and there's no thought put into that sort of promo.
Has she ever really been compared to Charlotte Flair?
No, she's essentially is Charlotte Flair. She's daddy's girl, had everything added to her, this, that, and the other.
So
I don't know in terms of like
right.
a wrestling lineage,
Yeah.
but she had the credit card back in NXT.
And
Yeah,
Moonsault.
I've never really thought of it until people brought it up. I'm like, oh, am I supposed to think those two are similar?
She can do a moonsault, so she's different there.
Oh, he's back.
No, Charlotte's moonsault to the outside is pretty sick, I must say.
Bliss takes on Candice and wins with a modified Sister Abigail to qualify for the EC.
What a modification it is. Pimp my move, she says.
So it's
With that lad exhibit.
Aye.
Forgot his name there for a second.
So she does like a DDT
Arm
instead
on the
of
back of the
right,
head.
yeah, nice.
Nice little. And there was wide flickers during the match. What could they mean? Oh my god.
Who knows?
Who knows what that could mean? The match sort of built of Candice pissing off Bliss so she could go back to being the scary Bliss. A little bit subdued, I thought, and a little going Raji bit. Going mad bit. Sorry, we're not in Newcastle. Are we? We are in Newcastle, but you're probably not in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Raji means going mad.
Thank you for translating.
Yes. It was all right.
Yeah, I like that way he talked about it not being possible to come back after a huge layoff and be 100% straight away. Like, good. Yeah, Bliss looked like someone who'd been on the shelf for ages. I'm glad they're doing that in a nice, normal way. Like, yeah, guys, she's been away for a long time. It's not the first match back, but like,
First singles match, yeah.
Yeah, first singles match back. So I'm glad they just went, yeah, calm down.
Yeah, at the age of 33, I can't confirm she's still got it. That was a joke because that's not that old.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
Ooh.
It didn't really land.
I know, like
It didn't,
sometimes
really
it's like,
land, it didn't land with us because we're in our 30s now. Yeah.
Rubbish, it had been in your 30s.
Are you in your 20s still?
mint.
Yeah, I'm 28.
Look how sprightly he was. Yeah, I'm 28.
You've got it all to come, Joe.
Soon to be 29.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
Well,
Get your stretches in now, lad.
What are you doing for your birthday? Do you want to go out with it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
It's fine, it's all right.
but that reaction would be different if down at Owen asked.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What happened?
It's like a fortress trying to penetrate their friendship.
They're just like the clique, really. Whereas me and Ross are the BSK.
They're
Got matching
intimidated.
tats and
They're
everything.
intimidated by our card playing and
Dominoes.
shenanigans with whiskey.
Yeah.
I'd love to come to that. That sounds fun.
Oh,
Oh, you're not
stop
invited
it.
now.
That's so sarcastic. That was so Shawn Michaels of you to
What?
say that. Oh, I'd love to come to that.
I like cards and whiskey.
Owen's like the X-Pac, probably. I don't know.
No, he'd be the Triple H, wouldn't he? As weird as that sounds.
Because he's the sober one.
He's the sober
Yeah,
one.
true, yeah.
Joel would be the...
Dan's Sean.
Oh, yeah, Dan's
Dan
the
is Sean.
Yeah.
Joel is... Ooh.
Depends what era of the click we're doing.
I
here.
know, yeah.
We're doing the OG click. Joel could be the Scott Hall.
That's pretty good. Say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. Cool.
Can you
No
say-
reason given.
Can you say, hey, yo?
Hey, y'all.
Yo!
Hey, like Outcast.
Backstage, Chelsea Green can't wait to win the chamber and become a double champ at WrestleMania. Skrrr! It's a noise Sonic makes when he stops. Machine and B-Fab roll up and doubt Chelsea's confidence. Piper says she'll pan Machine's face in.
I'll pan your face in. It was great. I'd ask Fraser what it meant.
And what did he say?
Well, I asked him if she
Leave
said...
me
I was like,
alone.
what word has she said there? And he went, she said pan. I was like, thank you.
Ah.
Just means I'll bash your face in.
Oh, thank you, Phil. The faces leave and
Thank
the
you,
heels
Phil.
are confronted by Zelina Vega, who has her eye on the US title.
Yeah, she goes, I think I could make that fit. The title there.
Yeah. That's the second time in 2 weeks she's been in the title picture, Zelina Vega, in terms of being in the shot with a champion. Last week it was Tiffany Stratton. This week it was somebody, Chelsea Green.
It's not the sort of,
Good save.
it's not the sort of build that makes me that confident that she'll win it. But as we saw in Puerto Rico, she can be a believable challenger.
Yes, and also, it's not Machine.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the story's not going to end until Machine finally gets the job done. That's the way it's still going. Another week on.
Yeah. Now she's got B-Fab. Chelsea needs to... Well, she reminded Piper. She was like, let's make the team a bit bigger. Come on. Who's it going to be?
I think they forgot. Did it say it again here?
Yeah, she was like, I told... At the very end, she goes, I told you to make the team bigger.
Yeah.
Piper goes, how many people hate you?
Yeah.
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 That's a good line.
Who will it be? Who's left?
I don't know. I'm hoping for the Iconics to return, but I don't know.
I've seen people say that, yeah.
It just would fit really well.
We get a Street Profits vignette. They're heels now, so they wear black.
They're not heels.
They're annoyed at all these strangers and fractured teams coming into the tag team division. The Profits have never broken up, and their violence will be televised. Baron Saxton interviews the Machine Guns in the locker room. They want revenge on the Street Profits, but Legado del Fantasma interrupt, and they set up a match next week. Great.
Yeah, I was pessimistic for the Machine Guns after this. This is a feud. This is like a shimmying you away from the title scene feud now. Where do they go after that?
I don't care, because this vignette was mint. One of my favorite things of the week.
Okay, yeah, the vignette was good. Yeah.
They're pissed off. They're sick of teams breaking up and getting back together and realizing, oh, you're back together now that you're not going to cut it as a singles act. We've never split up.
I was hoping they'd say something along the lines of like, "You're small indie lads and we're big performance center dudes," but they didn't. But
I was going to say, I don't think that would be fun, but I guess with them going, evolve or whatever.
Oh, aye, of course.
On some American thing that I'm not going to watch.
Dawkins was wearing one chain. Ford was wearing two chains. What does that mean? Symbolism.
What does it mean?
Can we just have a bit of silence there? Just for that bit?
I couldn't look at you and say.
Is there a rapper called One Chain? 'Cause I know there is one called Two Chains.
Two chains.
It's going to be the day that they're going to...
Wasn't just me thinking that.
2 Chainz gets mentioned in that diss track. 2 Chainz said you good, but he lied. Yeah. That's right. That's my Kendrick Lamar impression there.
Where's he from?
Kendrick? Yeah. Compton. He's from Bo Selector Michael Jackson. Man.
Yeah. Rito.
I like Dawkins being the focal point of the promo, though. He got a big, I can't picture him doing a big, long stretch of a promo without going, yeah! But he did here. He loves his big bowl of porridge, doesn't he?
That's what listener of
Well,
the
we all do.
That's what listener of the
We,
podcast.
the Three Bears, all the people.
Listener of the podcast, Ben Potter, has been a long time Dawkins hater because of that, because of his shouting and his nonsense. So maybe you like the new Dawkins.
Oh.
Ben was like an OG fan of NXT, and every week he'd be like, "Why is Dawkins still in NXT?
Really?
He's been here
He's
so
a
long.
hater. That's a
Call
long
him
time
up."
to hate.
He's like, "Call him up."
I reckon he's been NXT and the main roster for over
A decade.
around about 14 years now. I'm
Whoa.
gonna wager. Joel, get on that wiki, baby.
They'll
I
take-
can picture him in that ring in 2012.
He's definitely been like, he must have signed his contract. He's been in developmental for
Yeah.
like a long time.
Imagine that though. Like, even if it's 13 years, Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah,
That's a 10 years.
has he been in WWE longer than we've done this job? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's mad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so long,
Come on,
Joel.
Joel. Come on.
He signed a contract with WWE in 2012.
Wow.
That is such a long time.
This might be the best. He might be about to embark on the best run of his career.
It looks like it from this.
How old's he, Joel?
He is. Well, I'll tell you how old he is.
come on!
If you'd like to know.
I wouldn't bloody like that.
He's scrolling.
34.
34.
Oh, he signed when he
Oh!
was a very young man.
He's just,
Little boy.
just a child.
He must know every nightclub in Orlando inside out.
Yeah! Bet he does that when he's getting crunk.
In the main event, Cody and Jay beat Jacob and Tama. Solo, in a hoodie, runs in and hits the spike on Cody to end the show.
He's back.
Can't believe it.
Oh, wow.
For F's sake, I declared when I was watching
we
SmackDown.
like Solo now, don't we?
But going back to Cody,
Oh, yeah.
why it's WrestleMania season?
Oh, why are you doing that?
I know, why are you doing this?
If I speak, I sing.
Sometimes the WWE may be good, sometimes may be poo.
Malaka.
It's a long and winding road to WrestleMania if it involves Solo and Cody somewhere along the way.
Do you not think he'll just be his little tune-up feud before whoever, like
I
Cena or
think
whoever?
that's going to be it, yeah.
It's bad for Solo, losing to Cody again, though.
I don't think it'll affect Jacob in the long run.
So, yeah, to
That's
be
what I'm
fair.
thinking about.
Yeah.
Like, hi, Solo. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the person behind
They
you.
could use the feud to escalate tension between Solo and Jacob while giving Cody a win before Mania.
As far as concerned, it's like
we
Banjo-Kazooie.
should-
Solo's just got tattoo in his backpack. Yeah, that's what he does.
Jacob still looks strong in the match. A 1 count Cody got off a Cody cutter on Jacob. My
One.
goodness me. And you're thinking there should have been a cakewalk, I've put in all capital letters for the heels, with Cody dying after the Rumble and Uso on a Rumble hangover. But that didn't turn out that way.
No, Jacob needs to stop.
No cakewalk in here.
No.
Jacob needs to stop lingering near the announce table.
Where's that expression come from?
don't
What's a
know.
cakewalk?
Something really
Easy,
easy,
yeah.
but
It's a bitch making a cake, like.
and to walk on a cake would be
And
actually
walk on
quite
a
hard,
cake,
yeah.
like a Tony Atlas situation. No. We were all thinking it.
Yeah.
And if you weren't, you are now.
Imagine Tony Atlas licking cake off a foot.
Why?
I can probably find that video
Oh,
quicker than Joel can find out Dawkins' age. It's SmackDown Tag Team Match Main Event. You know what you're getting. Tama took a sweet crossroads, though, right in his big head. And then Solo is here. He's back. He's got mates. So he's... Oh, no. I can't believe I've written this. He's not solo. He's trios.
yeah.
I wrote that.
Chikara.
With a keyboard.
That was good.
Oh, God.
With
I'm
a
so sorry.
keyboard.
Yeah, I didn't write it. You know.
Trios is good.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Electra Lopez, she appeared on a little segment before this one with
Yes.
Los Garzas and MCMGs. She was released as well. That's
Yeah.
another example of someone who didn't really get a chance to show either in NXT or the main roster,
Yeah.
much as a boot.
Yeah, she didn't... Not to speak ill of the dead, but she didn't do much in NXT to make her stand out anyway.
She had a feud with Lola. She was in a team with Lola for a bit, I think.
I don't think she
In fact,
wrestled
I-
that many matches, did she?
No.
I had a look. She had barely any last year. And some of them were Battle Royals. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Priest is back to being a sessioner, we learned just after, because he cuts a promo about when the bell rings, I don't know your ass.
Oh, yes.
With people who he's friends with.
I don't know if that...
Just doing a song.
But he's drinking whiskey in a bar like a player like he used to be back in the day.
Oh, he's like JC Jane again.
He needs to have a hot tub that he drives around with.
Yeah.
Was it JC?
He
Like,
emerges from it like Gangrel.
Gigi liked the music and JC liked the whiskey. That's
That's
the way
true,
around
yes.
it. That's the way around it was. Yeah.
Correct, yes. Just a pair of rock stars.
That's how you can tell them apart, yeah.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw. Jey Uso makes his 3 entrances again, but this time Gunther beats him down.
Yes.
Agents break it up, but Gunther hits a cheeky extra powerbomb like that lad in the nightclub with Jack. And
Oh, you arsehole.
makes his
Why
way
would
up
you
the
say
ramp. I'm
that?
sorry.
He kicked me in the head.
Well, we're booing him. We're booing Gunther.
could've died.
He's a bad man.
Yeah.
Jay gets on the mic and challenges Jack at WrestleMania. Gunther rushes back to the ring and Jay hits a big dive. Security break them apart.
Yeah, I mean, Jay's going to win at Mania. I've already resigned
Yeah.
myself to that. But if you're going to give the feud a big shot of intensity while making the match official quite early, I'm fine with it.
Great camera work on the little pull down from Gunther onto Jey Uso because you couldn't see his legs. He just disappeared out of shots. You're thinking, has he slipped? Lol. No, it's a big Austrian thwacking him
Yes.
and also thwacking a child. There should have been my Hall of Fame, but wasn't.
forgot about it. Thank you for reminding me.
Gunther takes off his jacket, yeets it, towards Pat McAfee, who ducks out the way, and it twats a child. Who gets up and laughs, though. Yeah.
Pat really...
Another week, another dead kid in WWE.
it's like
Hell yeah.
The equivalent of not catching a dive.
Yeah.
Pat really dropped the ball.
Oh, yeah. Great stuff. Look, I think it's great that they built this up with Jay losing to Gunther. I think it's, I don't talk to every single person online.
main event, Saturday
Saturday night's
yeah.
main event, yeah. That, well, people go, well, why have they done that? Because now there's a story. Now there's the thing about Jay. If they just done Jay versus Gunther straight up, wins the Rumble, challenges him, it's like, who cares? There's nothing there. But now you're like, oh wait, can he? There's a little bit of he's overcoming
Bit
something.
of Arthur in himself.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in
Exactly.
yourself. I did. That's what happens in the song. He repeats it. I was just helping.
It's just Ross's sad face. So that's great. I think the only thing that's going to prevent Jey Uso from getting over is Cole and Pat doing the yeet sounds like cum bit for 5 minutes like they do every week. It was
brought
funny the
this up,
first few times.
I think I was doubted by people. I can't remember exactly who, but people in this office. They were like, they're not meaning that yeet is G-man. They're doing it a lot, and they're having a lot of fun with it.
I'm glad they're having fun, but it's just 2 old white guys going, I used to yeet, but now I'm older, so I can't anymore. Every week for 5 minutes. Shut up.
He's yeeting with such velocity. Dude.
I yeet now, and it's just air. Shut up, Cole.
I'd rather listen to that than 5 minutes of Pat McAfee's potted history. Like we've got the American football footage at the Rumble. There's something coming up on this Raw where I was like, what are we doing here? Just watching Pat McAfee's life.
I mean,
This is your life, Pat.
I can't remember if I even included it.
not to defend Pat, but at least at the Rumble it was a city and everything, and they were like, he's a big
Yeah.
star, and blah blah blah. That made sense then. I can go, all right, fine. Plus it's the Rumble. I'm expecting 120 adverts. Yeah, it's like you can move on after that.
Yeah.
So it's just like Pile Driver or Alabama Slammer. Would you rather have Pat or cum? Daddy or chips?
I think as well, though, that but now since Roman has turned face again, Gunther is the best person they've got to lose every year at WrestleMania to an underdog. They did it with Sami last year. They're probably going to do it with Jay this year, and I can't even complain because like It's what he's perfect at. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be first in the queue for my Yeatlemania t-shirt, let me tell you. I bloody well will be.
Well, you better get there early.
Yeah, will I? You watch
You want
me.
a premature yeet everywhere. See? It's crap, isn't it? Rhea Ripley's interviewed backstage. She accuses Charlotte Flair of stalling and wasting everybody's time. Damage Control interrupt because Rhea accidentally cost Io Sky last week. Io wants payback, and Ripley welcomes it.
Yes.
My first note for this segment was little tease for Liv Morgan match at WrestleMania. God knows what that was in reference to. I should be better at note taking.
Between Rhea and Liv,
Yeah.
I think Rhea mentioned some sort of, it's quite a Triple H era thing now where they go like, I've got unfinished business with this person, but in the meantime, let me focus on this person.
Yeah.
But also with the knowledge that the Io Sky match is not happening at WrestleMania, that made me think maybe they could go back to Liv. Dun dun dun, because Charlotte's going to be with Tiffy Stratton.
Rhea and Liv again. That would be.
Who would be Rhea's opponent? If it's not, if
Yeah, if it's
we're
not-
taking
It's not Liv,
Io as being on Raw and nothing else.
She's
after.
already wrestled Becky, hasn't she, at Mania? Or was that?
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had that really disappointing match.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't good as the Charlotte
It
one.
was just, yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I think, really? You liked it?
scathing. Oh
I thought it
yeah.
was fine. Yeah,
Really?
pretty good.
Oh, no, I thought it was like, oh, okay.
Wow. Wow. Oh god, who else could it be then? Yeah. If
I don't know. That's what
Dr.
I
No, Jeff?
sound like that woman off the Traders. Who on earth is not going to come back?
And then Liv and Raquel head to the ring. Raquel explains why Liv is going to win the EC in Spanish. Liv translates, explaining that Raquel is also going to qualify for the match and help Morgan win. After a high package for the War Raiders versus the Creed Brothers, Liv and Raquel take on Damage Control. The babyfaces get the win, with Io getting the pin on a bloodied Morgan.
Oh my god.
Oh my, what a gash it was in her forehead, eyebrow area.
Yeah, it certainly was. Thank you for clarifying. Big Meaty Pooh gear is back for Raquel.
Oh for God's sake.
With the Pride of Bishop Auckland, Dakota Kai also here. Start off slow, but
Why should
crowd...
wait. I know Auckland's in New Zealand, but is that the
Bishop Auckland, New Zealand. That's right. Thank
Just
you.
I'll clarify.
Thank you for clarifying. The horrible, horrible joke that I'm going to run over. Start off slow, but crowd really got into it near the end, with Liv showing how much she's improved lately. Oh my God, that elevated Oblivion Shatter Machine. Only got 2? This seems a crazy thing to bust out, then be kicked out of. RR tossed Liv around with power bombs and caber tosses. This ruled. Ooh, then Liv got kneed in the friggin' head by Io. I was Booker T-ing, oh yeah, man, all over this one by the end. Hell yeah, I've put here.
You pervert.
Very excited for this match.
The scary thing about the cut was like how horizontal and low it was on her head. It was so near her eyes. I was quite scared for her.
Bless you.
Hope you're all right, Liv. But it unfortunately did add to the drama of the match.
Oh yeah. Great image. Put it on a t-shirt. Someone would do if they were ill.
She milked it on social media and that. She was taking selfies with it.
Like Britt Baker when she did
Yeah.
that.
A really weird out of context
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Yeah, that was bad. But
Anyway.
Moving on.
but she did milk it. You can tell that some wrestlers secretly actually really enjoy it because they're like, I can make the most of this. This is great. So yeah.
Wasn't there they did do a Becky t-shirt when Nia broke her face, didn't they?
Oh, so much
I can
merch.
picture it.
Yeah, but she
like
looked cool.
artworkish.
Yeah, she looked like, I'm so
Postmodern
cool. Rather than,
surprising.
Britt Baker, like me have to get punched in the face by some randomer. Like, nah.
Good to see Dakota Kai back in there so soon after a concussion off that Zoe Stark Shira dropkick a few weeks ago. Io Sky scintillating. You've mentioned that Codebreaker Shatter Machine thingy-majiggy. That should be their finisher going forwards, if not the power bomb. And then Liv and Io, the back and forth. I know they've been wrestling a lot together in recent weeks at the Rumble as well. But there was Tovlin Dean-esque. And that's the highest praise we can give them.
Exactly.
I saw a bit.
We saw the judges' scorecard.
Yeah.
On one of the
That's it.
nights on my walk, I just had the TV on while I was just like pottering around, unpacking my stuff in the hotel room and that. It was Dancing on Ice. Dean. Is it Dean or is it Torville? Which one's the man?
Christopher Dean, Jane Torville.
Yeah, right, Dean.
That doesn't
What
answer the question.
an arsehole.
Oh, really? What about the rest of them?
The way he's the last judge to give his score right. So they go down 8. And he goes, well, 8.5. Get off my screen, man, you whack. He did it every single time.
This is like Chuck Norris in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Here's my rating.
Or like when he stopped him from interfering in the Undertaker's match that time when he was the outside enforcer.
And he kicked Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Really good match.
Yes.
Cool,
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
The New Day are interviewed in the arena during the ad break. They're angry about Rey Mysterio getting a chamber qualifying match. and try to cut a promo, but the heat is too strong. Get out the kitchen.
It was good. They were clearly stalling for time. Woods kept doing that thing where he pretend he couldn't carry on his sentence, which is classic heel stuff. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's all we've got to say about that. Roxanne Perez is in the crowd to watch Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. By the way, just...
It's the best it's ever been.
Well, the live audio of Lyra, listen to the podcast. By the way, just to interrupt, I feel really bad because I started doing that almost as a joke because to me it looks like Valkyrie, but they've added different letters to it so that they can get away with trademarking it. So I was almost doing it as a joke. Then I couldn't say it properly, legitimately, because my brain would autocorrect it. But then someone on Twitch said, no, it's a real name. I'm like, no. Like Kyria.
Jimmy Valkyrie.
Right? You all know him, right? But the Kyria bit is it's a genuine bit, Valkyria, so they've just done that. I'm like, oh, now it's a real name. I'm actually going to genuinely pronounce it properly then. I don't know, mocking someone for a real name. I feel horrible.
I saw her on Celtic Warrior workouts. She's in ridiculous shape. Sheamus is really...
Oh, God, Sheamus fell on her.
Sheamus fell on her because they both doing... They're both doing handstands against the wall.
Come on, Sheamus, you can do a headstand. And he's like, oh, come on.
Come on, Sheamus. Join me.
Look how easy it is. And he's going to...
And he's 3 times the size of her. They're doing
great.
I think they're doing burpees or something at one point, and Sheamus is nearly sick, and she's like, "Come on." And she's so calm, she's not even breathing hard. And then she's like, 15, 16, and he stops, and she goes, "No man gets left behind. Come on." And he's just
cursing a storm in the background.
Ready to, she's so friendly and nice, and he was like, "Oh, you bastard."
That series is so good.
Yeah.
I love Sheamus.
Yeah.
And Valkyria.
What a big dick swinging contest this match was, though. My goodness me. 2 pals who just wanted to shoot it down the middle like good friends do. Lyra was 1 step ahead of Bayley, working the arm, until Bayley was 1 step ahead of Lyra, getting out of the way of the senton before doing a sunset bomb in the corner. And then Lyra was 1 step ahead of Bayley. And then Bayley was 1 step ahead of Lyra. That was the story of the match. Oh. Proper ding-dong, so it was.
Like a Lexus King match, really, in a way.
Oh, don't.
Sure.
Oh, he's killed a great dynasty of professional wrestling.
He's killed the history of British wrestling in
really
1
has.
week. Yeah,
we need to do a Cromwell and get rid of the king.
Don't mention that in a match with an Irish woman.
I'll move on quickly from what I've just said. Another slow burner, but that got better and better the longer it went on. Sadly, the heat wasn't there with the crowd because they're both face and they had no beef. But always good seeing an NXT graduate leave the nest and manage to find its own worms. Blah, 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 bird analogy. Great stuff, Maffew. Great. Look at all the prep you do.
Quite sad that she lost despite being a champion, but it's to Bayley, so I think that's absolutely fine.
And it was a competitive match, so I'm all right with it.
Yeah,
Bayley, the more experienced of the pair, just snuck out a win.
Yes.
And that's only because of her tenure in that squared circle. It'll happen for Lyra one day, I believe.
Exactly.
I believe.
We've got to believe. We get a Penta vignette. He has no fear. And
no, I like him still.
Hi, Penta here. He won't be intimidated by Pete Dunne or Ludwig Kaiser. He will teach them what true vengeance feels like. Kaiser is interviewed backstage, but Dunne interrupts. He wasn't intentionally helping Ludwig last week. He was just in the way. Not the way. Pete plans to break Penta next week. Kaiser says he's all yours. Then AJ Styles walks into frame and makes his way to the ring. Oof.
There's not much analysis to do because that's what they said and that's what happened.
That's exactly right. All I have here is Pete Dunne is just a guy. Kaiser is all the guy, and AJ Styles has a big following in the guy community.
The guy community?
I did find it a bit weird that Ludwig was like, when you know Ludwig's eyes are on you, you know I'm not going to stop until you're done. And I was thinking, like Sheamus, like everyone else he feuded with, they're all fine. Ludwig, you lying heel, you.
Ludwig was just reciting a song he just heard and thought, that'll sound good.
Bob Dylan, was it?
Yeah, that's why it was crap. Bob Dylan's fighting song. During the break, Pat McAfee leads a happy birthday sing-along for Michael Cole. Cole's birthday is in December. I think he does this a lot. Yeah, he does this a lot.
Right.
The point where I thought it was the version I was watching was repeating the same bit over and over again.
Fraser reckons he's been at a show live where this happened. He couldn't remember if it was like a Clash at the Castle. Did he do it at Clash at the Castle in Wales?
No. I don't know where it was.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, Alpha Academy console Lyra Valkyria backstage, but Ivy Nile and the Creeds turn up to mock her. Ivy thinks the IC title might be easier than she first expected, and the Creeds are going to become tag team champs tonight.
Yeah. I don't understand why Maxine Dupree is so shocked every week. This happens every week. Ivy Nile comes along and is mean to her, and she goes, "Oh, that happens every week." I'm like, Maxine.
I think she's still hoping we can be friends.
And I don't know. It's either Ivy or Gable will go like, "You're an idiot. You're a bimbo." And she goes, "Oh, what? No one's ever said this to me
It's like the
before."
first time she's heard it every week.
Yeah.
And then AJ Styles comes out to cut a return promo. He talks about his injury and thinking his career might be over. I'd forgotten that happened, by the way. He did the promo about, I think my career might be over, then got injured. It's
He got
oh, God, that's horrible timing.
Injured during an injury angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard to come back, but anything worth doing is difficult. Dom Mysterio and Carlito interrupt. They say things have changed since AJ has been gone, and Styles agrees. Priest and Rhea have left them, and even Finn Balor isn't out here. Haha. Styles says Dom will always be Rey Mysterio's punk kid. Dom tries to cheap shot AJ, but he fights back. Dom runs away while Styles hits Carlito with the phenomenal forearm.
Yes.
Wow, Carlito took a bump. What's he until March now?
In those purple skinny jeans as well, which AJ pointed out as if they were a bad thing. I like them.
He's the last guy to say about fashion.
Yeah.
Do you see the coat he walked into the show with?
No,
It's a long trench coat with short sleeves. I couldn't work out if he had them rolled up or not.
He's just missing TNA. That's the sort of stuff he used to be.
He just looks like he's ready to sing Achy Breaky Heart.
Oh, I saw him perform that live this week. Not AJ Styles, Billy Ray Bugger. What's he called?
What did you watch? Billy Ray Bugger.
Billy Ray
That's
Bugger.
his name. Yeah.
Great
Where did you
guy.
see that?
On Twitter. He's not doing well.
Oh,
I feel bad for making light of it because I don't know if he's got very serious issues, but he's lost it. He's not quite as bad as what's his face, 90-year-old
Bob Dylan.
Rod Stewart.
Not Bob
Oh,
Dylan.
right.
Frankie Valley, not as bad as
Oh,
right.
God.
Keep
yeah.
getting wheeled out there. He's still going, Frankie Valley.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
keep checking.
weird.
I've got to be honest. It's now a weekly occurrence when I get to a Monday morning. I do the podcast poll on the Patreon, and then I go on YouTube and search his name and put most recent at the top.
Really?
See if he's keep going.
Oh my God.
He's still going.
This is a fascinating insight.
It's
into-
wonderful. It's the same performance every time.
So it's like laundry, Hoover, and Frankie Valley.
Are you a member of those really morbid websites that do like death pools?
No.
At the
Oh,
start of it?
oh God.
Are you?
Me and mates did one in 2017, and I've still got a bit of paper, and we
Did you
like
win?
still
Who's on?
Who did you predict? yeah?
everybody but there's people like Zaza
Amber's
Gabor
obviously,
still hasn't died.
Who?
Zaza Gabor, like exactly.
I know that Dick Van Dyke's always on everyone's one because
He's
like
still active, he's still doing
99.
stuff.
I think Dick's
yeah.
on the way out because they had Chris Martin do a song from like he was dying.
They had Chris Martin do a
Yeah,
song
Chris
for
Martin's released a song, and Dick. It's about. I think it's about. It's not about Dick Van Dyke like specifically, but Dick Van Dyke's in the music video, and there's all his family surrounding him. And it's like, oh, goodbye.
It's like the Johnny Cash Hurt
What?
video.
Yeah, but he's not dead.
Oh, he's-
Dave Van Dyke can still do a backflip.
No,
probably
he
could, yeah.
cannot.
I reckon he could.
He could take a package pile drive.
Him and Frankie Valley. Sink Canadian Destroyer,
Dick
the pair
Van
of them.
Dyke would batter Frankie Valley in a fight. Just look at this pair
Absolutely.
of Oh my God. And he danced around him while he was doing
He'd
it.
chinny him.
He'd use that.
Ooh.
You know the meow bamboo, meow bamboo. He'd dance around with that stick.
yeah.
batter him. What a film, man.
I got it. Number 30 at the Rumble, Dick Van Dyke.
Did you know? I saw this on Richard
With a chimney
Osmond's
sweep.
House of Games, right? I
Right.
found this out. They're like, which Ian Fleming film was released in 1960, whatever? And then they all went for like,
Gangbang.
Sorry?
Chitty.
Sorry? Sorry?
That's not the name of the film, is it?
definitely
Chitty
Bang
Chitty
Bang.
Bang Bang.
Yeah.
That's the name of the film. Ooh.
Fascinating insight into Matthew.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
The point was that Ian Fleming wrote it, but now you've said something far more interesting.
So what's that one like then, Matthew?
Yeah.
It's often I say bang bang, but it's often I look for the other thing, I guess. Good story, Jack. What else happened on Raw? Seth Rollins is interviewed in the stands. He's confident about facing Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
I'm trying to think of scenes that they could parody in Chitty Chitty
Oh,
Bang Gang.
God.
Sorry.
We talked about that's not what I said. The only thing standing in his way on the road to Mania is a badly spoken line by Maffew. Sorry, I broke it down, Seth. Seth says they go way back, but this time we'll get the better of Finn before taking care of unfinished business with CM. But I don't care about this.
I appreciate them trying to make us believe that Finn might beat Rollins and qualify for the Chamber, but there was no way. Even later on, I think Punk was like, and I'm going to batter this person in the Chamber and this person and Seth or Finn if he qualifies. And I was like, all right, Phil, cheers for trying to make me
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Rollins' promos are a bit like it feels like he doesn't quite know what he's saying next at the minute for me. They're a bit rambling, a bit aimless.
yeah.
And this was another example of that. He says as well that he's got some loose ends that he wants to tie up with Cody Rhodes. Oh!
If you give
They haven't decided what I'm doing yet, so I'm going to call out everybody.
if you give wrestlers a bit of free rein in their promos, the ones who are like more savvy will just mention as many opponents they want to wrestle as they can. They'll do a CM Punk and they'll be like, this person.
Right.
Yeah.
A shout out to Akira Tozawa. Hedge his bets. You never know.
Yeah.
Why would you want a big match against? Well, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
winner's share of the purse.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, £3. Kathy Kelly interviews Raw newcomers A-Town Down Under. They mock a few members of the Raw roster, especially Sheamus. Oh, you're dead, mate.
Yeah. Why have they done that?
Yeah, why would they do that?
Silly boys.
Idiots who will implode this Saturday night.
Oh, do you think this is finally it?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
2 years in the making, I hope so.
Yeah.
AJ demands a match against Dom from Adam Pearce. It's booked for next week. Styles is happy, but bumps into Cowboy Bron Breakker. Bron says, I'll see you around, partner. Giddy up.
Yeah, lots of people were dressed as cowboys this week.
Were they in
Yeah,
the
it was a themed event.
I think they were in. SmackDown was in Memphis.
Nashville.
Raw was in Nashville.
Memphis,
Yeah,
yeah,
Nashville. Yeah,
No. They're in Ohio, and it was Cowboy Night. As is the Ohio tradition.
They were in Bolton in that episode of Phoenix Night.
Oh, yeah. That was that.
But I brought an AJ WrestleMania. Hook it into me veins, the kids might say.
Yeah.
Bron versus anybody I'm ready for at this point.
Yeah.
They keep on having Bron just go, with people. I'm like, yep, that'll be good.
Do you reckon
That'll be
we'll
good.
go for a phenomenal forearm reversed into a spear? Do you reckon?
That might kill AJ Styles,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, they've got to do that.
Yeah.
You can't have that match and not have that.
Or jump up and somehow hit a Frankensteiner in midair. I can't even visualize how that would work, but I'm not a wrestler, so it's all right. They can figure it out.
Probably do it.
Yeah.
They could do that. Oh, wait, Braun on AJ. Braun doing that on AJ. Ooh.
What, a Frankenstein in the midst of a
Yeah,
phenomenal forearm?
he's jumping up.
Well, he could have
You know
to.
how he's mid-air, midway through the ring. Braun just jumps 10 foot in the air and lands a Frankenstein on him.
If any wrestler currently could do that, it probably is Bron Breakker.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
size him. Not the way.
Yes.
So athletic.
Yes, he is. Where we at? The War Raiders seem to have the match won in their title defense against the Creeds, but Julius hits Ivar with one of the tag belts to cause a DQ. Eric gets laid out with the belt shot as well, and the Creeds stand tall with the titles.
That was your title shot, lads. What are you doing?
It's a really bad booking. He was on the apron, so he would have made it if we wanted to break
He
up
could
the
break the
pinfall.
pin, yeah.
But he went in there with a belt in a title match. If I was the general manager, I'd be putting them at the very back of the queue.
Oh, I got what you're saying. I thought it was actually a good decision because they need to build up the Raw tag team division. Yet neither of these teams can lose probably just now, so this made the most sense in the long run.
You're both right. Damn it.
This wouldn't have happened with Chad present. He would have said, stop, sir. Stop.
See,
I think that's the story I'll go for.
when he apparently comes back from the AAA visit, that isn't happening. That I don't even think was going to happen anyway. But
He's got to see Malachi Black. The dark arts of Lucha Libre, the thing Malachi is most famous for.
yes, exactly. You think Lucha Libre, you think Malachi Black.
You see, Big J Creed, Julius, is now training a Mumma fighter. I don't know who.
He's training an MMA fighter.
Yeah, he's part of their training camp.
Right.
That's on a
After
Trish-
seeing him in Bloodsport, I can absolutely see that.
As like their wrestling specialist, I guess.
I assume, yeah, some kind of role he left.
Because I think MMA fighters have like a striking coach, a wrestling coach,
Right.
a promo guy.
Right. It'll be good. So when the ref's not looking, hit him with the title. Another good match building up two teams. And I'm so glad that they landed a belt shot at the end to remind everyone that, the Creeds are heel because they don't wrestle like they are.
Yeah, those stereo top rope maneuvers by both Creeds had me going, wow, wow, wee, wow, this is very nice. Lovely Liger bomb with a high but relatively safe landing for Lulius, I've written in my notes. I think that was from Ivar.
the third one,
Nice
right.
Liger bar from Ivar. I liked how both teams were presented as equals, which is good for the Creeds because they're not used enough on TV for my liking. If you wanted a good match every single week in the tag team division, it is the Creeds.
Yeah, we saw it in NXT.
Yeah.
I think that they need to get away from this lingering feud with Chad's old friends because it's like I say, it's every week, and they go, "You guys are stupid," and then Otis and Maxine go, "Ugh."
Yeah,
It's not helping anyone.
I agree. And then we got to Liv Morgan is recovering from her loss in the JD's clubhouse. Balor tells her to listen to him next time. Dom says there are still a lot of opportunities in the future, but Finn says he's making excuses. Dom says he'll beat AJ next week, but Balor tells him he's on his own. Liv and Dom suggest recruiting a new member, but Finn angrily disagrees. He's going to fix things around here and win the W title at WrestleMania.
He might.
And then they all laugh at him.
Yep.
No, you're not.
Yep.
Are they going to oust him? Feels like they're going to maybe oust him.
It looks like that's about to happen, yeah.
In like a Kenny Omega situation. No, it was AJ who took over Bullet Club after Finn, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, then Omega got rid of Styles.
Yeah, right, yeah.
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 And then Cole got rid of Omega, is that right?
No, it was Cody Rhodes, actually.
Oh, thank
He
you
was
for
the leader of the
clarifying.
Bullet Club. He really was. This is sarcasm.
I can't remember. It all got a bit messy by then. The succession of leaders, and then it split, and then Tamatonga was the leader of one, and
And then Pacitti was the leader.
Well, yeah.
I was like, whatever.
That's
Yeah.
a Pacitti club, actually.
Haha.
You love it. Dom is the middleman, the voice of reason. Will he go with Liv or will he go with Finn? I reckon he'll go with Liv because she is nicer to him.
yes, she gives him chicken,
Dom easily swayed.
chicken and video games, and Finn gives him nothing but grief.
Yeah, I would have loved if they were like, right, Dom, you're the one person we're going to get the vote for, and Finn just bringing them chicken nuggies or whatever. Or just shags them.
Okay,
Yeah, one of the two.
yeah,
Both. And then Dom just goes to Liv anyway because he's a heel.
But Dom's like,
What a
Liv,
great
I
feud
know
that
what you're
would be.
capable of, Liv. But Finn, I want you to have me a good time and see who wants me more.
Yeah.
You know?
This feels like
I love Dom as a character.
like this feels like the plot of like a early 2000s like American Pie situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bros or hoes.
Yes, something
As
like
they
that.
would
As
say
they
in
would-
the 2000s.
in this imaginary thing that you have still invented. But no, sorry.
Yes, and the thing I'm booking in my head.
Walking on Dom just fornicating a bucket of chicken.
Oh God.
The same fashion. Imagine if
No,
you've never
you know
seen...
what? We all thought it was happening, but we didn't want to see it.
You've never seen American Pie and you've just heard that sentence from me there. That's a thing that happened in the film, but with a pie. Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I think that was like
'Cause it was
everyone
warm.
my age watched it and was like, they know what you're talking
Don't
about.
say you did it, Maffew.
No. No. I was always confused when The Rock would go, pie. You know what that means? I'm like, no one I know uses that as an analogy. That's disgusting.
It's really aged really badly. Like they set up a
What, The Rock?
webcam to film their pal having sex, and then they get all
Yeah,
their
when The
mates.
Rock did that, the Bulldog.
All the mates like secretly tune in, and some of their mates are Blink 182 for some reason as well.
I forgot about that.
It's all aged really weirdly.
Pervert. Dom thinks Finn sucks. Polygroups breaking up can be deadly. Pretty deadly. Oh man, they'd be great replacements, I've written here. Look, Finn, there's two of them, and they're English. I don't think you'd like appreciate that in Bella, somehow in storyline.
What, are you suggesting that Pretty Deadly go goth or Pretty Deadly just go off with Finn?
Yes.
Imagine them trying to be gone.
Yeah, they'd be like, look, Dom, we bought you more cake. Oh, great. We've lost 7 matches in a row. Don't care, you can stay with the group. Be great. Kathy Kelly interviews Raw. Rhea Ripley confronts Damage Katal backstage. She's convinced Adam Pearce to book a title defense against Io Sky for the Raw after EC. Okay. Io says she can't wait.
I said,
Well, you'll have to.
Not at WrestleMania then. That was because it looked like maybe last week they were going to go for Io versus Rhea at WrestleMania.
So it actually might be Liv.
Might be Liv.
Yeah. Her or maybe Raquel.
Yeah,
but
do we give her like a?
really.
Maybe they'll give it like a multi-woman match where she can stack him and pin him.
Or like one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time, like Undertaker, A-Train, and The Big Show.
Yeah.
and
That's sort of
Nathan Jones.
No, not Nathan Jones.
He is technically in the match.
Oh, if he comes back,
Technically.
if he makes his return to save Rhea. Rhea is
Nathan,
Undertaker.
yeah.
Rhea is Undertaker's mate now after he celebrated with her on his bike. So he gets Uncle Nathan in. There's something.
Beast from, where's he from?
Boggo Road.
Boggo Road, yeah.
A shoot prison. A real prison.
Apparently he's the big bloke in Mad Max. He's the,
He is.
Yeah, fair
He's
play.
something Erectus. That's his name in the film because
yeah.
they all got names like that in Mad Max.
Okay.
Do
Yeah,
they?
yeah. That's crazy. Let's look at
Is this not from your same collection as Chitty Chitty Gang?
I was going to say, yeah.
That one is indefensible. This one is I
Okay,
can prove.
all right.
But yeah, it's so bad. Nathan Jones is in the other Man Back sequel they did last year, and he plays a villain. And he had to go on Twitter and go, "Can you please stop messaging me saying I'm a horrible person? That's a character.
Oh wow.
It's not me. I'm playing a role." And yeah, people are really sending him horrible stuff because of how he is in the film.
Yeah.
Marks.
Crazy in it. Everything's wrestling.
What would the adult film parody of Mad Max be called? I've been trying to think of
Shag man.
it. Shag Max, yeah.
I don't know.
Mad Max Furious Shag. Joel, you're a man of film. Any puns?
yeah. Tell us last film you see.
Mad sex.
Cumda Road.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummed a road. In between us
A bit more in
reference.
between us in there. Yeah.
You bummed her.
Oh god.
Fantastic. Wow, look, wrestling. CM Punk hangs out with the announced team during the ad break. But
Imagine you've never seen the In-Betweeners now. That's a thing that's not my creation.
No, that was said in the in-between.
Probably shouldn't have said it in 2025 when that came out in like 08, but there you go.
You're meant to laugh at them, not the target of the... Oh, you're meant to laugh at him as well, though, aren't you? It's Neil's dad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Neil. Sorry.
They only have 2 headsets between the 3 of them. Hee hee.
Oh, Punk definitely wasn't meant to go over to the announce table.
I'm sick of this guy going off script, right? Because he was furious
Punk.
at someone.
That's what he does.
For going off script, right? He was furious at them. And now he's done it with Hogan. Oh, I'll do the low-hanging fruit, the cheap pop. Oh,
Exactly.
it's fine for me. And now he's doing it here.
Going off script's like an arm drag for CM Punk. That's
He's
his
a
fundamentals.
wankor. A wankor, let me tell you.
Okay.
Terrible guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he wouldn't watch Bad Sex, Fury, Road Shag. Punk gets on the mic and puts over Jey Uso winning the Rumble. That means Punk has to go after Cody for certain now. He throws some shade at John Cena for getting a bye in the EC, but admits Cena is a legend who deserves it. Well, shut up then. But Punk is still confident of being able to overcome Cena, Drew, Rollins, Finn Balor.
If he qualifies. Yeah.
One of these things is not like the other things. Logan Paul interrupts and gets booed a lot. He can't understand why he gets booed, and Punk gets cheered, even though Logan eliminated him from the Rumble. Now he's going to beat Ray and win the EC. Punk would have mentioned Logan in the promo earlier, but he didn't realise he was actually booked tonight. If Logan is lucky enough to beat Ray...
That was an off script. That was definitely a...
Because the match was announced before the show, Phil.
Yeah, but I think he's been funny. Also with his... I didn't know whose music that was. That was clearly
He's just
unscripted.
burying him.
And then Pat goes, that's been a, what was it, a consistent theme lately. So that Pat's been having shots at Def Rebel there as well.
Yep.
Ooh.
Punk will put him to sleep in Toronto. Ray makes his entrance, and Punk has little respect moment with him on the ramp.
little
Don't
respect
you
for
know,
Punk.
don't you know, so.
Yeah. So they sang to each other as they embraced. Yeah.
Up the Wheatus version. Disrespected, that
Oh,
is.
no.
Oh, they're both good. They're both good versions.
Very good, yeah. That like acoustic guitar work. Bring!
Yeah. And he's got the voice of an angel as the Wheatus singer as well.
Jim and Bob Dylan.
Neil, something.
Yeah, it's so weird seeing Logan Paul and CM Punk talk to each other, and you're like,
Yes.
yeah, they're both full-time, allegedly, wrestlers in WWE now, and we're going to see them wrestle. It's just a bit odd.
I'm really worried that Logan's going to win this thing. Surely not.
Shut up.
I reckon there's a little chance. A teeny tiny little chance. A little...
Whoever wins, it surely can't just be a singles match with Cody. No, of course it can. What am I talking about?
Yeah, it will be.
Of course it
I
can.
meant there's more. There's a little tiny chance that it's actually Punk and Logan at WrestleMania after this segment here. And that would make me so happy.
What?
I don't have anything against CM Punk, but I just know that he would hate this so much. It would be funny.
I can see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't really, yeah. But it just because the little stuff with Kevin Owens before. Oh, you've lost to Logan Paul in the past. Then Logan Paul eliminates CM Punk from the Rumble. Now this promo here, it feels like they might be building something. Maybe not for WrestleMania, because I think we'd all rather see the triple threat match that's been heavily mooted.
So there's been 2 triple threat matches I've heard about. Which one is the one that's currently the...
Rollins, Punk, and Reigns. That is the
Right.
one.
So not the one involving Cody being a triple threat, which I've also
not seen that one.
Though, that was a newer one, but I don't know if it's had as much oomph as the
Where are you getting your news from now?
Twitter.
Who's the other two in the second?
I can't even remember now, but the main...
Cody, Cena, and Punk
Was that
the
it?
other one.
Cody, Cena, and Punk.
But I don't think that was reported. It's just people backstage were saying
I think
they prefer that one.
Chicken Little is reporting the sky is falling.
I think I'd rather just see Cody and Cena as a singles match,
Yeah.
probably.
Same.
If
But I'd
Cena
rather
can still
see.
do it.
Yeah, I'd rather see either Reigns and Rollins as a single match or Punk and Reigns. I don't like the triple threat, really.
Sometimes I like triple threats.
I think the trouble that works if it's like, but is he going to cash in the favour?
Yeah, but these ones do feel
Yeah.
a bit contrived. They've got too many stars and not enough
Yeah,
nights.
that's it, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, what am I going
Good
to do with all
problem
these
to have,
stars?
yeah.
3 nights of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
All weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Just don't do the women's matches. He's
And
definitely
Dylan.
tempted not. Triple H is definitely tempted to be like, do we need the women's matches at Mania? We'll have a special SmackDown women's edition the Friday before.
Triple H, how many polite reminded? What's the tag team division?
Yeah.
He's checking people's passports. You're from where? You're not on the WrestleMania card.
Logan cuts
That's
a
a
promo on
criticism
Ray.
of his booking in the past.
Oh my God.
Need to explain my working out like an AQA exam.
Well done. Stop bringing up AQA. I don't like to go through bad
I
memories
want
every
to earn
time you
my
brought it up.
30 marks, Maffew.
I see that guy with the shades in his hat. And I'm like, shut up.
What were you about
We're
to
trying to
say
look
there,
cool,
Joel?
reading a book
Sorry.
with shades on.
I think I interrupted you at one point before you were about to say something.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
Hi, Joel.
Yeah.
It's a good Perry Saturn reference, that. He used to say hello, lad, didn't he? Hello.
He used to say hello.
I don't know what I've done there.
Yes, I imagine.
What was the Perry thing this week? Who did he?
It was
Oh,
him and
Maven.
Him and
Yeah.
Maven, now
Yeah.
they made up, which I thought was very nice. But all it made was my mate, who is in and out of wrestling for decades, going, "That's what Perry Saturn looks like." I'm like, Jesus Christ, he looks horrible. I'm like, considering what's happened to him, I'm just glad he's
Got
alive.
shot in the shoulder, didn't he? He was saying.
Yeah.
Trying to I think it was defending something that was going on that he got involved with, yeah.
Right.
I need to watch more Perry Saturn because apparently he was an absolute stud in the day. back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah, his ECW and WCW stuff's fantastic. It's just a shame WWE went, no, we're not really interested in you. And by his own admission, he was just wasted by the last year of his career. It's just him and Malenko, were just doing the things and leaving him.
Yeah.
I always remember Brucey P. I don't know. Obviously, take what he says with a pinch of salt, or maybe even less than a pinch of salt.
Yep.
He always used to say that Perry Saturn was the one they were most interested
That's
in.
the story that's been reported for years, which
Yeah.
is amazing to hear about.
Yeah.
By the way, I got 3 of the mates if you want. Oh, Guerrero and Benoit.
It was
All
surely
right,
Benoit.
okay.
He'd been champion, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
believe that.
Okay, fine. Logan cuts a promo on Ray during the break.
Great week for Benoit, by the way. MJF won with a cross. Sorry, I don't know what. Sorry.
Great week for Benoit.
Sorry.
Why, Chris?
No, sorry.
You know who's having a good week this week? Who's that, Jeff? Logan gets the win with a big right hand, followed by stop talking about that horrible person who's a wrestler. All right, Logan Paul won the match
I know
with a big
Logan
right
Paul's
hand.
not a good guy. We cannot put him on the same level as Benoit.
You're right.
Oh, God.
You're right. Benoit was a better promo.
No.
The
Benoit was not a better promo.
Yeah, that's like a complete lie. The pulverizer wins.
What a maneuver!
Oh, the pulverizer.
Yeah, he pulverized a question. Logan Paul.
Logan
Sorry.
Pulverizer, yeah.
Sorry.
Pulverize.
It looks like the sort of movie.
A pun you'd see in a children's comic from the 80s.
Or in an adult film. Starring Paul.
Ah! Script by Roll Down. The New Day rush in to beat down Ray as the show ends. Just like how SmackDown ended, by the way.
That bloody pulverizer, by the way, looks like the sort of move you can't hit on everyone. Imagine doing that to Braun.
Yeah. Ray was the ideal first man to take that move.
Yep.
I reckon it can go up to, but not further than, a Braun breaker.
Wow.
Yeah, because Braun would help him with it,
Yeah.
You'd be able to get a lot of jump on it, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he can get Sheamus up and over?
Nah. Sheamus can't get himself up and over. You saw that video.
Yeah, it looks like it requires a bit of cooperation unless it's a really little man.
Oh, time to go to the top rope for no reason. Oh, no, pulverizer.
Pulverizer. He's got the titanium plated right hand. If he, it doesn't need to be the. And he's a heel, so he can win in sneaky ways too, I suppose.
Yeah, once again, another annoyingly good match here by the Get.
Yo.
He was very good at his little in-between stuff, being cocky with the crowd and shouting at people and stealing Hangman Page's avalanche fall away slam. God!
I saw people suggesting that Hangman should start doing the pulverizer on Dynamite just to get back at him.
These are definitely the people you should be speaking to, yeah.
I didn't.
The tribalists.
I didn't interact with them. I just saw their posts.
When they're throwing spears at you.
Oh, tribalist.
Yes, that's not. I'm taking that term way too literally. I
Yeah,
realise,
look.
as I said it out loud.
It was a good match. Ray and Logan have prior chemistry, I suppose, as well, which helps
Match
a
of
lot.
Saudi, which is brought up
And
when Logan saved his life.
Yeah.
weirdly,
Which is
Logan
ironic.
is very good against smaller guys, I suppose. Yeah.
Against some of the greatest of all time. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? Wow, Rey Mysterio had a good match.
But someone went long during the show because I felt that New Day bit at the end felt really cut short.
Yes.
I thought it was ideal. Like, it's just, oh my God, look what's happened.
But
Watch
more
Raw
than-
next week.
I
more
think
than
they can-
5 seconds, yeah.
It felt.
It's on Netflix, we've got those hard times out. Oh, wait, no, they don't.
It did feel shortened, but they can use that to their advantage because, yeah, like you say, it feels like New Day are doing something beyond the usual. They're a bit Kevin Owensy, like they're taking things too far.
Yeah,
You don't
plus
do
they
that.
don't want to overshadow the LP's win. So
Big LP.
that's right. He's vinyl.
He's going to be in that. He'll do something stupid in the chamber, which he's always good value for. He'll jump off
Yeah.
something high or something. Surely.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
NXT. The opening match is Bayley versus Cora Jade. Cora gets the upset win after Bayley is distracted by Roxanne Perez dressed as the old Bayley.
The Old Bailey.
Cora does. That's good. Yeah. Cora doesn't seem too happy about Roxanne's help, though. We see Ava whisper something to Julia backstage before making
What's
an
that funny
entrance.
about? What's that about?
She adds Cora to the title match at VD. Roxanne pretends to be happy for a pal, but Bailey shoves the pair into each other before hitting Perez with the Bailey to Bailey.
Now, that's good GMing from Ava, surely.
Not the whisper.
She's just whispering, I'm going to add Cora to your match.
She
by the
said,
way."
"Yeah, I really fancy Tim." You're adding a challenger to the title match.
Well, she's just letting the champion know before she goes out there and does it.
And a little, ooh.
Well, it's fair enough. You don't want to blindside your champion.
No, I want it official.
It is, she is bottom of the league tables, Joel. It's Pierce, Aldous, Ava.
She had another inconsistent week.
That's been nice.
I mean, this was good that she added Cora to the match because I think Cora deserves it, particularly after a win against someone like Bailey. I mean, Lyra Valkyria couldn't get the job done, but Cora Jade has.
I've never seen Bailey so angry as she was when someone dressed as old Bailey.
Yeah.
She was so furious. Wow.
Speaking of old Bailey, the pun I know you've already made, but
Yeah.
someone needs locked up, whoever wrote that creative. Mind games like that are nonsense.
Yeah, I think it really detracted from what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a horrible finish.
Yeah.
I didn't think, well, that's a good finish. Bailey left the match to go, what are you doing?
She actually
why-
she
you-
attacked her.
Yeah. Oh, and then she went in and then carried on wrestling and then whatever. I think it was
Yeah.
like, well, what was the bloody point of that then?
Don't know.
Why is she helping Cora and then it's backfired on her? I suppose that is the story.
Yeah. But just bad story.
Yeah. I just don't like it when baby faces get riled up by naff things, which I know is wrestling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I still don't like it.
The trope used
Oh,
to be
better
like,
leave the ring.
you've brought out a little person dressed in my ring attire, that sort of stuff.
Then there she is, huh?
All right, you're not talking about Roxanne. I thought you were talking about.
She did in that Bailey attire. She did look like a little girl because she's small. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, was it good? Apart from the finish, it was all right match. Like the big swinging TKO thingy that Bailey started doing looked devastating. Cora still doesn't look. I mean, it's obviously she's in developmental, obviously, but it feels like a lot of what she does doesn't look like she means it. If that makes any sort of sense.
yeah. She's always in there. To be fair, with all her peers are like really, really good. So it's not so much that she's bad. It's just that
Yeah, she's the Akira Taue in the situation.
right. She's one of the four pillars.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a compliment to give someone.
Just like Tawe, because he was a bad little sister, as Booker called Cora here as well.
That's what Barbar famously called Akira Taue.
He's the only person who could call Taue little. That's
Yeah.
Yes.
the bad little sister,
Yeah.
Akira Taue.
That's what he was known as.
R.I.P. Barbar. He would have loved NXT.
Yeah.
In the locker room, Saul Rucker asked Zarya to do a training session with her at the beach in preparation for the match against the Metal Asses next week.
No. The vignette's already booting up. I'm ready for it.
Yep. Zarya begrudgingly agrees, and they're going to do things her way.
What's her way of training on the beach?
Her way
Killing
or the
ninjas?
her way?
I don't understand.
Probably throwing the beach across the sea.
Creating a new...
Counting the grains of sand.
Yeah.
She's a destroyer of worlds, lads. We saw this before she debuted at the Halloween Havoc.
Now she's just Saul's pal.
Yes.
But they don't get along, though, because Saul wants to do it her way, Zara wants to do it her way.
It's classic.
Hey, what are they like?
Big Cat Keita's on the scene.
Big Kakita, yeah.
Cat-
Oh, yeah. Nikita Lyons scoffs at the idea of them at the beach. He literally goes, "Koch," even though Saul is a surfer.
That's her whole thing is the beach. She goes, imagine you at the beach.
Yeah,
I
you know
live,
what?
I live
Why?
on the beach.
But
You don't watch NXT, so
whereas-
of course I don't watch this.
Got to ask yourself the question: who looks better in a bikini, lads? Let's lay it on the line, Jack. Who do you think? looks better?
No, I'm not. I know that's what
That's the story they're telling
I
you.
know that's what Nikita was implying, but I'm not going to play
Let's have
that.
a, Joel, get the pictures up.
No,
Let's analyse
no.
these ladies in bikinis. These bad sisters. NXT goes weird.
Yeah.
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels can't always escape his own innate horniness a lot of the time.
Yes.
He's trying his best, but bless him.
Imagine me at the beach. Imagine you at the beach.
Imagine you at the beach. You
Imagine
surfer.
all the people.
It's just the
Going
line where
to
she's
the
like,
beach.
you need to go touch some grass instead of some sand.
She said,
Who wants to
yeah,
move outside?
yeah. It was
Or
weird.
horrible. Horrible.
And Nikita's like, one win doesn't make you a tag team. Well,
That's
how
a,
about
that's a fair point.
one win doesn't make you a wrestler? Nikita, you haven't even had one of them, have you? She probably has, but doesn't feel like she has had one for a while.
Over Febby arrives to cut a promo. That's hopefully going to be better than the thing we just saw. He knows his triple threat title defense against A-Town Down Under is basically a handicap match, but he's still confident. Theory and Waller's egos will be their greatest downfall. The heels interrupt and talk about what stars they are. They put over each other's NXT careers and both say that the other will help them become champ. Waller says he'll do whatever it takes to become NXT champ. Theory asks what that means because he deserves it just as much. Grayson tells Theory that nobody cares he beat John Cena. Theory tells Waller wouldn't understand because he's never held a singles title in WWE. Waller says Theory should thank him for saving his career after Mania 39. Ooh. They continue to argue and Theory stops Waller from leaving. Grayson throws a punch which Theory ducks under and it hits Oba Femi. The two attack Oba, revealing it was all a cheeky plan. Was it?
I don't know.
The pair hit their finishes on Oba and Stand Tall. Both spent some time staring at the belt.
So it was as if they couldn't decide NXT whether to make this it was a ruse all along or a legitimate scuffle between two partners. So they just did both, which didn't really work.
The plan was for it to be a ruse, but the way it came across was not a ruse.
Yeah, because they were saying truthful things.
Yeah, because Corey Graves, when he was like, it's been a ruse. I was like, how have you deciphered that, Corey?
They're still arguing with
Graves
it.
isn't yet used to the NXT style.
But it must be on his script in front of him. It's a ruse, he must say.
It's a ruse in a hoodie. I don't know if I like this or not, but and I thought the comment, I saved your career after Mania 39 was a little bit too true, which is the point, I suppose. But yeah, it was fine.
It's just like,
It doesn't feel like a main event of a NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. They're doing what they can, but I don't care. Neither of them are winning the NXT title, and I don't care about these two who have been feuding and bickering for at least a year and a half.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made the women's match the main event. They probably should make the women's match.
Yeah, they should do.
Yeah.
Because these two lads should have been featured more on TV for this story to be as big as impactful as they think it is in their own heads.
It's the same old problem we've always said, which is that the men's division doesn't have enough stars at the top yet.
Yeah, well, don't worry, we've got to fix that later on.
Okay.
But I wouldn't mind if if they just split them up and one of them or both of them did go back to NXT for a bit, because clearly Triple H doesn't see much in either of them, the way they've been used ever since Triple H took over. So, and I think they both could be main event lads. I don't know who would be the babyface out of the pair because they're both natural dicks.
You think Theory has potential for main eventness?
Yeah.
What?
Maybe.
Which theory? Is there a different theory behind these two?
The way theory, that guy.
Do you remember everyone was always talking about him before?
Wankers.
Yeah, he's a...
He was good at Evolve. Shut
He
up.
was the Evolve champion.
In front of 40 people, it was men.
Oh.
He was entertaining as part of the way.
Whose voice that's supposed to be, by the way. Sorry, Jack. Pubba Jack is obviously on loan to AEW right now.
No, yeah, he was good in the way. He was good in the way.
As a silly character, but he can main event like that.
Oh yeah, because silly heels never main event, do they?
He was clearly someone that Vince thought was good, and Triple H doesn't quite think is as good.
Yeah.
But even when Vince thought he was good, that was kind of the kiss of death because Vince's stuff didn't help him at all.
Yeah, Vince's idea of pushing him was to
Go to the naughty step, child.
Yeah. Remember the expect the unexpected? He just kept telling him every week, expect the unexpected.
And he'd sit down in front of him like, "Sir, what should I do to help to
Yes,
get better?" And he'd gargle at him.
I admit I stole the egg. I'm sorry. What was WWE back then?
Insane.
Oh,
right?
God.
But yeah, so I don't get the theory hype. Waller, absolutely.
Grayson.
That's his name.
I really like
But
his facial expressions are really good, Waller. It's always been the case, and I was reminded of that in this promo when it's getting to fever pitch and Theory's really offended him and he's about to swing on him and he goes like, and he really grits his teeth and I was like, oh.
I liked also something go, oh look, it's overrated.
Yeah.
That's not true, though.
Funny. We get a Eddie Thorpe vignette. He's angry at Trick getting handed so many opportunities. Meanwhile, Eddie was disregarded by Ava and HBK. Now, vengeance is the only thing he seeks, which is appropriate, because wants to face Trick at Vengeance Day in a strap match.
Yeah. I wonder if Eddie's ever took a step back and thought to himself, why do people chant the name of Trick and not his? The boring wank!
The smart, boring wank.
He's not boring, he's a DJ.
DJ Boring Wank.
He got in as well. They keep in there. It was just a little aside though in this one, but he went, I want revenge for me and for my people as well. So he's still doing that Native American stuff, but it's no longer the focal point. So I don't really understand. I don't know. Trick's going to win.
Well, he's got so many different gimmicks now. He's a DJ, Native American, smart person, whipper.
I thought he was
tree
a priest.
man, priest,
Just because he had the belt around his neck.
fireman, astronaut. It's Mr. Ben. We see a hype package in which a doctor clears Javon Evans for his match against Ethan Page on Saturday. But if he sustains another jaw fracture, he'll be out for another 6 months at least, possibly unable to wrestle again. The choice is Javon's. This man is the worst doctor in the entire world. This is completely different to what you just said, mate.
It's not a real doctor. That was Johnny Sins.
This doctor,
You'll have a bad feeling in your tummy.
I think that as British people, maybe we were like, this doctor's ludicrous, but maybe he's an accurate reflection of.
Oh, yeah. HBK was biting, scathing criticism of the doctors of the world.
Maybe.
In Ava's office, Javon is keen to have the match. Ava reminds him of the dangers, but he's fine with taking the risk. Ava gives Evans a waiver absolving WWE responsibility if he gets hurt. She urges him to think about it. He does for a second, then signs it. And she's like,
Well, why?
but the worst
If
GM in
only
history.
someone had the power to not have this match take place.
I wouldn't sign this.
Yeah.
Here's the pen. I wouldn't
Yeah.
sign this.
Last week, lads. Last week, she says to his face, Javon, if you are cleared, Javon, if you are cleared, you can have the match at Vengeance Day. Javon goes and gets cleared. He can have the match at Vengeance Day, can't he? No! He cannot. He has to do something else because Ava's forgotten about last week.
And to be fair, Javon has gone and found the shadiest doctor to clear him of all time.
He's a man with a white coat, I found.
I wouldn't trust this doctor. He was sinister in his promo package. The doctor, Javon is clear. I was like, oh, you're a sinister man.
Here's a guy I found, Dr. Acula.
Should have gone to Dr. Nick. It would have been better. Hi, Javon.
Look, he says I'm cleared.
Your boy is bouncy.
Javon's got a cane and a drip. Look, I'm fine.
I hope he has a really exaggerated, like, padded chin thing for the match. Because it's NXT.
Yeah, if it's
Oh my God,
no holds barred or
he's
whatever,
gonna
it's
use
like,
that reinforced titanium chin of his.
bites his arm off. Yeah, this was great. Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura win a three-way tag match against the NQCC and Hank and Tank. That's what I'm talking about, lads. Congrats on the win.
That's what I'm talking about, lads.
That's what he says. That's
Oh.
what I'm talking about,
I can't tell if
lads.
it's like Jack's
It wasn't
thinking this.
No, I wanted Hang and Tang to win, obviously.
Great. Fraxium cut a promo from the balcony and grant the winners a title match at VD.
Oh, the three tag teams, these are the ones I'd least like to win. But as long as Fraxium retain and then go on to face maybe the other two or the NQCC again or Hang and Tang, then that's fine.
The only downside about this match is just that the winner was telegraphed because of the storyline that's been going on. But apart from that, it was fantastic. Inamura, very impressed with this big, chunky boy who can lift heavy things while moving like a bus. Miles with an Orton dropkick followed by a Randy Orton scoop slam. They're not hiding it now. Lovely moment with Tavion Heiss, who should be used more thwacking Tank while he was running and making Tank do a senton onto Hank in the process. Those bodacious belly boys didn't know what had hit them. Turns into a bit of a slobber knocker with Hank and Tavion and JB. I've written down doing some total non-stop action. None of them are involved in TNA.
Hang on. These are two you pick for that.
Then a lovely Bubba Bomb-like maneuver from, but better, from Hank to JB for a near fall. Big bombs everywhere.
Yeah, it was good.
Boom.
It was very nice.
Aye. Crowd chants RKO at Miles Bourne, who did a scoop slam. So disrespectful, they should be chanting Carl Fletcher, but I guess obviously he's an AEW, but we'll go with Orton instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
I take back everything I've ever said about Kyle O'Reilly, but we'll get on to that later on. He's my favourite wrestler.
Oh, okay.
We'll get on to it.
Oh, okay, fine. The tag division has been a mess for a while now because it's been Axiom and Friends. But Ishimura's dramatic splash was nice, and his charge-up slam could work to make this tag team division saved. So I think it was nice it was telegraphed because we knew what was supposed to be getting behind, and it worked.
Yeah.
Just nothing but bing, bang, bong.
Sing, sang, song.
That's what I'm talking about, lads.
Ding, dang, dong.
They're not going to win.
No.
Fraxium
Just
champions forever.
You just never know in NXT.
Fraxium's reign will never end.
The most popular stable got disbanded for no reason. You never know what's going to happen. There's always that element of
Why
chaos.
would you say that?
Yeah.
Backstage, Stax apologizes to Tony D about the recent differences. Tony says it's fine, but urges Stax to stay out of his title defense tonight. It's a steel cage match tonight after all. Yeah.
No one's ever interfered in a steel cage match.
Yeah, he needs to go alone.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yes, they forget
Yeah, forget about their
Did
issues.
something happen last week that explained the whole Izzy Tony
Oh, well,
stuff?
It did, but then they forgot about it. No, I'm kidding.
Because I felt like this week was meant to be like a big sinister moment at the end, which didn't fully land home for me. But
I put my degree in NXT to very good use last week because I was sat here all high and mighty. Well, it's clear Maffew has said. Maffew, Izzy Dame is already working for the Sean Spears, deliberately putting Tony D in dangerous situations, and Tony D's being a silly boy by agreeing, and look what happened.
Very good. Very
yes.
Professor NXT, Ross Tweddle.
That's what they call you. Where we are? Under new rules designed to disappoint Ross, Lexus King defeats JDC, aka the former Fandango, to retain the Heritage Cup after crotching him on the top turnbuckle.
I think this is an absolute disgrace that Ava has allowed this to happen. Champions calling their shots like this is not how wrestling works. Otherwise, we would have loads of heels doing loads of different things. And I think it's nonsense. Corey's saying it legitimizes the cup.
It makes like every other match.
Yeah, for a supposed punk rocker I've written down, who I have no doubt has told someone to be themselves and dance to the beat of their own drum. It's sickening that he'd want the Heritage Cup to be the same as all the other matches. Booker T said something similar. They're trying to tell us it's a good thing, which makes me fear it's here to stay, and the Heritage Cup will not go back to what it once was, which was behind the Iron Survivor, behind the Royal Rumble, behind the Elimination Chamber, the best gimmick WWE does.
Yeah, this is the worst thing since probably, you know, the Tap or Snap Championship in 5-Star Wrestling.
I do remember that.
But then they had Rey Mysterio wrestle for it and realised he doesn't do any submissions. The Tap or Snap Championship was won by pinfall.
No, it's because they said, "Can you lose to Mark Haskins with no build-up?" And he went, "No."
Is that true? Is that what
yeah.
Oh, Ray.
And he went, "No, this match can now end in other ways," because they're just like, yeah. And Ray is set, because I read that book about it. I think Greg Lambert's book. And he was just like, Ray was like, no, I've nothing against Mark Haskins. He said he had to talk to Mark Haskins. Look, I've nothing against you, but I'm not going to do a job with no build-up to some random guy that I'd never wrestled before.
No,
and he was right.
Maybe the New Day were right about Ray. I didn't realise he'd pull his weight like that on someone like Haskins.
But he's going to Ray, you're losing to Mark Haskins this week. Oh, excuse me? What?
Haskins.
No.
Yeah.
Call me a hosier. Because I'm starting to get worried about Ray. That's a very mid-noughties.
Oh, the Hoosiers. Oh, my God.
I've said it wrong, have I?
You said take me to church, man. Who Hoosier?
Damn!
Yeah. The Hoosiers, yeah.
Hoosiers.
Because you're worried about Ray.
To get worried
That's one of their
about
songs.
Ray.
I got an A in one of my English lit classes because I had
Oh.
you had to create like a fake newspaper front page.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, goodbye, Mr. Ray, when Allardyce got sacked by Newcastle because that was in the charts at the time. What did I do?
Goodbye,
Gillette.
Mr. Ray.
The best you can get in your GCSEs.
Yeah, but this match here was just a load of meh.
Yeah, we're taking away the Heritage Cup rules. It's just Lexus King versus Fandango. And you're like, oh, great.
And Fandango wasn't Fandango this week anymore. He was
Sorry, I
back
keep
to-
on calling him that.
No, but last week he played into the Fandango stuff from what I saw. This week he's back to what he is in TNA at the minute, which is part of a heel stable.
JDC.
He's the guy who takes the pinfalls in the system.
Wow, how
Yeah,
pathetic.
I know. That guy beat Chris Jericho on his WrestleMania debut.
Oh, God. Yes, he did.
Oh, I've been watching Total Divas again this week, lads.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Fantastic to go back and watch it.
We're not watching this.
No, the whole Eva Marie debacle where she was like, oh, yes, I can dance like the best of them. And so they have her do a tryout to be Fandango's dance partner. After Fandango dance partner number one went away, the brunette lady, I forgot what her name is. Anyway, she goes away. Then Eva Marie's like, I can dance, and she can't dance.
Was Summer Rae in the end?
Yes.
She was good, Summer Rae.
Oh, yes, very talented lady.
Yeah.
Her fights with Natalia, forgot how good they were.
Kind of the Harley Cameron of her day.
Yeah. Natalia grabs her by the hair and pulls her out of the car in the middle of the road.
Oh, wait, they fought on Total Divas?
Yeah.
Oh, my
They're
God.
kicking off on Natalia's front porch. It's unbelievable. Jim Neidhart's there teaching Lana how to do shot put. And wouldn't you know it, lads, she does the shot put, but it lands on a car. Ah!
That's not a real program.
It is.
I'm sure I've seen an episode once where like Natalia's annoyed at maybe Saraya Paige for like licking her in the ring or something. She was like, we didn't agree that you could lick me.
I've not seen that part, but I've seen the part where Saraya is winding up Natalia about Tyson Kidd being gay for Cesaro. So Natalia has to ring up Tyson Kidd and go, you don't fancy Cesaro, do you? And he's
What?
like, oh, he's the best tag team partner I've had. He can lift mountains, this man. And they're all going, he's gay.
That's class television. Why would you not fancy Cesaro? Surely she'd understand.
Yeah.
She'd be more worried. You don't not fancy Cesaro, do
Yeah,
you?
what's wrong with you? Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, great series had by all. I'm yet to see the Shoot Hurricane Rana.
I like that once
that's the only thing I've seen of
once
it.
Ross has finished quite a rigorous episode of Twin Peaks, he's like, how can I unwind? Told you.
Birds of a feather, Total Divas. Then I'm back.
Knowing this happening is what killed David Lynch.
Then I'm back on an even keel.
What an eclectic mix.
Where are we?
I don't know. Roxanne Perez complains to Ava about the top match being made a fatal four-way. Bailey tells her she should have thought about that before helping Cora win. She calls her an ugly idiot.
Ugly idiot.
Wow, I'm throwing in that one.
Gets
Bloody
a
hell.
pop as well. It was like Jericho-esque, where he just called
Yeah.
people stupid idiots. Like, you ugly idiot.
Cora Jade arrives and wonders what's all the commotion about.
Roxanne Perez
Motion.
is, I think, the least weathered-looking wrestler in the world, and Bailey's gone, you ugly idiot. It's so good.
Perez pretends to be fine, is excited about there being a new champ on Saturday. Cora says it'll be her and leaves. Roxanne says it'll be over her dead body.
Oh, and Ava's in the background going, "Ooh."
Yeah, like
No, she's going, ooh.
Yeah, she was. She had to bend right down.
Why is she not wrestling? She must be awful at the wrestling, bless her.
Well,
she was.
She won a tag match with the Schism, I think. Once.
Yeah, it was crap.
But that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All that training that she's presumably been doing. Presumably. Hopefully.
She's qualified. Kalani Jordan finds fatal influence backstage. If Fallon keeps her belt at Vengeance Day, Kalani wants a rematch. Fallon says she already beat Kalani, but Jordan says she hasn't faced this version of her yet, in brackets, the same woman.
Yeah, sorry.
Jada Parker interrupts and argues with Kalani over who should get a title shot. Ashante the Adonis lurks in the background and says Carmen Petrovic deserves a shot instead. Fatal influence leaves them to work it out.
Yeah, that cold-blooded Queen Carmen, he said with a straight face.
Cold-blooded queen.
Yeah. Kalani Jordan wasn't the best outing once again with the promo. I thought I'd find you guys here. If you keep that thing
The place you were.
on Saturday, I want a shot. You haven't faced this version of Kalani Jordan. It's the same criticism, but I think it's still valid.
What have I missed with how she changed? She more
Nothing.
ruthless now.
You were here when she changed. It's been weeks in the making, yeah.
Oh, and she started to stand up for herself
Yeah.
backstage. She didn't really.
Last
though.
week when Jada Parker was just sat on the announce table at ringside and she lost her temper?
Yeah,
after
that was it.
And the decision got reversed.
She's doing a bit
She
of a-
lost her temper that much after the match ended.
Yeah, this version of me, the loser version of me.
Yeah, the
who
one who's
lost
not
last
a
week.
champion anymore. It's unfair to put Kalani in a promo off with
Jada.
Fatal Influence are all charismatic, but yeah, especially Jada and Ashante. He's funny, but Jada comes on and just starts rinsing everyone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
poor Kalani, man.
Quite an episode of NXT this was.
Oh,
We're
it's great.
back.
back on form.
Yeah.
Zari wins her match against Nikita Lyons. She celebrates with Sol Rooker because they're busy mates.
I didn't know what else to say.
I thought this match humped, guys.
I've
Is
also
it
agreed.
the best
Yeah.
ever Nikita Lyons match?
Oh, 100%. She was making Booker T purr. At ringside, Vic Joseph had to make. Vic's becoming a bit like JR, and he's setting up Booker for these like Jerry the King Lawler moments.
Yeah.
That's becoming more
He's
obvious as the
getting
week's
it,
gone on. Nikita with the shoot kicks, she's got them down to a T. Zari couldn't live with their poppiness and their snappiness. The split leg Steiner recliner looked very good as well, and I don't mean that from a Booker T perspective. I mean that in terms of she was cranking that neck down more than Scotty would do.
Yeah, no, he's right. You're
Yes,
right.
yes. I'm I saying Nikita Lyons' Steiner recliner is better than Scott Steiner's? Yes, I am.
Maybe better than a latter day Scott Steiner's.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Oh, all
Yeah,
the
Scott
days.
Steiner now.
Yeah. Imagine Scott doing the splits now.
Ow.
Big pop. No. Two moves.
Pop and knees.
Big pop a hip.
Yeah.
My ambulance is the hookup.
But I said Nikita was on top.
The sirens. They're just waiting outside. I can't believe I'm dissing a man as terrifying as Scott Steiner.
Yeah. We could take him.
We
couldn't.
We
take
were
him.
so intimidated when we saw him. That was a scary.
Because I thought he picked up an onion and just bit into it, but
Yeah.
it was just a really apple-like,
we walked,
onion-like
we
apple.
walked
Sorry.
past him at a WrestleCon once,
Yeah.
and it was probably the first time we'd seen that many big names in person, these wrestlers. And we just walked past Scott Steiner's table, and he ate 3/4 of an apple in one bite. We were like, let's walk quick. And I think we accelerated to let's go and see Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah, he hates apples.
Yeah.
I bought a shirt off him and I saw the design and went, oh, I know the person who made that, because James Vanderbeek online.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, what do you mean? I made it. It's my face. I went, all right, Scott Steiner, whatever you say.
Oh, God.
But yeah, a quick, simple, big wrestling match here. Nikita looked fine here, working 3 minutes. I'm not kidding. A good role for her.
Do you mean fine or do you mean fine?
No, I meant fine, adequate.
Imagine her at the beach, though.
No. What do you reckon about her? Who's better in a bikini, Maffew? Sol Rooker.
It's got the wrong person here.
But this was
Yeah, go to the beach and stay there. Don't come back.
This was the Triple H match
Sorry.
formula because Nikita was on top, but then 2 moves, and that's the end of the match.
That's all I wanted.
I'm just a bit worried, guys, that she's going to ruin Zarya and Sol's training session at the beach next week. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Why am I serious about it? I don't know what's going on. Do you remember that one where I think Who was it?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Gigi and someone. No, Fatal Attraction got their shoes stolen
was it,
by
yeah.
Roxanne and Cora.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't walk on the hot
You
sand.
have to walk on the hot sand.
That
That hot sand you hear at the beach.
That's no
in
joke.
Florida.
No, that's really
no
hard.
joke.
Yeah, I know, but like,
But it wasn't like riveting wrestling.
oh no.
No, it was great.
Their feet are hot.
The heels got to come up and. I mean, if the heels are hot, that means they get blistered. That means they can't do their training. It was a very well thought out
The
plan.
heels. Oh, wow. Heels and heels. Brilliant.
Wow, it's deep.
Yeah.
We get an Ethan Page vignette. Ooh. He isn't surprised that Javon Evans still wants to go ahead with their match because he thinks with his heart over his head. Oh, that makes sense, actually. Javon has a big future ahead of him, maybe even representing the entire future of WWE, but he can't help risking it all to get his hands on Ethan. He's got $1 million smile, but a 10-cent brain.
I like that line.
Yeah. What happens to Javon at VD isn't Page's fault, but it'll be 10 times worse than before.
Than like what he did to him before. It's
right,
not my
okay.
fault what I'm going to do to you, but it will be worse. I thought it was
Yeah.
absolutely fine. what
Yeah,
he did.
effective promo package for this new version of Ethan.
Looks, it's the Dharmas. I'm telling you, wear a pair of Dharmas. Look at
Yeah.
Ricochet. Look at Ethan Page. Put a pair of Dharmas on. You become 10 times more evil than you were before, and it's a benefit to your wrestling career.
Yeah.
That's right. You listening, wrestlers?
Yeah.
Buy
Wrestlers.
glasses
Get your Dharmas out.
for the lads. Trick Willie is interviewed up on the balcony, and he accepts Eddie Thorpe's challenge. He's going to whoop that trick, believe it or not.
Yeah, it was just to confirm the match, wasn't it?
I was really concerned for Trick in this segment because obviously they're up on the Regal nest, plinth, whatever the hell we want to call it.
yeah, right.
Regal position. Trick was so oiled up.
He was.
Let on that barricade, he would have gone.
It was pornographic.
Oh my God.
He would have. I've not seen anyone take a bum like that since Gronk when he fell off. What a WrestleMania that was.
What a risk that was, though, from Trick being that
Yeah.
close to a high edge, that oiled up.
That was like the
That's
last.
how mad he was.
That was like the last positive PR Vince McMahon ever got. It was when you had the
nearly
footage came out-
dying.
the footage came out of him jumping off the thing. Yeah.
Yep. And then Ricky Starks is in the crowd.
Is
What
it?
the hell? Oh, well, so somebody who used to go by the name. If NXT is the future of wrestling, he says it needs an absolute superstar of the future. If it's the hottest brand, it needs the hottest free agent around. Don't let the handsome face and expensive fragrance fool you. He's here to turn NXT upside down. The revolution will be televised again. Can we all do the hand thing on 3? 1,
I don't
2,
like the hand
3.
thing.
You don't like the
I
hand
don't
thing?
like it. I think he looks a bit silly when he does it.
That's just because you haven't got that Kavorka.
I don't know. I don't.
You
I
could
mean,
do that.
Ricky Starks is the only person who I think comprehensively beat MJF in a promo off once. Do you remember when he just
Oh, it was great,
just
wasn't it?
destroyed him? I remember you on the road. You were a little nerd. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I remember that was so
You,
good.
you were like my little bitch friend. And I'm just going, your mother's a whore. He's like, yeah, whatever, mate, go in. It was so good. I am excited for him. And in fact, the big question this week is, how will Ricky Starks do in WWE?
It's Cultaholics.
It certainly is. Wow, look at that segue. Isn't that great?
He will take the title from Oba.
Oh,
I'm going for it. I think he will take the title around Survivor Series-ish. Or
That late?
maybe the first PLE of next year. This is Oba we're talking about, Maffew.
Oh, yeah, right.
This is Oba. Or maybe the first one of next year. Maybe they do like a new beginning like they did this year, although it doesn't quite fit because there won't be a new TV deal next year. Nonetheless, I think he will be the one to take it off him. I think him being NXT is the perfect place to be. Apparently, the reason is because the WrestleMania card is all sewn up, so there's no room for him on the main roster. So put him in NXT. I think it's the men's main event division needs him, and I think he will flourish.
it's all set up for him so well. And this is a chance to get some other people in the thumbnail if you want, Joel. Because he's got friends in the right places. Cody likes him. Punk likes him. And unfortunately, that is important in wrestling, so
Yep.
you know, and all that sort of stuff. But in this case with Ricky Starks, it's just to get him to where he deserves to be. It's not like he's going to be pushed beyond his talent, because he is very, very good. But we've seen people before be very, very good and not know the right people or not have the right political clout or whatever, and then get underutilized. But Starks has both. He's got the talent. He's got the friends. It's all there for him. He just needs to take it. Sorry.
Well done, mate.
I hope he doesn't turn down any creative. Oh, dirty sheets.
I think on the main roster there'll be people. He feels like not only a wrestler that fans think is good, but you know when there's clearly like a wrestler's wrestler. Brody Lee was one where the wrestlers absolutely loved him as well. And you think there'll be people who like want to actively feud with Starks once he makes it to the main roster. Like bigger names will be like, I want to wrestle him.
I reckon
Right.
the Undertaker might come back, you know?
What?
You see Undertaker live react to NXT this week.
No.
Him and
Should we
Bubba...
dead react? How
Him
man?
and, him and Bubba Dudley are doing some busted up.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
God. Yeah, please.
And they're watching NXT and Undertaker's like, whoa, is that Ricky Stark's leg? And then Bubba is like, oh my God, we is? What? I know who he is.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I know who he is. I'm Bubba Webb Dubway.
So did they?
Oh, dear
did
me.
it come
These are
across?
precious, man. They're so good. You think they were really here?
I'm assuming they absolutely knew that he was going to come out.
I probably, yeah.
Why
but-
else would they be?
Well, they
live
work for
reacting to it?
WWE, so.
But
Well,
take
yeah.
it till the story of how, like, I think it was 2016, I think you said, when he was getting ready for Shane McMahon, Hell in a Cell.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever Jimmy was training at, Ricky Starks was there every single day and was always respectful and this, that, and the other. Then eventually Ricky helped him get ready for his match with Shane.
Oh.
Never since then have had a relationship.
Oh,
Ricky
he's
Starks.
to blame for that match.
Ricky Starks was his sparring, like his.
Yeah,
for
him
the
and
Shane.
Aaron So, because there's a clip
Aaron
on,
Solo, yeah.
clip on YouTube of Aaron and Ricky sitting down having their their dinner with Undertaker, isn't it?
Right, because they're in that tag team that I always forget the name of, because they're in progress a
Oh
few
right,
times.
okay. Ricky and Aaron.
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting because I'd imagine that Shane McMahon's like deceptively big, and Undertaker would want to wrestle someone Shane's size. But when you're Undertaker, everyone's small, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
So I Undertaker was rooting for him, so it seems like Ricky's a nice fella.
Sweet. So that's Undertaker and Ricky Starks in the thumbnail this week.
Yeah.
Punk and Cody can be in there as well.
There you go.
Triple H if you want. Ava.
No.
Not Ava.
No, get rid of that last one. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm very positive. Always been positive about Ricky Starks. I think it was amazing AEW. It's amazing now I'm seeing, again, I'm not paying attention to everybody online, talking to the people that I respect and talk to are like, Ricky Schmicky. I'm like, no, that was a John Cena film.
Hey.
Thank you. And they go, oh, no, he just wasn't that good. I didn't see the hype around him. I'm like,
people say that?
I'm just like, are you just saying this because you're not watching AEW or because there's a lot of anti-AEW-ness? Do you not see when he was fantastic?
Strap match with Brian.
Yeah, so many great moments.
Yeah.
And, I'm very confused by
I
it.
schooled Cope.
Yeah, so I can't wait for people to go,
Cope was so angry.
that was so funny.
You bug-eyed old bastard. You.
Cope can,
Hey, look at the edge. Should have broke.
Cope can take it.
Oh, grumpy old man.
Yeah.
He was high spirits this week. We'll get on to it.
Oh, yeah.
He was Joker Cope, wasn't he? He was
Wow,
like a
yeah.
prankster.
Cope sure showed Ricky, yeah.
I guess the most interesting thing about, well, apart from the fact he was in the shed, is the fact that nobody mentioned him by name. He was like, you know who I am. Vic said, we know who that is. Obviously, it's just something to come down with, like, the trademark maybe of the name and getting merch ready and all that kind of stuff. And
He's going to be Osiris Griffin. No, he's not going to be Osiris Griffin. We'll learn
Osiris
that.
has gone back. So Osiris.
Oh, really?
Could you Google WWE Osiris on Twitter, please, Joe?
Have you heard about this?
This guy, so there was a load of names that were getting trademarked this week. I'm trying to find the list
like
of names quickly.
Braxton Waxton and all that.
Loads of NXT names,
yeah.
yeah. And the guy who got the name was Joshua Black. So he's now called Osiris Griffin. If you scroll down his tweets, please,
He might have
Joel.
deleted them.
He's gone back on it now because he didn't seem to be too happy with the fact.
Oh, my God.
I need to be a bit quicker than that. 'Cause I'm on the main roster.
Parkour.
What?
Parkour. Keep going down till you see a big picture of Peter Griffin dressed as a pharaoh. If it's still there, it
It
should.
might have-
There you go.
there we go, yeah.
And there's a couple just before that. He's tweeting out weird new at for me with the shocked face emoji. And then he's like, "Damn, I really got to hold an Egyptian seminar for you lot, huh?
Yeah.
Someone make me a Zoom meeting in the near future." It seemed like he didn't quite like his new name.
Yeah.
But now he's gone back saying this means a lot to me, and I'll make it mean a lot to you. I saw the tweet.
Okay.
But yeah, this week, Maffew, there's loads of new names traded. Do you want to see
Oh,
what they were?
God, they're clearly all written by the same person.
Harley Riggins.
Holly Riggins.
Thoughts?
Not good?
None.
Aria Bennett.
Okay.
That's normal, yeah.
Braxton Cole.
So NXT.
Mason Holiday.
Oh, there we go. A Mason's holiday. Hang on. What are we trying to say here? Like,
Summer Sorrell, who has been claimed by a blonde lady. I
No
saw on Twitter
way.
as well. Yeah, who would have thought?
wow, I can't believe that.
Hayes Jameson.
So NXT. That one's almost like a Chuck Taylor name.
If you have too much Emerson, you do get in a haze.
Hey.
Hayes Jameson.
Tate Wilder.
Wow,
NXT.
American.
Jax Presley.
Jax.
What? Presley? No.
Osiris Griffin.
Best one.
Draco Knox.
Draco Knox.
This next one's a good one. Trill London. Trill London. And then finally Chantel Monroe.
Okay.
Okay. that was-
So-
Chantel Monroe.
We've
It's just
got-
the last time I went to school.
We've got Osiris and we've got Summer Sorrell accounted for. I can't wait to see who the other ones are.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's so Osiris wasn't that happy at first.
Yeah.
Right.
He's retconned it.
well,
Osiris.
well done,
But
Ricky, or should we call you Summer?
If you were going to give Ricky Starks one of those names, which one would you go for? I reckon he
Mason
looks like a
Holiday.
Jax Presley.
He is hot, so I mean, I want to go for someone.
Jax-
But yeah, Jax Presley, he could pull that off. Yeah, though it was a distinct type of person with a distinct type of aura to pull off the surname Presley.
See if you can pull off Chantal Monroe. That'd be quite interesting.
I wonder what Trill London.
Trill.
Have you ever heard that? That's a name I've never come across.
Trill London sounds so what they'd give to like ex-NFL guys coming in. I'm Trill London.
Is it bad because of like just how bad they are with like the depictions of English people? I think they're going to go like, hello,
Pip, pip.
I'm Trill.
I played for the London Silly Nannies, a Family Guy joke, isn't it? The London Silly Nannies.
Yes.
It might be an English person.
Trill.
Apparently,
Trill
in Sussex
London.
and Kent, the nickname is Trill. From Middle English, which means turn, roll, whirl, spin.
I've never met a Trill.
Spin in London.
Wow, you been for a little trill, have you?
Oh my God, Dick Van Dyke is confirmed for next year. For people who listen to the podcast who work for the beat, we were kidding.
Why do they always... whenever this happens, it's always the same Braxton, Craxton, Waxton. It's all like, it's all that. And then
Jackson Riker.
We'll just take a famous person's name, Bourne, like from pop culture. Oh, Presley. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
mad. Yeah.
Crazy.
I guess we'll have a Dylan coming round soon then.
Yes. Dylan, the best a man could get.
Eric Bischoff compared this debut
That's a
of Ricky.
silly name. Who'd be called Eric Bischoff in rest? Oh, sorry, carry on.
This is his thoughts on the debut of Ricky Starks.
Oh,
He says,
God.
Starks is on a rocket. The subtleties in which he was introed engaged fans instantly and created momentum immediately. Now, this is the part, Maffew. It's been done before with the sunglasses on the face emoji, but not better than this. So in this tweet here, Mr. Bischoff is saying Ricky's debut was superior to your likes of your Scott Halls, your Lex Lugers, Kevin Nash's. Thoughts on that one?
I can't remember the Luger one. Oh, no,
the
oh,
Luger one,
yeah.
The first Nitro.
That
think-
lovely blouse he had on.
Wrestling was different then. It's hard to compare the two. It can't be better than the Outsiders one because it's the Scott Hall one because that's iconic.
Yeah, I think anytime Bischoff can praise something that's making reference or homaging something he's done, he's going to praise it because he's not dumb.
But he said
stole
it's
it
better
from-
than his.
He stole it from Japan though, didn't he? The NWO idea.
The stable name, the stable idea.
He went to
like-
watch a show in Japan.
Yeah, Great Muta didn't come out and
And
goes,
it
you know
was-
who I am in all Japan.
Was it UW? Was the invasion?
There's differing ones which version of that was
Okay.
homage because it's happened a bunch of times, long story short.
It's a wrestling trope.
But he's denied it.
But he's made
like,
it-
because he denies anything that's negative
Well, he
about
did
him
the
because
most
he's very
famous
smart.
one. Yeah.
He's so great.
It was-
Hey, Bischoff, remember that bad thing you did? No, I don't recall.
It was a good.
So great. So great.
It was a good debut, and it felt bigger than anything else on the show. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ricky. NXT is saved.
Yes. Yeah.
It was never not safe.
Well, sorry, the main event men's scene is saved.
Correct.
Thank you. Stephanie Vaquer and Julia wish each other luck for the matches on Saturday. Steph says after she becomes North American champ, there's only one thing left to do. She looks at Julia's belt, and both are interrupted by Ridge Holland clumping past his way to the ring. Clumpy, clumpy, clump. I'm a big Yorkshireman.
Yep. That's what he said. Hey, up.
That should be the start of his song. I'm a big Yorkshireman.
Excuse me, love. I'm on my way to ring.
All that was missing him was like picking up a bit of toast and eating it like the way they always do in the subs. Oh,
I saw. I've still not watched
Oh,
the
it's a bit
full.
hot, this bread.
I've still not watched the film, but I saw Baby Gromit trending. Apparently, there's an old picture of him and Wallace on the
it
film.
was his birthday on the 12th.
And it was that's why it was trending because it was.
Oh, that
Gromit's
always shows
birthday.
up. Yeah, it's
And he's
adorable,
a,
isn't
he's
it?
a little puppy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
Bless him.
Wallace had so much hair.
Yeah.
It's like Homer Simpson back in the day.
Yeah,
70s brothers, you know.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's like the show like, oh, this person was born in the 70s, just massive hair.
Yeah.
But either teasing the champion versus champion matchup between Gilly and Steve.
Yes, that's got to be the stand and deliver match, which makes me think that
yes.
Steve will not beat Fatal Influence or Fallon at the show.
She should.
She shan't.
She will.
She won't.
She will. She will.
They both reached for the gun.
Andre Chase
Oh, flippity
Yeah, I don't want to watch NXT anymore, actually.
bumps into his biggest fan, Cale Dixon.
Cale Dixon.
Kill him.
He's caught.
Kill him off.
We've seen this one before, haven't we? We've seen him before.
Kill him off.
Yeah. This is the exact same segment.
Hey, Mr.
Too
Chase.
excited. Needs to be felled.
Right. He's called Cale because he's green. He introduces Andre to Uriah Connors.
Uriah.
I tried to say
Connors.
Uriah Heath then, I'm sorry. They invite Andre to get lit with them, but he refuses because it's a school night.
Fair play.
Connors points out he doesn't have a school anymore, Mr. Chase. He sadly agrees. All habits die hard.
guess old habits die
Who
hard.
are these absolute fraud replacements? This is not the Chase U I knew and loved, says
See, I
someone.
wrote down in my notes, I guess all I have is no heart. So I think I've misheard that. So I've written down, they only asked you for a night out, pal. It's not that deep.
You're right, I'm literally dead inside.
He said old habits die hard, but I did have to rewind it because he put his hand over his mouth as he said it. I guess I have no heart.
For a few pints.
No, they were. I trust. Kale's a very pure boy. Uriah's his dealer. He's got a bum bag on. He's a bit more shifty,
I thought about that,
and he
yeah.
wasn't as excited about Mr. Chase. But if these are the, I'm guessing they're building up. These are the new Chase U. He's going to come back with these lads. I don't
You think
want
so?
these lads. Nothing against these boys. These lovely young boys. Where's Duke? Where's Thea? Where's even Riley? Riley.
Oh, God, I never even thought about him. He's been missing in action ever since the split up.
Yeah.
Same mission.
I'm so despondent about this new Chase U. It's not the same.
They're really unlikable, the pair of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see why they called him Kale Dixon. Obviously, the green bit for the Kale, but then the Dix for the Dixon. Green Dick should be his name. Gone back to the Trump, haven't I? Green Dick, that's what we call him.
Dick Golden Balls.
Yeah, it's just weird. Chase, Mr. Andre Chase is just hanging around the place that gives him PTSD. And it's like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. School.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't know what's happening here.
He's had everything ripped away, though, Maffew.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the news of Duke being released, I'd have a lot of hope because I'd think the story would be these frauds are the new Chase U. And then he
Right.
has to be reminded of the good old
Yeah,
days by
this
his
is
old
even
student.
right. This is even
This
worse.
is
I was
just
like,
like
oh
the
yeah,
bloodline.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But these new lads, I'm just getting Poochie vibes from like, there's the
Yeah.
cool kids in town. Like,
I hope Andre Chase gets his score back and fails both of them.
yeah.
The main event is Tony D versus Ridgey H for the North American title. Tony can't put Ridge away, so Izzy Dame starts to feed a crowbar through the cage. Feed a crowbar. Here you go, cage. Nom, nom, nom.
Oh.
Stacks tries to talk her out of it, but changes his mind and slides into the ring himself.
Slides the crowbar in the ring himself.
Yes. No, it's just, yeah, anyway. The plan backfires as Ridge gets the crowbar, but Tony somehow kicks out of a crowbar shot the back of the head. I hated that. I'll just recap
death.
everything,
That's
then we can tear it
death.
apart. Tony wins the match, but Ridge gets up first and brawls to the back with Stacks and Luca Crucifino. This allows Sean Spears' gang to arrive and surround Tony in the cage. Izzy Dame betrays him with a crowbar shot to the leg, and the heels beat him down. Izzy lays out Rizzo while Spears batters Tony with a chair. It's the most thrilling swerve since Bully Ray reveals a member of Aces and Eights.
It was very Aces and Eights. It was in a cage. There was a weapon. That's the only similarity.
Yes, apart from that, yes, it was exactly the same. What do you think, Ross?
Booker T was great at the start of this one.
He was, yes.
He was saying, one man will walk out as the North American, the NXT champion.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And then Vic to go, no, you're right the first time, mate. We're all excited.
Pretty Deadly did that, didn't they? We didn't mention that
did.
on SmackDown.
They did.
When they went, we'll take those NXT Tag Team Championships
Yes.
from you. Oh, it was Elton. Yeah,
Yeah.
bless him.
And everyone's carried on like they didn't
Yeah,
say
they
it.
just
very
carried
good, very good.
Yeah. Really good back and forth. I think this was Ridge's best match in ages. I don't know when it was, like at the start of that time period is, but age is what I'm going with. Nice moment with the powerbomb off the side of the cage with the near fall that followed. Stacks stealing Dame's thunder by throwing the crowbar in, which I thought was interesting because Tony has told them, I need to do this by myself, man. Yet Stacks sort of disobeyed his owner, leader, father,
Yeah.
legend. It might be the breakup angle for the Famalam, as I say there, because Stacks was told one thing, he did the opposite, and then the Izzy Dame stuff was telegraphed, or is it just because I've got a brilliant NXT mind? I don't know.
No.
That was telegraphed.
I thought the action was good, but I
Yeah.
thought the psychology of the match was all over the shop.
Yeah, that was
Tony,
it.
we know Tony D can kick out of a lot of stuff. He beat Oba twice. He got hit in the back of the head with a crowbar, swung by Ridge, who's a big boy, and he kicks out. And then he hit Ridge with it and did quite a normal spine buster.
Right.
And then they're both down. And then Ridge springs back up to his feet and starts attacking the family. And I'm like, did they have to rush to? It was like they had to change. They had to make it so contrived to get all the story in. And I wasn't a fan of it because of that.
Right. Up and down like a fiddler's elbow in terms of what they're going for here. I guess it was okay, yeah, because it's a cage, and I thought it worked well. You do one big move, I'll do another big move. We're going to the cage, all nice, and then it's just, all right, time for the story.
Tony's the hardest man in the world.
He is. He's a bit too super cedar for me at the minute. He needs knocked down a peg or two.
Has he ever wrestled? He must have wrestled Trick before. I just can't imagine either of them pinning the other. They're both so
Yeah,
strong.
that's impossible.
Yeah.
They'll probably both pin each other at the same time.
Yeah. And then, if the show goes off the air. And then, wait, why are they even turning on Tony? She wasn't able to get the title from Tony. And I got worried because I thought this would be the new dudes they've teased. And I thought, oh, it's Sean Spears and his mates. But then they appeared at the very end. Anyway,
yeah.
It's like, oh, thank God for that.
The hackers.
Yes.
Yeah, so the storyline is Izzy Dame didn't like the fact that Sean Spears fancied it, but clearly something's happened in between times that they are now working together. But now, obviously, Sean Spears will know all the secrets of the family. So advantage Spears in this feud against Tony D.
Yes, the secret was he doesn't like getting hit from behind with a crowbar. Thank you, Izzy Dame. We would never be able to figure that out by ourselves.
Gallus and Eddie got him locked up once, and then it didn't. But then the charges were dropped.
Why would you bring that up again?
Remember
Oh my
the scene?
God.
It was like something.
That's when the
from-
podcast was like 7 hours, and a
Yeah.
good 2 of that was NXT.
Oh, it was so good. It was him and Joe Coffey talking to each other through the glass of the prison. So good.
You mentioned Gallus there. His locker, Ridge's locker, is next. It goes Ober, Ridge, then the corner, then Gallus. Imagine that corner. All 3 members of Gallus in one little locker.
Yeah.
And then Ober and Ridge.
Yeah.
And also, did you see, I saw this on Twitter this week, Lola Vice revealed that's not even a real locker room, it's just a little tiny set in a big room. You see,
Which means she revealed it.
she was on, like, posing her ass on Instagram, you know how it goes. She was doing a, hey, I can shake my hips like Shakira. And you can see in the background just that set. It's tiny in this massive, like, warehouse room. My suspension of belief,
Whoa, there you go.
belief, I do declare, it's gone forever. I thought that was a real locker room.
They've done that before. I don't think they meant to do it, where they showed like the bits above the set one time. I think they did a brawl, and you looked up. It's like, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
where's the ceiling?
So
Anyway,
presumably
doesn't
the performance
matter.
center has actual changing rooms in it. Are they too good to use? Do they not look crap enough for NXT? We need to make
It's probably
this
easier just because they have the camera there. And the,
Oh, right. And the lighting
way.
and yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, because it has to look like, a TV show.
Yeah.
Bottles of JD and syringes everywhere.
Oh my god.
Right.
All the white powder all over the shop.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
Shawn,
wow,
that's just
okay.
Shawn Michaels' locker.
Hey, there's a joke. All right. Yeah, so this was just a bunch of stuff that happened. Oh, wow, Sean Spears versus Tony D. I don't care about the feud.
Oh,
It's quite
building up Nico.
It's quite a lot of matches on the card for an NXT one, isn't there? At the weekend. Are you doing it? Are you just
No,
doing
I've retired. I've officially retired.
bloody hell.
Mate, if you want to take over the mantle, you can.
I don't know if I'm doing my big walk, aren't I? So, the last
Through the
leg.
night.
No, not through the night. to be fair.
That'd be a quick run when he was asked to host this.
Through Newcastle on Saturday. Yeah, it would be. Oh, aye.
I seen Hooters is open on the big.
Yeah.
I have noticed that because I've been to Wendy's a few times.
Oh,
What's
is
it
it
like?
good? Is it good?
It's just
Burger.
American food. Isn't it?
Right.
So it was like, all right, Baconator made my heart stop for a bit. Sorry, don't think I'll do that
Sure,
again.
I've been to Wendy's, like WrestleMania trips like in
Yeah.
America. I
We've been to
can picture being across the table
we've been
from
to Whataburger.
cancelled and cancelled.
We've been to
Narrows it down.
we've been to Whataburger.
That was in the car, wasn't it, with
Yeah,
Eunice?
with Eunice and Carlos. Great pair. They drove us back from WrestleMania. They were very nice.
We were stranded.
They were just 2 people who had gone to the show and they were like, do you want to lift back to your hotel? We were like,
Trying to think out which wrestlers are they, but no.
we would love that, Carlos and Eunice.
Jack
Thank you.
nearly died.
Yeah, I was in the back and they have a dog. And I was like, do you guys have a dog? And they were like, yeah, we do. And I was. I'm
Sophie
allergic-
went, what? No.
He's eating me. No, he wasn't there. It's just, I was so allergic to that dog. Their poor dog.
Oh, you're allergic to the dog?
I'm allergic to dogs.
Ah.
People often act as if this is some sort of character flaw that I have. They're like, oh,
Allergic to love
Yeah.
and happiness.
Yeah.
it's not my fault.
I'm literally allergic to love.
But no, we've had that. I never had. Have you had In-N-Out burger?
No.
No, same.
I've had IHOP.
Ah,
Oh, that was a
Oh,
morning.
I thought it was.
That's where we saw cancelled and her partner Diana Parazzo that morning.
yeah. We got in their Uber. They got dropped off at IHOP as we were getting in the same Uber. Yeah,
What a small world, eh?
I know.
I listened to like a song with lots of cursing on the radio. I was good with me and radio. Yeah. And IHOP didn't do much for me. Cracker Barrel didn't do much for me.
Denny's is just your standard
Yeah.
on the road food one, isn't it?
I was most impressed with Sonic because of the crazy stuff you can get there. It's like, this isn't real.
Yeah,
It's like
Sonic
George's
was
Marvelous
amazing.
Medicine, but real.
What do you have?
I can't remember, but I think I blacked out.
It feels like it should
A lot
be
of like
allowed.
a year's worth of sugar in one meal.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Wouldn't do again.
This episode of NXT ended with another reveal of the four boys
right.
debuting at Vengeance Day at the weekend, and it's worrying because they've done that old thing of giving them like biker face coverings with skulls and bones on. and- yeah, it's a bit.
No,
It's a trope that's been done to death, and I fear for their lives.
It's got to be the best members of Aces and Eights Bubba Ray,
Ken Anderson.
Garrett Bischoff,
Wes Briscoe.
Wes Briscoe.
Do you want to know who one of them apparently is?
Okay. Wait, is this a spoiler?
Well, it's not been confirmed or denied,
Okay.
but it looks like it's him.
It's just more X stuff then.
Dion Lennox is apparently one of them.
Oh, hey. That's all right.
That's not
What,
confirmed.
Dion Lennox? So they're going to call it the Nexus.
Oh, crap. Is it
Lennox.
is it the Ascension? Not the Ascension. Is it the bloody... What are they called?
Huh?
Is it Retribution?
It looks like Retribution.
Oh, no.
But it's not. It's that sort of vibe, isn't it? Of like the skulls and the face coverings and
Yeah.
Yeah.
know,
So then one's presumably Mansoor.
No, it's not. Not actually red. No. What?
Wait,
They're
who's
different
No,
men.
the idea of the gimmick, not the
idea,
actual
yeah.
wrestlers. Yeah. So some of these are actually contracted wrestlers, and that is still illegal.
I thought you meant that Eminem were coming back to... Not that Eminem. Mason Mansoor were coming back to NXT.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Did I mention them?
Who's
Because you said like Retribution, and Jack has taken that to mean yes, the actual guys from Retribution.
Who's Dion Lennox?
Glasses, smart reading wrestler.
Handsome like
What's the
Ray.
name?
Not
of-
actually the
what's
guy in
name of-
Retribution.
What's Mace's name?
Mace,
Mace.
What's his real name?
Mr. Mace.
Oh, Mason Mansoor. Madden, not Lennox.
Des Madden. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Dion Madden, yeah.
Oh.
I've made a huge Dion.
Oh, he's done the AQA thing, explain his work now.
Yeah.
Well done.
The other three
I thought
lads
you were
were
just
apparently
having-
like level up wrestlers.
I thought Mason Mansoor were coming back, and I was so excited.
They're very much signed
Right,
by another company.
Handsome glasses man who reads. Oh,
Yeah.
right, fair enough.
But he fell out with Trick, didn't he? That's the last time we saw him.
He did.
The genesis of the heel turn and his biker friends.
So it's already NXT people. Okay.
Yes. And they will not be being appearing on AEW Dynamite.
Which you liked this show?
Very positive for this one.
Interesting.
Look, I'm trying to be positive to AEW when I can be. And
The main
lots of stuff to be
angle
positive.
is
the main
suspect.
angle was
Suspect.
wank. We'll get to that.
Suspect.
But everything else around it was
Yeah.
fine. Max Caster opens the show with a certificate saying that he can swim these 50 meters, proclaiming him the best wrestler alive because he ran Bowens and Billy out of the company. It's clear that he was always the real genius behind the Acclaimed. He issues another open challenge, which can be anybody but Hangman Page, so it's answered by Hangman Page, who wins a short match with the buckshot lariat.
Good healing from Max Caster. He's trademarked the best wrestler alive, which means he is the best wrestler alive. That was the certificate that he had. Good healing there. And then an open challenge when you're being chased by Hangman. Good healing there as well.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm glad the match didn't, because sometimes AEW fall in the trap of like, the guy's put up such a valiant fight, even though he's the heel and he's miles below the other. But they didn't hear.
This was exactly me.
It was exactly what it should have been.
Very anti-AEW to go, no, nice quick squash.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Good. We're
I
back.
love egg being on Max Caster's face.
He's good at it.
Fried one.
Eggy bastard. We get a hype package for the feud between Ricochet and Swerve Strickland. I missed last week, but Trevor appears to have stolen Prince Nana's lovely robe.
He has.
Oh my God.
Because he won.
Yep.
Fair enough.
He beat Swerve.
I saw that, yeah. He got stomped on the crowd barricade by Swerve or something like that.
Powerbomb.
Yeah. Ooh, we said.
Yeah, that's the noise he made when
Great
all the air came
times.
out of his lungs. The Death Riders defended trios titles against Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. The champs retained after a low blow from Wheeler Yuta. They prepared to beat their opponents down after the bell, but Daniel Garcia and 2.0 chased them away. They're back.
Angelo's back after being
Yeah.
married to Ruby and having a baby.
Yeah, that's right. He's come back from pregnancy. He looks great.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly's a Sunderland fan. That was said on commentary.
Yep.
What?
That was.
Yeah.
Do you not miss? Do you know
It's when
yeah.
he's going back and forth with Pac, and then it must have been Nigel. I
Yes.
can't imagine
of
him
course
else.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, Kyle O'Reilly's a big Sunderland fan, so this is bad blood.
And then he went, so what does that mean? And they had to explain it.
And then Excalibur has to like jump in because Shivani's like trying to explain to Nigel like NFL rivalries. Like it's like the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Oh,
probably.
that bit,
But then
right.
Excalibur can't help himself. He goes, except Sunderland and Newcastle are very geographically close. Actually, I was like, God, Excalibur, man, it's fine.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly loves Sunderland. Sunderland.
That's all right. Then Nigel's just said that because of Pac was being in the ring.
No, I think Kyle
No,
loves.
he can't like them. Not Von Wagner's best friend. He wouldn't be a Mackham.
Imagine Kyle.
This is why I
taking-
come turned on him.
Hey Vaughn, let's go to the Stadium of Light and try and watch the match. Imagine Kyle O'Reilly. Sunderland. No, he probably only said it because of Tyson Kidd did that at a Newcastle House show once. He wore the Sunderland shirt.
He did the research. Good lad.
Yeah. No, he loves the lads.
Oh, sorry. Yes, he loves the lads.
And Cesaro. I forgot the Death Riders were the trios champions because they never have the bloody belts on TV. So
Why
that took
don't
me
Yeah,
by
it's their
surprise.
first defense in 3 months.
Why don't they keep those ones in a briefcase? So many inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Because no one cares about this belt.
And he swore there. A poo load of wrestling in a match that ebbed and flowed. The heels take over, the babyfaces take over. Roddy Strong with a brilliant hot tag, throwing around those little bitches like there was no tomorrow. The super kick from Cole to a flying pack in the midst of his hot tag was probably my move of the match. And I've written down, potentially my move of the week. I'll go for it.
Whoa! Hey.
I'll go for it.
Oh, my. Oh, baby.
Good lad.
It was very good.
Thought it was over with the high-low from the UK, but no, it wasn't. I like the finish because it looked like the face was going to get the job done, but then some bollocks from the Great Utah ends it, and I liked how it started off being what they do every bloody week, but they were seen off by Angelo and Daddy and Garcia to stop them.
I thought you weren't going to like the finish because the finish itself is what we see all the time, just with Wheeler actually also pinning him. But he was in the match itself.
Yeah, it's more so the beat down after the bell.
Right, got you.
That really grinds my gears at the moment. But yeah, very good wrestling match.
Yeah, agree with everything you just said.
I mean, given the guys involved, of course.
It's weird that these lads would set up Matt Menard, Garcia, and Parker coming back. I'm like, okay, cool. Are they the guys going to challenge next? It seems like those would be the dudes that would set up the match for the UK to have the title shot.
I guess Garcia fits more in the Death Rider story than most.
Yeah, true.
Of being a pretender at the main event scene.
It's also nice to hear Adam Cole getting cheered. It seems like a bit weird, like, oh, is this, we're doing a...
The music might have played a part in that because they got a new theme, which isn't the heel theme.
They're just coming out to Cole's theme. That I think that definitely helps. And by the way, this along with Collision was in Texas, and God, are they lovely to wrestle in front of.
Rowdy,
they were
aren't they?
so loud and happy to be there. You're like, okay, good.
They just love their wrestling down
They
there.
love their wrestling. Cope ambushes John Moxley with a chair backstage and steals the briefcase from Marina Shafir. Jay White helps Cope lock Marina in a nearby room, and they run away with the case. Moxley frees Marina, and they walk menacingly in search of the faces.
So do you remember the promo Moxley cut a few weeks ago?
Oh, how could I not?
Where he says he doesn't give a toss about the physical belt because he is the embodiment of the champion. So Cope's nicked the physical thing he doesn't care about, which means nothing to me. Probably means nothing to Moxley at this point.
They've needed a reason for Moxley to accept Cope as his next challenger, even though it doesn't fit Moxley's agenda, what he wants to do. And they've settled upon the worst way. Not the worst. Cope's had a feud about shampoo before. But it really doesn't... It shows just a complete lack of attention paid to the rest of the angle. If they don't care about it, why should we care about it?
Well said. And it just feels like Cope is gone, I want creative over this.
Yeah.
Totally.
God, does it smell of
Because
it.
in every segment, he was the cool, funny one. And he was cool. And Jay White was there.
Hey, Switch!
And Jay Switch. And Jay White, his character is like the only people he's nice to, even if he's a face, he's only nice to Juice and his pals.
Right.
Why is he suddenly Cope's little sidekick going, like, hey, good one, Cope, you're as cool as me?
Yeah, you'll have a title shot, and I'll also have a title shot. You're like, what?
I've really soured on anything Cope does, and until he puts somebody over or makes someone else benefit from something he's involved in. Because going back to the Cope Open, nobody benefited apart from him.
Yep.
There were some good matches.
Good, yeah,
but
but everyone
who
has good
cares?
matches. Yeah, he always won.
Yeah.
He was always one step ahead of the up and comer.
I mean, he'll lose to Moxley probably, but it's going to take.
I'm not
there's going to be
convinced he will.
so much. Yeah,
Just 'cause it's him.
If he does,
He's Charlotte Flair and flannel.
if he does lose, he's going to. That's going to be the least clean win of all time. It's going to be like Hogan.
We're going to need a Cope.
It's gonna be like Hogan when he got the fake referee and the and all that.
And all that. MJF was interviewed backstage and insults his opponent tonight, local hero Dustin Rhodes. He insults the state of Texas and Dustin's AA meetings, but Hangman interrupts because this is his interview time. MJF knows Hangman isn't being himself these days, but he doesn't have the stomach to be the bad guy. Perhaps Hangman thinks he deserves an apology, but if anyone really deserves one, it's MJF for all the disrespect he suffered from the fans. He's going to teach everyone a lesson by battering Dustin tonight.
Don't mind this feud from MJF because he's actually got. I like the angle of like, you're not who you claim to be, Hangman. I'm a real villain. You're putting this on, and I like that actually. I think that's pretty good.
I thought this was a massive step in the right direction for MJF because it starts off with the low-hanging fruit and then Hangman comes in and is like, nah, who cares? Then he goes into more like, I've written down thought from in my notes, but more what the jibes are more, they're not the low hanging, they're more high hanging fruits.
They're meaningful.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, more meaningful.
Harder to reach fruits.
That's what. Yeah, whatever
He's being more of a. It's more the stuff
the
we've been
word?
praising in WWE. It's more. Yeah.
more thoughtful.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the word?
In depth. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Cerebral.
Cerebral,
cerebral.
There's
'Cause he
more
thinks
more oomph behind his jibes rather than just going, alcoholism, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that was a good step in the right direction and I look forward to this feud.
Yeah, to be honest, at the start, I'm like, oh, here comes MJF. Someone, blah, blah, blah. Because it doesn't know anything for me right now. But then, Paige is like, I'm going to batter you. I'm like, oh, we've just moved on from the Jeff Jarrett MJF feud then. Okay, good.
Yeah, was the Jarrett
Good.
just to set up the Dustin thing?
Yeah, now I
Or
realize.
Surely not.
Have they called an audible and gone, actually, we might need to pivot away from
Yeah,
this?
I don't know what the original idea was, but now they're actually just going to go, no, that was it. To set up this. You're like, oh, I'm fine with that then.
Because I was shocked that Jarrett didn't run in this match that's about to that happens later on. Has he?
I mean, I'm all right with it. If
I
he's-
guess,
if
yeah.
it's just like, look, that wasn't going the way we thought it was. I wasn't too excited to see it. I like Jarrett, but hey, MJF.
I hope they're in Nashville soon. They've already been in Nashville, haven't they, recently?
Jarrett can have
was in his
more
hometown.
fitting send-off, can't he? You can find someone else better to,
Yeah, he can wrestle Ric Flair again. The team of
He would lose.
Yes, he would.
The team of Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata won a squash match against Aaron Solo. Just talking about it. John Cruz and Rosario Grillo. Joe cuts a promo afterwards and christens his team the Ops.
Pow.
Yes, he's sick of Christian running and hiding, so he wants a trios match against the Patriarchy next week.
Lots of gangland language in this one. We're the Ops. We're going to catch you lacking, which means to find your op on the street without a weapon on them, you have your weapon on you. From what I can glean from the lyrics of the drill songs.
Thank you for that.
It's all right. I'm your street translator.
You really are.
Aye.
RGS boy. Hello, I can translate the streets.
Aye. It's like
My servant at school was from
Ops
the
is-
streets.
Oh my God. Ops is short for opponents, of course.
they are the opponents.
It's like
Yeah.
in drill songs, you're like, yeah, I just shot my op.
Oh.
But they're everyone's ops. That's why he was saying, like, we go to every place we go, we find people to disagree with.
Okay,
them.
I thought I meant
makes- it
like
kinda
special
makes sense.
ops, but I mean, yeah, I get ops that would have
Oh,
made
I
sense.
thought it meant like opposite.
I was thinking operatic singing,
Yeah,
They
yeah.
burst out into song after every
That'd be
match.
nice.
Luke's got a gorgeous voice.
That's Shibata. What, you can
Yeah.
hold a tune.
This is Google
I
Translate
can
device to
picture
sing from.
Shibata just having a golden voice, actually.
Yeah. When he was stood there with his hair still perfectly coiffed after a long and brutal wrestling match, I was like, wow, we were.
I was listening to a podcast that I think they'd done. I can't remember who it was. I feel bad.
Just during SmackDown again.
That was years ago. One
Sorry,
time.
mate. I'm sorry.
They'd done a whole podcast, like they'd done a whole series of like they got everyone who listens to them to vote on the greatest matches of all time. One of the highest ones was Shibata versus Okada, the one where he had to get his brain taken out. And they point out that there's a big difference between slicked hair back Shibata and then fluffy natural hair Shibata. And they're like, he looks small when he's got his fluffy hair on, but when he slicks it back, he looks like much more impressive somehow. And I was like, God, they are right. He looks great with slick back hair. Is he handsome, man? Yes, certainly.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell, yes.
Let's rank the three members of the Ops in terms of handsome.
In terms of handsomeness. Shibata,
Hook.
then Joe, then Hook.
Oh, no. Hook,
I think
Hook
Joe's the optimum physical being for a man.
is Hook.
Oh yeah, pick one of these three to be. It's Joe.
What's Hook then? Is he pretty rather
He's
than
too pretty,
handsome?
yeah.
Right, okay,
Pretty
right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I know it'd leave me for a bigger version of myself.
20.
If I'm Samoa Joe in this situation, you're gonna go like it. There's bigger ones in you.
I'm just imagining a 9 foot tall Maffew.
Which one would
you do?
Which one would look best in a bikini?
Beach. I think that Hook looks most like a surfer boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Best in a bikini in the three of them?
I thought you said at the beach, not in a bikini.
But all the above.
You can do what you like when you look like these.
Yeah.
Next week's feud with Nikita Lyons and Sol Rucker.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're on the beach. And, oh no,
We'll get the
sorry,
ops involved down at the beach.
Yeah,
Pow, pow.
it's on site, etc.
Yeah,
the
the
beach,
The bees.
the beach in Nashville, or wherever we were at. Renee interviews Jericho and Brian Keith backstage. Jericho is fine with Keith, despite him failing to take care of Bandito on Collision. Jericho is going to deal with Bandito himself and challenges him to a showdown in the ring.
Chris needs to F off, right? F
Just
off.
end that bit there.
F off this turf, right? Because once again, second week in a row, he's mentioned teachable moments as if it's his catchphrase.
Oh, you can't do that.
He needs to F off. Because that's not his. That's Andre Chase's.
Yeah, teachable moments.
no one else's.
Too specific. It's not like when
too soon.
It's not like when Mandy Rose was annoyed at Tiffany for stealing
that was hilarious.
catchphrase because
That's
that
the way she said it was the same.
What was it? Put some
Put
respect,
some respect on my name. No one said that before, Mandy Rose.
But this teachable moment is far too specific. That's an Andre Chase original.
It's discussed. He thinks no one watches NXT.
And he's wrong.
People watch it than AEW.
Oh, no.
They do it the minute.
Chris. I'm saying
In a
facts.
bad way. In a bad way.
Oh, well, anyway.
Marina Shafir interrupts a Willow Nightingale interview and beats her down. John Moxley walks into shot and tells Cope he's a dead man walking. He does look a bit bad like.
Rolling.
Yeah.
Cope.
Cope.
Willow's going back to Japan. Good for her.
Yeah. Before she just got battered. So
Yep.
sad, man.
Bye.
Why doesn't Marina, who's hard enough to beat up everyone on the roster and some of the men in like after match segments and stuff, why didn't she go for the belt? Probably
Because there's not many faces with belts right
because
now.
they don't care about belts.
And,
They're all
sorry,
champions
and-
inside.
Yeah. Jericho and Bandito meet in the ring, and they are both cowboys.
Yeah,
Well,
I was proud of that sentence.
There you go. Well done, mate. They walk 10 paces from each other, which is more than Jericho usually is able to do, and prepare to fight. But Brian Keith helps Jericho beat Bandito down. The Outrunners make the save, but while they brawl with Jericho and Keith from the outside, Big Bill arrives with Bandito's wanted poster and prepares to chokeslam him. Powerhouse Hobbs makes a save and again rips a shirt, bloody hell, and hits Bill the big spine buster. He and Bandito stand tall.
I'm going to get accused of having an anti-Jericho...
I don't think you are.
All right. Because he's obviously seen how well the Brian Keith and Bandito standoff spot went during their match on Collision.
Yeah.
And gone, I'll do this, guys.
Exactly, yeah.
But with lights and fancier hats and ha 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 ha. We saw it, Chris. It's not yours. Stop trying to take everyone else's thunder. Dickhead.
Yeah,
Yep.
this reminded me so much of a weirdest episode I did on a Nitro once, which had Ric Flair versus Vince Russo in a steel cage
With the blood coming down.
with the red.
Yeah.
It's the red.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But just the match before that was meant to be Hulk Hogan versus Horace Hogan, the Hogan Derby. It's just on Nitro. And Hogan, before the match, goes like, by the way, this match is also a cage match. And also at the pay-per-view, if I lose, then I'll retire. And Flair was going to do the same at the pay. Hogan just undercut Flair in two ways. And that's what Jericho's done here to the Ric Flair of AEW, Brian Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good parts of the segment, though. Good to see Bandito on
The Ric Flair of
AEW.
AEW is Ric Flair, sorry. I forgot that he was... Yeah.
And also the Hobbs Big Bill, not getting forgotten about.
Yeah,
Looking
that's
forward to
good.
that. Hoss
Yeah.
off.
And
Yep.
I quite like, not as a full-time tag team, but Hobbs and Bandito as an oddball pairing. Quite like that.
I can't wait for everyone to get away from Jericho.
Yeah.
Cope and Jay White are just a couple of cool guys, and they cut a cool promo on Moxie and the Death Riders. If Moxie wants the briefcase back, all he needs to do is meet them in the ring at the end of tonight's show.
The vibes of this promo infuriated me.
It got off to a good start, though. When Jay White was like, we're going to paint the canvas with the blood of the Death Riders, like, yes, good.
That's what you sound like normally, Jay White.
But then, I'll let you continue.
Well, I don't know what else to say. It's just Cope's all leaning on. He's leaning all the time. Hey, we've got your briefcase, mate. And then Jay White's going like, that's right. He's a pretty cool guy, my friend Edge. And it's just it's Cope's insistence. It's Cope's insistence on being above everything. He's so cool and untouchable, and he's really hard and he wins all the time, and you're going to have to break his neck to beat him. And he's all these things in one, and I can't...
It's how you'd write yourself when you're a kid. Like, if I was a wrestler, my name would be Big Cool Dude.
It's like when you get Pez or FIFA back in the day and you
Yeah.
create yourself. When you used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You make yourself 7'5",
Yeah.
pace 90, shot 90,
Yeah.
or 99. Because at the bit where he goes like, yeah, he's holding a briefcase. He's like, well, I've held one of these things a few times. Nothing to do with the storyline.
Yeah, why did he mention Money in the Bank?
It's just like,
Yeah.
I want him to make someone else look good
But-
apart from him.
Do you remember that thing I did years ago?
And also because he was
I can't.
because he was in Cope's orbit, Jay White had to pretend that was a good. He went,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah.
Great
Well,
one,
I saw
yeah.
that. Why did you care about that, Jay White?
I saw that when I was a young'un.
Like, thanks, Jay.
I stayed up until 2 p.m. in New Zealand.
I'm helping my friend get this shot that I also have inexplicably. What?
Yeah. So I
I'm Jay White. I'm so cool. I've not thought this plan through at all.
It's not Jay. It's not Jay's fault.
Dame M. Average.
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually like Jay more.
Are they dead or not? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. But
Oh, bollocks.
Big Barry, I think he's dead.
Cope killed Dame. It's nothing sacred.
I had to like. I think I like Jay more because he's had to suffer through this.
Jay
Like,
Moore, the comedian.
No,
Sorry.
Jay White more.
Oh, okay.
Because he did this through gritted teeth, and bless him, he tried his best to be Cope's cool sidekick.
Yeah.
Hey, Switch.
Switch. Dustin Rhodes is about to show MJF why he's the last of his kind. Bitch. MJF wins. forcing Dustin to pass out in the crossface. Good week for the Benoits.
I didn't mean to. I nearly fell off my chair remembering that I said
The
that.
thing that you said. He applies the salt of the earth after the bell, but Hangman Page makes the save. MJF pretends to back away but tackles Page and they brawl as security try to separate them. They fight in the crowd where MJF tries to throw Hangman off a balcony. Finally, Page is dragged away by security, so MJF gets in the ring and calls him a coward. Hangman says them fighting words, charges back out and they continue to brawl. After break, we learn that Tony Khan has officially booked a face-to-face between the two next week. That is Ava logic.
Yeah, that's bad from Tony there. But the brawl felt like sort of WWE brawl, like a Cody brawl or whatever.
I thought that as well.
Yeah, but in a good way, I suppose.
I thought this was the best thing on the show from start to finish, me. I thought the match, it felt like a big pay-per-view thing from the promo from Dustin and Renee going, yeah, you get him, Dustin. Yeah, you badass boy. To the hometown crowd.
You sound like train guy. See you, Carl.
Get like a cappuccino, Dustin. But yeah, the reaction from the hometown crowd for the hometown boy, Dustin, it felt like a big pay-per-view match. There was no adverts, which I thought was a good thing as well. MJF, of course, played his role very well indeed, all the stuff with the crowd. He was on form after a period of being maybe lazily written and presented. I've written down in my notes, but I think he was more on form this week. A good back and forth, a crossroads for a near fall from Dustin, a near fall for MJF off one of those soft pile drivers, Maffew, that he could take in his sleep. Dustin passes out because, of course, that's how it was going to happen. He would never tap out on his hometown, but it was a really good back and forth. Dustin is a medical marvel.
Yes. And I thought the drama of the final submission struggle bit was really well done by Dustin as well. And MJF too. He's like cranking back on the thing. Dustin gives you hope. Then he pulls him back, transitions into the CB. And then
CBBs.
Is that what you call him? Hey, CB.
that's what Cope would go.
Me and got a little CB here.
Imagine not to make light of Benoit or anything, but imagine if Benoit.
Very thought, yeah.
But imagine back in the day if somehow Benoit had to do what Jay White did and pretend to be like a goofy pal. He wouldn't be able to do it. He'd just be seething next to him.
Yeah, even with like when he was teaming up with Jericho, it's like they're like, no, make Jericho say something dumb, and Benoit just grins maniacally next to him.
They should have done.
They looked at you dancing, stand back.
They were basically Lance Storm and Al Snow, weren't they?
Yes.
Sorry, Steve Blackman and Al Snow. Sorry.
Oh right, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and he was the cheese.
I agree with Ross on the match though. I thought it was really, really good. And then I quite enjoyed the brawl after as well.
I agree with that, and I don't really care about Dustin anymore. But this match I was very impressed with. I'm like, whatever. I'm
Has
just
he
like,
not given you enough over the years?
I think that's it. I'm like, you're doing too much.
That's gold dust.
Yeah. I don't have to like everything they ever do. Bloody hell!
I didn't quite.
I didn't sign up for that. I'm hang on. I'm saying a compliment here. I don't even care about him, but I got into this match because of the work they were doing and the amazing crowd, and the finish and everything else like that. There was no way he was winning, but the crowd thought he was.
Yes,
and I'll say well done. And then the feud, the beef afterwards, fantastic. No Double J thing. Paige has got a bit of a direction after beefing with Christopher Daniels for some reason. I'm not sure what that was about. And
to give him his heart back.
Yeah,
he feels bad now.
So he's going after MJF. Yep, I'll support that. And it's also funny to me, though, that Dustin has 2 tag team partners because he's got 2 sets of belts in Ring of Honor, and neither of them showed up to help him.
Sammy and who? Who's the other one?
Yeah, who is the other one?
I thought he was the 6-man tag champ with the Von Erich kids.
Oh, the Von Erichs, yeah, of course.
And where would they be here in Texas?
Yeah. And his
That was state for them.
His team with Sammy is literally called the Sons of Texas.
That's right. Another I forget he's Texan.
Maybe their horses were at the watering hole for too long.
Oh, was it that like the Smoking Guns weren't in the tag team tournament in '95, even though they should have been? And Vince said, "Well, Barkan's out because a horse fell on them." Official explanation they gave.
I saw that on Instagram this week. Some lass riding a horse and it goes backwards and falls on her.
Oh my god!
I think
that doesn't surprise me as much as it used to when you'd say, "Oh, I saw something horrible the other day."
Big white horse. I think it
awful.
shattered her pelvis. I think I remember.
That's probably like quite lucky that it was just that.
Yeah.
I'm scared of horses, mate. I can't believe we've tamed and befriended them over the centuries.
I also saw a video of a.
Can you believe
What
it?
happened? What happened?
I can't believe it.
We're in a wrestling podcast 10 seconds ago.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Hey, see what horrible thing I've seen.
can't believe
I'm scared of horses, me.
Of course I am.
My algorithm also plucked up a.
Oh, no.
It was either a duck or a goose.
Can't wait.
Or a swan.
All right.
Some
all right, okay.
bird with a neck.
Something with feathers.
And it gets kicked in the face by a horse, like back, hoof, and it goes down and its life is over.
What, even like
That's my algorithm at the minute.
What do you want, like r/horse death?
No, it's just my algorithm. I don't know what it is. Like Kayla the other day, she was like, I was streaming.
Yeah, go on, tell us more. Go on.
Kayla, I was streaming the other day. She comes in the office now so I can give her a lift home. And she sat there giggling, like, what are you doing while I'm streaming? Like, I'm trying to win the league with Sunderland here. And she's like, look at this baby. And it's just this baby falling off a sofa.
Oh my God.
Splat on the floor, and she's cackling. Then it becomes
Because the horse pushed it off. or
No,
what?
there was no horse involved.
Oh, I don't care then.
No horseplay, no. But then there's obviously on the Discord now that was set up for Hold and Give, there's a bunch of sickos on there. Subscribe if you want to. It's in the description of the last stream. And there's a clip on EastEnders of a baby falling off a plinth, and it just lands on the floor with like it's made of plastic. And that's been making everyone laugh this week.
What's going on with the world?
It is quite a funny clip of a baby. You don't see the baby. It's EastEnders. You don't see the baby.
Why is there a plinth? Why is the baby on the plinth?
I think it sounds like it's changing bed thing.
Oh, right.
I don't know why I said plinth. I could have just said changing platform.
Plinth.
I was picturing because it's EastEnders, like they're in like London, they're in Trafalgar Square or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, no, not the plinth.
Oh God.
How did the baby get there? Megan Bain beats local talent Mega World like she's a baby and or horse. She passes Chris Statlander on the ramp and they have a brief stare down, which then segues into Statlander winning her match against Penelope Ford, but Ford shoves her at the outside after the bell, where Megan Payne hits Statlander with an F5.
I quite like this Maya World lass. I thought she was good. She got a pop, so I'm guessing she's like a Texan wrestler on the Texas
Well, of
scene.
course they're like, it's my world, my world.
It's her world and we're just living in it.
I thought she did really good for what was a limited role. She maximised her minutes.
I'm on the Bane train though.
Okay.
Woo woo, choo choo.
Woo.
Woo woo.
Hi. That's what trains do, isn't it? Peep peep. Lovely catch and belly to belly throws by Megan Bain. And a nice F5 because the local competitors I've put on my notes here. Megan, was it Megan?
Yeah. No, Maya
Maya.
World.
Maya World.
Maya World.
Oh,
Maya
that's
World.
a great name.
It's good, isn't it?
That's
Yeah,
like a drag queen
And
name.
she did that at the start. She did an M better than that. She did an M.
robot.
Yeah.
I know that was that one.
She did made an M with her hands though.
But yeah, because she was thick with two C's.
What?
With all due respect.
Wait. Oh no.
No, it made the F5 more impressive.
Oh right.
What?
I forgot what you'd said before that bit. So I thought you were just bringing
like,
that
randomly
up. and
saying,
then
"By the
just also,
She was fit.
she had
All right, that's
massive
correct.
arse as well.
No, that's not that just means
Not necessarily what that means. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get what you mean now. It did make it more impressive.
It did, yeah.
Like when Bianca did it to Piper.
Yes,
of course.
exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And then the match, Statlander versus Penelope. I hope Andrew's not in earshot because he would have loved this match with Penelope licking the face of Chris not once but twice.
Andrew loves licking in women's match.
He said it once. He said it once and we'll run with it.
He pitched that Jade and Bianca, when they were feuding before they became friends, should have taunted each other in a multi-woman match by both licking their hands at each other. And me and Ross have
looking at
never,
each other.
me and Ross have never let him forget that. Every time he brings up any woman in a pitch, we're like, okay, mate.
Another good and
Poor Andrew.
I know, yeah. It's bullying in the workplace,
bullying.
really.
Yeah, but he deserves it.
Another
Sorry.
good back. How does he? What's he done to you?
I
Huh?
thought it'd help if it'd be funny, but
That's
it's
Ethan
bombed
Page and
horribly.
Andrew now that you hate.
Yeah, what's going on?
But yeah, that's it. I'm setting up future feuds, so it'd still be booked for the events. Anyway, sorry, Karen.
Good back and forth though. Penelope probably belongs in the Matrix with the way she tries to avoid Moose and Chris. I don't know. I've never seen the film.
It was in the Matrix.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
No.
Ross, watch The Matrix.
We had this before, didn't
No,
we?
he's too
where-
busy watching all these other videos.
Yeah, Birds of a Feather, great time.
Twin Peaks.
It never stopped all the way through. A big old dirty dick swinging contest, and then the lovely bit of Bane at the end there coming out with. I'm making it sound like I fancy the woman. You know what I mean? Her and Chris, the potential of those two hosses wrestling.
Yeah.
Great scenes for all concerned. AEW's got many, many great women.
I'm so excited for Megan Bain's future appearances just to hear Ross try and justify that he doesn't fancy her in the future. Just keep tripping up. Oh, it's just a great match.
Yeah. I don't fancy it, but
In fairness, Ross was saying that Stat was thick, not Bane, because it was more impressive that Bane hit the move on Stat.
Yeah. Well, I'd have said that about Maya, not Chris.
Oh, damn it, it was Maya.
I'm paying attention here, Ross.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry.
put those words in my mouth.
Sorry.
Making me out to be some kind of pervert.
Well, I was trying to
Exactly. How
defend
dare
you.
you?
I was
That's
trying to
Ross's
defend-
job to do it himself.
I was trying to
Jack. Come on.
defend you. No, I'm excited for Stat versus Bane as well. I think it'll be good.
Yeah. Good build up here with everything you've just said. That I'm not going to repeat.
I hope,
Because I agree with everything you just
that
said.
Megan cuts a pro next week and says, I made you Chris Splatlander
Oh, yes.
on the floor.
And then the
You
week after that,
bitch.
Jericho will go, next week, I'm going to make you Chris Statlander.
I thought it was a bit weird. It felt a bit like Tony Khan going, women's matches, we'll shove them all together. But in this instance, it actually worked with the flow of
It
the
was
show.
working towards something, which I think
Yes.
would be the issue with AEW. Like, all right, good match, but what's the point?
Yeah.
And that would have been the best thing to do with women on the show if it wasn't for Harley Cameron's rap video featuring the Mercedes Moné puppet. Hope you're doing all right, Puppet Jack. Hope they're treating you all right up there.
Oh, is he being cast as...
That's right. I mean,
that why he's not-
conspicuous by his absence.
Right, okay. What range he's got.
Exactly. I didn't know he had it in him. But suddenly interrupted by a serious promo from Harley. She knows Mercedes is one of the best in the world, and Harley is far less experienced in the ring. But there was a time when she didn't know how to do any of the things she can now. She's a quick learner, and Monet's disdain has only inspired her to get better. She'll win the TBS title in Australia.
She can speak Chinese.
Oh, yes.
Mandarin.
Mandarin. And play the guitar and sing and rap. She's the woman with the tipping point as well. She's the female Joe Hendry, I think.
But better.
But can do more. But I
Joe
think,
Hendry's the male Harley Cameron.
I think
Yeah.
she's got wider things.
We need to see Harley Cameron eat a load of burgers. then we can say
This
that.
burger eating contest, the Hendry one, I've heard about the mythology of this. Were you there for that?
No, it's like reading about it. Just the idea of Hendry out-eating Cornette.
Of course Hendry can out-eat Cornette.
But like, Cornette's...
Hendry, right? I don't know if I should say this on camera. Ate 2 large dominoes back to back.
It was his cheat day.
Back to back?
You know when like wrestlers, you know like The Rock has like...
How big's the largest Domino's?
I think it's a 14 incher, is it?
I think it's 14.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, well, okay.
28 inches of pizza.
That's right, if you combine the two.
But then
That's
I
true, yes.
But then I
But
think,
don't worry, it's a...
I think that
That's
Hendry
done,
then
please carry on.
Hendry then stopped doing his cheat days and then became like, look at him now, and just look at him now. So yeah, he's like the same size, but also has no body fat on him as well. Crazy. I've asked him about this before, and he goes, "Food sucks now, man. I hate food." I'm like, "Oh, it's sad."
Bless him.
Yeah.
But this was amazing. She's easily one of the best things in this current riderism period of AEW.
Riderism?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
like
Death
Inokiism. And,
Like Zack Ryder.
Yeah, Zack Ryder's got the
damn
pencil.
it, that's how that sounds, isn't it? Moxleyism then.
Oh, Death Riderism. Got
Yes.
you, got you. I thought you meant like she's getting herself over like Zack Ryder, which she also is.
Well, I mean, that's actually one as well. But she's put, thank you for being so good at the wrestling, Mercedes. You've elevated the women's division. That means me as well.
Yeah.
And I'm going to beat you for the title. Give her it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
Oh!
Yeah. Who else is going to take on Monet?
Who's going to beat her? No one really. Yeah, they've had no end.
Megan Bain will.
Yeah. Well, she feasibly could, but Harley, if you don't cash in now, then yeah, you're right. And then Mercedes can go after the world title or whatever.
Yeah. She can come back for that. But
God,
yeah.
you're right, lads.
Thank you.
By
We do
Jove.
try.
The juxtaposition of this promo is what set it apart from the rest for me. Fantastic. The silly song at the start, then the heartfelt promo. You got to start somewhere. Like when I learned Chinese, she couldn't speak Chinese out the womb. She's learned. Like she's learned to be a wrestler. Good for her.
She might do this, you know. I keep thinking. Sorry, I just keep thinking that this will be the one. They can't have all the Australians win, and I keep thinking she'll be the one who doesn't. And Jay White's New Zealand, but he'll win. Tony will win.
Buddy won't win.
The
Yeah, but he's not.
Continental.
oh yeah, actually yeah, you're right, buddy. Yeah. Okay, she's gonna do it.
Yep.
Amazing.
Sorry, buddy. The Hurt Syndicate retained the tag titles against the Guns.
Yes, they do. And the crowd was a dueling crowd between the two teams.
Yeah.
But more towards the Hurt Syndicate.
Well, they're in Texas. They love the Guns.
We hurt people.
I got a bit sick
Yeah,
of the
they
crowd.
love cheering for the big evil heels.
We hurt people.
Yeah.
We hurt
It's
people.
good. Bobby Lashley at the start with the big alley. I've called it an alley-oop power slam. So he had him in power slam position.
Yeah.
Went alley-oop over the top rope to Austin, who hit the floor like a ton of bricks. That was
You all right?
Then he was sent to the front row by Shelton. It looked very sore for Austin.
Yeah.
The Guns did not look like mugs, which is good for them against these lads because people have looked like mugs in the past because they're big and powerful boys.
Swerve still looks like a mug in my eyes.
Oh,
He's never recovered. I don't like the Hurt business, lads. Syndicate. I think they ruin everything. They're just a mini cope.
they're not
A
that
Mini
bad
Cooper.
yet.
But this match was fun, yes.
Yeah, the Guns were on top for a long part, and then suplexes and super kicks and a spear for the win.
Yeah. Sad that the Guns have lost so soon after their return, but good match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I like the Hurt
Guns
Syndicate.
entrance still goes hard.
It does.
They've added new pew pew sound effects on there. Really made a difference. And yeah, Cage
like
and
Reno 2200.
From the future.
From the future, yeah.
Oh, we got two this week.
Oh my goodness me! And then
Anderson!
Cage and Archer look to be the next challengers, which is a
They
meaty,
came out after, didn't they?
a meaty match which will slap meat everywhere.
The Hurt Syndicate, they'll just be faces then in that match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might as well
Pretty much
go
face
with
it,
it.
there's a
If
point,
they-
yeah.
If they're getting those reactions, just go with it.
Where's Private Party?
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Party's hour.
They're the lads who beat the Young Bucks, and they're gone.
I
now.
know, they've mentioned it once or twice.
Almost like that was a short-sighted booking decision to address criticism of the Bucks never wrestling. The Bucks are going to beat the Hurt Syndicate.
Shut up.
Okay.
Mariah May cuts a promo on Tony Storm. She was a better Tony Storm than Tony ever was. Tony is nothing, and she doesn't even exist. Australia is going to be a mercy killing. And also, Australia doesn't really exist. She didn't say that, but it's a popular meme online for some reason.
Like this from Mariah because she normally is very superior in her promos, but you could tell she was gotten to here. And I like when heels aren't afraid to show that they've... Unlike someone like Cope or Charlotte Flair, they don't always have to be on top. And the mind games are working. I like that.
I like how she had shades of Tony as well with the line at the end where she's like, "But I do love her."
Yeah.
And then she goes on to speak about the mercy killing. Good little promo.
Yeah, short and sweet. If only they ended there. Those rabble-rousers, Cope and Jay White, arrive with the briefcase. Cope threatens to smash the briefcase with his lovely signature weapon, Spike.
Yes, Spike's
Not the
back.
briefcase.
Spike's back, though, guys.
That briefcase is really important to John Moxley.
Suddenly.
Not the contents of what's inside the briefcase that he could have taken out of the briefcase.
Yeah, Moxie arrives at
crowd
the
are going,
arena.
Open it.
Yeah.
Cope's going like, what was
Yeah.
in there?
He-
I bet there
well,
was nothing
There's nothing in there.
There's
no.
nothing in there.
So funny if he'd opened
He
it.
threatens to break Cope's neck before accepting the challenge. Cope starts hitting the briefcase anyway, so he's a liar.
Yeah, he's an arsehole.
Yes, the rest of the Death Riders attack. This allows Marina to retrieve the briefcase, and it looked like something from the Pink Panther film. When it goes out. The rest of the group are taken down by Cope and Jay. Jay gets on the mic and says that before Revolution in Australia, he and Cope are going to put the Death Riders on the ground. Like, oh, by the way,
Yeah, it's the Brisbane Brawl or whatever it is. Yeah.
this was wank.
It was.
Yes, it was. Yes.
It was wank. They try to retcon the Moxley title belt bit by saying, well, having to go like, I gave my body to have that title and what it represents, and I'm a protector and a shepherd. But that still doesn't get away from the fact that he literally did say the physical title belt means nought because I embody what it means to be the champion. So he wouldn't give a toss.
Yeah.
Whatever was in the briefcase, Cope not opening the briefcase, that should have been the first thing that happened.
Right.
And it didn't.
Yeah, how did no one think this through?
He harmed a briefcase. He went.
Who cares?
John Moxley went to Argos.
Yeah.
Bought a briefcase for 20 quid, and that's what Cope has beaten with Spike.
Oh, it's his Janice, isn't it? It's his Barbie. Yeah.
Is
I
it
can
Bis?
see-
He stole the Bis gimmick. He stole Foley's gear.
See,
Whoever he stole this idea from, he should have given it back.
that's the thing as well. Abyss and Foley are two types of wrestlers who, oh yeah, they'll have a signature weapon that they've made in their shed. They're crazy lads. Cope doesn't need that. He's already got so many things. He doesn't need, like what you said, like when you write your own create wrestler or whatever. You don't need that.
Plus, he's got a literal switchblade. Could have used that.
Hey, switch.
Yeah, just picked him up and waved him at Moxley. It would have been better than this. This was. I did not want to see this match
And he
after this.
gave it the worked wrestler swings. Well, he went like he did a double stomp as he hit it. I was like, oh.
Yelling bang, bang in his mouth. I'm speechless at this.
I feel
I'm so happy to say something positive, saying this is a good episode of Dynamite. There's some very consistent things. Everything was building up to something else. You're like, oh, that's what we're going to get. Right, fantastic. And then they ended with this.
Yeah.
I'm like, that has to be something, doesn't it?
I feel so bad for Moxley because apparently he's like, there was rumors that he's like, he started off with quite a lot of creative input, then he just sort of gave up on it and went, oh, it's fine, you can do what you want. And
It shows.
he's still, but he's not half-arsed in it. He came out, he cut a fiery bit where he's like, no, I put my blood, sweat and tears in, knowing it doesn't make sense, bless him. And he still did it and gave it his all.
My briefcase.
And he didn't have to do that. And
No.
I just feel so, even though he's the champion and everything, I feel so bad for him.
Me and that briefcase. We started in FC Dub together.
He's bailed AEW out of so many, like, I think, like, injury crises and booking corners that they've booked themselves into, and the whole Punk situation. Moxley was like the unsung hero of all that, and he doesn't deserve, this isn't a good enough reward for him for all those years of, bless him.
The way they should go after this now is Mox does maim Cope, sends a message to the rest of the roster. This old guy took your place. Where are you? Come
There you
at
go.
me. And then
Yeah.
that sets that up. But it's not. We're going to get 25 to 35 minutes of back and forth action where he is going to have to break his neck in kayfabe, obviously, to get the job done, which is not right for the story. and everything they've been doing for the last 6 months now. Is it 6 months? A long time, however long it's been.
It started before Full Gear, which is when he retired Brian.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
That was like autumn time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was right after all. Yeah.
So it's been going on now for like nearly half a year. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to do that, and he goes, "You're like that briefcase cup. I had to carry you."
Yeah.
And maybe they're going to show the title belt, maybe they're not. I don't know why. That doesn't. I don't get it. But you know what? Let's not focus on the horrible main event and stuff.
But this is the main angle of the show. This is
this
the
is the main
the
angle.
Well, they're not the TV special.
Yes, the whatever in Australia. They're
It's
calling
just because we always used to, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's fair. It's a fair comment. I think we always used to have this criticism about the WWE back in the day. They forget things that happened.
Yeah.
They've clearly forgot something that happened here, and it really has hampered the biggest angle on the show.
Yes, it has.
Yep,
And it's a shame because it was a good show in the ring.
it was.
And this isn't because we're fed pilled.
No.
We're just,
We take all the pills.
saying what we say.
We don't care where they're coming from.
LSD as well helps.
Yeah, you can help write the show if you take enough of them. That was the week in wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Mailbag time.
Yeah.
I've not seen these, so this should be fun.
This is staggering. Joel Holland, get your fingers ready.
Not like that. I'm writing to the generic Cultaholic inbox because I can't bring myself to pay for a blue check on Twitter to be able to DM someone, and because the first time I'm pretty sure I emailed the admin address. Sigh. Here goes. A couple weeks back, I was eating at a lovely local Greek establishment and was met with a shocking scene of Jack the Jobber walking in with a brand new gimmick. Oh, no. I would like to present to you small-town American police officer Jack. He was tired of being called a pervert and being jobbed out, so he grabbed the bald eagle by the talons and dedicated himself to a life of justice. I mean, look at that haircut mustache combo. Jack King? No. Jack King of the streets.
Okay.
Pair that
evidence,
look
please, Joe.
with his new city issued
Get closer to this to see. I can kind of see it.
Really? Oh.
I can kind of. It's if you go.
If Jack and Dom Mysterio merged,
if you go eyebrows down, it's the eyes, isn't it? It's the eyes.
It's the eyes.
It's
yeah,
not
I think it
quite
is.
as good as the woman from Call the Midwife that I was compared to. 'Cause she was spits of me.
Yeah.
But that is, it's when Ross teased this earlier.
Fair enough.
When Ross teased this earlier, and you were like, I don't know who that could be. I remember thinking, if it's me, this is going to be crap. But actually,
yeah, I thought it was going to be worse.
It's not that similar.
he's got a. All right, Joel. I think he looks all right.
Yeah, but
It's not an insult.
It's Jack if he was American, a police officer.
Yeah.
It's the eyes and the smile.
Oh,
I think it looks like a young Jimmy Hill.
I've never been.
I can see that. Yeah.
So if me and Jimmy Hill had a son,
That's
it'd
it.
be him, yeah.
Officer Dibble.
I would never get with Jimmy Hill. Son
I was going to say,
Jimmy
loves
Hill.
and hates something at the same time.
R.I.P. Jimmy Hill.
Pair that look with this new city-issued firearm and cop car, and we've got a prime NXT 2.0 character. Anyway, I realize it might just be me that sees it, especially considering I'm not sure I've ever seen Jack without a beanie.
I don't have
submitting
that.
it nonetheless. Cheers, Zach Roll.
I've got a 15-year-old haircut.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that. I actually don't think that's too bad.
That's not too bad.
I thought I would have kicked off a bit of discourse on the podcast, and I have misjudged the situation.
Do you not see it?
Nah. Maybe slightly in the eyes, but not enough to go, that looks like you.
Fair enough. There'll be other people that it looks more like.
No, you didn't come to mind when I first saw that.
Okay.
Now that it's said it's you, yeah,
Okay.
there's some similarities. Yeah.
I don't mind it.
We've had worse.
I know.
Good start to the mailbag. It's not like what Ross once showed me a bottle of rum or something that had him on it, and I was like, "What
it
the
was
hell?"
Gin. What's that gin company called?
Can't remember, but you went, "Who's that?" And I went, "You," and you went, "Yeah." I was like, "What?"
It was a gin company over here, and they had an advertising campaign around about 2016 sort of time, and they used this man, and it was just me when I
so
didn't have a
weird.
beard. It was incredible.
Okay.
Did it begin with an H, maybe?
can't
Gin
remember.
company begins with an H?
Hendrix?
Maybe. I don't know if you want to look in the background. It's not. It doesn't really
It
matter.
was unbelievable, but it wouldn't look like you now, so the effect would be lost.
Yeah.
But it was unbelievable at the time.
Oh, but thank you for that, Zach. Good day, Deadlers.
Good eye.
Just wanted to start off with a quick story. Back in January, I brought my date home for exactly the reasons you'd think I would. Warhammer. He had a beautiful Irish accent.
Oh la la.
How could I not? During the making out stage, he stopped and said, "Oh no, you're gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
In his beautiful Irish accent.
Oh no.
Me, not thinking twice. Parroting back in my best Ross Dwiddell, imitating the OSW boys. Gorgeous.
You're gorgeous.
Gorgeous lady.
Which made us both have a hoot.
Oh, at least the.
Wow, okay. Thankfully, it did not kill the mood. We continued, but it did haunt me a little throughout the night. This week, I'll be driving up to Brisbane for AW Grand Slam with my dad. We always said if AW came, we'd go. So I queued up for tickets, lost out on the ones I wanted, but did end up getting nice seats. Then we booked our accommodation within walking distance of Suncorp Stadium, thinking we were all set. How things have changed. A lot of people are saying it's one calamity after another with this show.
They've got the stadium ticket. Oh, right.
But I, for one, am happy it's now being held in the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. It'll be indoors and air-conditioned. Brisbane in summer is hotter and more humid than a ball sack in polyester underwear. Charming. Don't get me wrong, some things are disappointing about how the show is shaping up, but I'm looking forward to the trip with my dad and spending some quality time with him. Now that I work, I treat me and my dad tickets to all kinds of live shows, local PWA shows, New Japan when they came to Sydney, and even WWE back when it wasn't too expensive for the house shows. We always have a blast together when we watch wrestling. My question is, did you bond with your parents or even grandparents while watching wrestling together, whether live or on the telly?
Lovely.
Thank you for all the content you guys create, including Botchamania. Thank you. You bloody legends. From Matilda Striker, Haley Rasso, a.k.a. Louisa, from Sydney.
Thank you, Louisa.
Oh, from Matilda Striker. I thought Matilda Striker was like the name.
Nickname in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Matilda Striker.
Haley Rasso.
Louisa.
From
Thank you, Louisa.
Sydney.
Lovely story. I liked the date bit, and I liked the wholesome dad bit.
Yeah, wholesome dads.
Yes.
We do like them.
We love wholesome dads, wholesome daddies. Christ. No, I'm completely like a wrestling muggle or whatever. Like no one in my family's a wrestling fan.
Fair enough.
Apart from my little brother because of me.
Aw.
But we didn't get that from our parents. We got it because we were children during the Attitude Era. That's literally why. Yeah.
That's basically for me as well. I did talk to my gran a few times about her going to St James's Park on a Saturday night in the 60s and 70s to watch wrestling.
Oh.
Apparently it happened most Saturdays.
Unreal.
I can't remember anything. This was obviously when I was a kid when I used to talk to her about it, but can't remember much about the specifics. But it did happen on the football pitch at St James's.
Blimey.
Yeah.
I've
most
heard
Saturday
about
nights,
this, probably from you.
Aye. But for my mum, it was the opposite. She used to hate it because every time she'd walk in, it felt like someone would be on there in a bikini.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, what are you doing? You're too young for this kind of thing.
Yeah. Mum and dad both strongly dislike wrestling. They're still bemused by it.
Not your mum, no, she's been.
Oh, is it growing up? Sorry. Oh, yeah, God, yeah.
You've taken it.
I forgot I took my mum to wrestling. Yeah. So the last Progress show of the Smallman era, that's right.
Ah.
It was unboxing 4. So it was Smallman going, goodbye, and going to be and all the other stuff that happened with that. And yeah, she liked it.
Good.
She liked the wrestlers. Oh, she loved them. She liked Redacted. Redacted. Bloody hell. Just, yeah, I'm not even going to that. But yeah, she liked doing it and just having fun.
So Joel's a bit younger, so the Attitude Era would have been over when you became a wrestling fan, surely.
Yeah.
How did you become a wrestling fan?
My brother used to watch it, and then I used to just watch it with him. Yeah, I got into it around 2002, 3.
All right, okay.
Probably around then, yeah. I remember my uncle used to like it, so I used to talk to him about it.
Fair enough.
But it was my brother who got me into it, yeah.
Ah.
I remember my uncle used to say to me, no one's going to break the Undertaker's streak.
What a mug he looks
Did you
like.
bring him up? Did you text him that night?
No.
I think once my parents realised, they weren't anti it, it's just once they realised that I knew it wasn't real and I still liked it, they were fine with that.
So like, there's no hope.
No, they were just like, as long as you understand it's not real, but you're enjoying it, knowing that, then that's cool. But then I already knew it wasn't real, and I've got this memory of, there was this bloke called Bill who lived next to my grandparents, and my nana got, I'll get Bill to have a word with him. I was like, what? And Bill took me, he was like, you know it's not real, right? And I was like, yeah, aye, Bill, yeah. And he was like, all right, just so you know. And then my mum came to pick me up from my nana's that day, and my nana was like, Bill had a word with him, he knows it's not real now. I was like, Nana!
Oh.
Wait, Margaret, what are you on about? Sorry. She doesn't get annoyed at my gran. She's a nice woman, really. I knew it wasn't real. Sorry.
Thank you, Jack.
I was 23. No.
Ooh.
Oh, don't look at me. Maybe Jack does a bit of Spanish. Is it Spanish?
Oh, yes. Jesus. Oh, no. Felicitations, Los Diddlers. Felicitations.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Feliz.
Thank you.
Felix,
Felix the Cat, Lost Diddlers. On a recent podcast, Jack and Ross suggested that Barney would thwack Big Bird. We did do that.
Yes.
I used to do street puppetry with a man who worked for Jim Henson. He told me that once, a man was hiding behind a film studio door, planning to rob whoever came out for a smoke. The door opened. He made his robber threat, like, hand over the wallet, before he saw who it was. And it was Big Bird out for a smoke.
My God.
The robber immediately started apologizing and put his gun away. Big Bird started saying reassuring things to him, sympathized that times were tough. And then, out of nowhere, knocked the guy out with one punch.
Picture the scene.
Is Big Bird...
I'm trying to.
Has Big Bird still got his helmet on? Like his character full...
Surely not if he's having a time.
With a cigarette.
Is he having the cigarette out the top of the Big Bird mouth?
The hardest Big Bird's ever looked.
The punch must have come from within the costume, though. Just a big...
Yeah, hey, look at this. Wow, Big Bird's having a tab. And yes, these arms come out from his chest. The question is, either through personal experience or learning about it, who was/is a wrestler that you didn't think was hard for real and turned out to be, and who was a wrestler you thought would be hard and wasn't? Unrelated, I'm of Irish descent. Oh no, I'm sorry to begin with. And I also have a strangely large head. I've been, again, this has been a thing. Not just me bringing this up, like other people bringing up the big Irish head is a thing. Also, I was at the Rumble, and based on the reception to it, the Women's Rumble was significantly better live. Oh. Okay, up until the end. It was more entertaining than the men's, but both were great except for Nia. Okay, mixed signals there, but appreciate that, pal. Thanks for all you do. You're all great. Thank you kindly. Newcastle, Indiana. Middle forward, Braden Malik, a.k.a. Rich Wisniewski, I think. Thank you very much,
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Rich.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank
Rich
you,
question
Rich.
indeed. So, can you think of anything else other than the idea of Big Bird punching someone out or having a cigarette? Because I'm really struggling.
I've got a wrestler who's deceptively hard and you wouldn't think is necessarily hard.
Oh, I've got Brian Hildebrand, the ref.
Oh,
Because that one time during Dean Malenko versus Psychosis on Nitro, the ref ran in, and Brian Hildebrand, who was famously very undersized, took the guy down and shoot a headlock, I think. And the commentators just, obviously supposed to ignore the fans interfering, but they were like, "Can you see that? The smallest referee in the world took that guy down. How tough's he?" And they couldn't be happy for him.
Mine is one half of Prospect, the old WCW tag team, Alex Gracie.
Yep.
Sometimes a prospect becomes a legend.
That was their thing, wasn't it?
He was like randomly. I remember Gabe Kidd told me this. He was like, "Yeah, watch this in the ring because Gracie's like a world champion stick fighter." and it's a battle royal or something. And we had Matt Riddle at the time, and he was in the ring with a stick, and Gracie's got a stick, like two little Steve Blackman sticks.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently backstage, Gracie had just gone to Riddle, just try and hit me, it's fine, I'll be able to block it. And Riddle had gone like, right. And then in the ring, he's like, and Gracie's just like, pow, 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 like in the Matrix. It was ridiculous. So that's my one. I can't think of a wrestler that I thought would, because most wrestlers are harder than your average bear, even though it's not real fighting, because they're doing a physical thing. They're really tough and strong.
Yeah.
They're tough and strong. So I don't know.
Yeah. You got any, Ross?
Jericho comes to mind just because the stories of him squaring up to Lesnar and obviously the fights he had in certain locker rooms and all that sort of thing. So I guess Jericho is harder than you might think he would be with, him being a rock star and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You'd think he would be the guy who would like peacock people but then get knocked out.
Yeah. He just seems to be he's just got no fear, has he? He's just weird.
Zero Negado.
Yeah, we like it when you're drunk.
Because if he'd actually had a fight with Lesnar, he would have been murdered. But it's the fact that he didn't think about that.
How dare you? You killed Randy Orton.
What a mark.
Again, Mike goes to Michael Hayes. Was that real? And Hayes is going, yeah, that was real.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah. Brooke shot on Randy, so Jericho's like, what a prick Michael Hayes is for doing that.
Oh,
Bloody hell.
And when it's Lesnar, you
Right.
can get him killed. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Booker
can't think of any.
T's hard, isn't he? He beat Batista in a fight, allegedly.
Yeah.
Second.
Booker T beat Batista in a
Oh,
fight.
yeah, I wouldn't
didn't
mess with him. Bloody hell.
he? Yeah, Booker's not a surprise hard one.
Any wrestlers who are softer than you think? I mean, what? Oh, yeah. Us three tough lads. Yeah.
Surely
Andre the
not.
Giant was scared of snakes, so
That's right. He eliminated himself for the Rumble to get away from it.
exactly.
I know
Mil Mascaras was scared of jobs.
People often the element of the Screwjob story that like I find really manly and cool is that Shawn would never have been able to survive if Brett had gotten wind of Brett would have shot on him and stuff like that. And he pulled his hair out at that time.
Yeah, that cornet then bagged and had in his room of souvenirs for years until his like ex took it.
So,
So he said, if you see it come up on eBay, like Shawn Michaels' hair reel from '97, it might
like
be it.
kind of weird, isn't it? Sometimes.
His dog died this week.
Yeah, I saw that
Throw 'em
actually.
up.
Yeah.
Throw him up.
Cornette once, I saw a thing where he was laughing at the idea of Heyman starting on a fan because it's at a house show or something and Roman's like heel Roman.
Oh, yeah.
And he's getting grief from the fans and Heyman starts like bowling up to people like that. Cornette like wets himself going like, there's no way Heyman would...
That'd be due to that tuxedo match back in the day, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Who won that?
I think they both lost.
I can't remember.
Heyman was quite a svelte guy back then.
Yeah. But it's just the idea that Cornette obviously had a famously bad knee from the scaffold match. So he's like, all right, the left knee. So Heyman forgets and starts hitting him. So guys go, the other one, and Heyman just can't tell which one's which, but it's both.
Was that Heyman? I knew that story. I didn't realize it was in that match with Heyman. Wow. I can't think of any softer ones than...
Yeah, they're all hard, aren't they, doing that to their bodies?
Yeah,
aren't
we talk about stuff we don't know about in wrestling. It's about
Yeah.
hardness. Yeah.
I told a story earlier about being kicked in the head.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah,
and I've been
that
kicked in the
was
head. So
crap,
you're tougher than I thought.
No, I was crying and everything, man. It was bad.
You kicked in the head.
Yeah.
I've taken a football to the bollocks.
Oh.
Not paying like that one.
Like a penalty or...
Just, yeah, someone had a shot and I was in the way. Put my body on the line, for the team, FC Morpeth.
That's it.
Oh,
That went white as a sheet. I had to go off for like 5 minutes.
really?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
oh.
absolutely.
I've never known pain like that before.
Right.
On a cold December morning, taking a nut shot from a football.
I've got me lips. I think the worst pain in my life. I got my lips split open. What?
It was the way you went lips. It was just quite funny.
Oh, sorry.
I got me lips.
I think the technical term lips split. Yeah, that's actually the
how
technical
did it
term.
happen?
I was playing TIG with a lad at school. This when I was really young. And I had some those little boxes of raisins. So I was throwing them, and he was hitting them, and he went, I went, TIG. And he went, I'll show you, big lad. And he threw a pebble, and he flew it for England, like, and he just went, like that. And it was like, crying my eyes out. And they're like, all right, we have to take you to hospital. And then give me any drugs or else. So just like, look, read this book while we stitch your lip.
Oh,
I'm like, look, read the, like, Mary had a little lamb. I'm like, like,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
What did that feel like then?
that was great. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, that was probably the worst pain in my life.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, pal? Joe?
I don't know. Nothing compared to that.
I can't
think
I've
of
been
it.
quite
Can't think
lucky
of
in terms
a
of
word.
pain. I can't think of anything. I broke my little toe once. That was pretty bad. But out of all your toes, that's the one you choose. I was getting ready in the morning for school and I walked past like a bit of skirting board that was jutting out and just my little toe on it. Missed school though. Come on.
I broke my arm. I told this story on the podcast, didn't I? Broke my arm and then played cricket with my arm in a
Yeah,
cast.
you have told that.
Bloody hell.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, really silly.
You're like Jericho doing that Smoky Mountain match with the broken arm.
Yeah.
Was that for Morpeth as well? Just the love of the town.
How did I break my arm? I can't remember how I broke my arm. Was it playing cricket? I might have been playing. I definitely remember playing because the cast was red and white. The only colour tape they had was red.
Oh.
I was devastated.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's getting sledged in cricket. Who supports
Big Kyle O'Reilly fan,
I
Ross.
don't remember how I broke my arm. Oh my God. It was like
What?
20 years ago now. Stuff. Gone.
Wow.
Maybe I've got
Yeah,
to-
that age now, you forgot how you broke your arm.
Oh my.
Hell yeah.
Remember it for next
That's
week.
bad, that.
Yeah.
You'll remember it for next
Please
week.
let us know.
She'll remember. Your mum will remember 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she didn't care. I remember her saying, like, after I'd done the cricket match with the cast, it was like, Ross, you're a bloody idiot. It's just the way she said it is really stuck in my mind.
Oh.
Like when my granny used to call me a nonce. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
a bloody idiot.
I remember when your nana would call you a nonce as well.
Yeah.
I'd be walking past the house.
Local Northumberland dialect in the 20s and 30s
Yeah.
for idiot was
Yeah.
nonce. Just to fill people in who haven't heard that story before.
Good adding context. Mailbag at cultaholic.com. Wrist piss. Good evening, lads.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hope you're all well. Well, we were until last segment.
Yeah, I'm on the way out, I think.
I was scrolling the good old TikTok the other day when I came across an interesting video. No, it wasn't 3 Geordie white lads doing the boom dance. I don't know what you're talking about. It was about
Joel's from Yorkshire.
exactly, how dare you. It was about the best, very specific versions of footballers. For example, face mask Pogba, Luis Suarez versus Norwich. So like all good people, I decided to steal the idea and tweak it slightly for personal gain. Good lad. I have made a list of very specific instances of wrestlers. It's up to you, diddlers, to decide who wins in a winner-stays-on style format. You can do it by who you think would win the match or who you prefer in general, whichever you want. Please find the talent as follows. Adam Copeland versus a young talent. Well, that's mean.
Well, he's going to be whoever's next. Doesn't matter, does it?
I like setting up the easy one first. Christian Cage versus someone with a dead father.
Oh, Christian wouldn't necessarily win.
Yeah.
It's Copeland.
Yeah, Copeland, not job for Christian.
Yeah, but would you prefer? I mean, I'm picking Christian.
No, it's who's going to win.
Who's going to win?
No,
yeah.
I said you can either. Okay, fine. We'll do
Wait,
that one.
was it not?
You said you can either decide it, who wins, who you prefer, or who you think would win the match.
Oh, we need to
So it
decide.
depends what you want to do.
I want to do who
Thank you, Joe.
wins.
Appreciate you listening to the
Who
podcast.
wins?
Who wins in a shoot fight?
Yeah, who wins?
Oh, okay, great. Christian.
It's Cope.
It's Cope. It's Cope all day.
Cope.
Look at that bloody toothbrush he brought. Broken Nose, Becky Lynch.
She missed the next pay-per-view, of course.
Yeah. She was up and coming at the time, obviously, so Cope would fell her
Yeah,
easily.
It's Cope.
Maybe we should have put Cope last.
Yeah, Cope's doing well.
Ridge Holland went against a member of Chase U. R.I.P. There's no need for this.
Well,
There's no need, man.
if he wipes out an entire institution, I've got no doubt that Ridge could wipe out Cope.
I'm going to still go for Cope, I think.
I'm going to pick Ridge just because
Okay.
it's funny. The idea of Ridge beating Cope. Jinder Mahal after a Tony Khan tweet. Oh, I forgot about that.
What was that reference? I forgot that as
It
well.
was Hook getting title shot against Samoa Joe on Dynamite. Wait, was that it?
Jinder got a title shot against Rollins,
Yeah, which came first? Damn it, I can't remember now.
and Tony Khan was like,
Yeah, oh, that was it. Yeah, Tony Khan went, ha, why is Jinder Mahal getting a title shot?
yeah.
I was like, what? Shut up.
And then they deliberately put him in a prominent position
Yeah.
for a bit.
For like 2
Something-
weeks.
Something like that. But the Hook Samoa Joe match was really good. Yeah.
I'll go for not Jinder. What was the other one? I've had
Ridge Holland.
Yeah, Ridge Holland all day.
Yeah, I'll go for
Oh,
Ridge
I'm
as
injured
well.
playing up.
Yeah.
Ridge.
All right, I'll pick Ridge. John Cena, 2014, proving to the internet he can wrestle.
LOL. Ridge.
Ridge.
Ridge over Cena.
Oh, yeah.
John,
2014 Cena, okay.
John would lose like 1 in 3 matches to someone in a
Ah,
big
it's true,
feud.
actually.
2014's when the SummerSlam match with Lesnar, wasn't it? That was 2014?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Shades of that, but with Ridge.
Also, Jinder brought The Rock back.
That's right,
That
with
was
his
it.
powers.
He came out. He was like, "I'm the new SmackDown signing," and then The Rock came out.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, it's me.
And all the crowd went, boo, we want Jinder.
Yeah.
CM Punk after a scrap backstage.
Well, he left the company, didn't he?
He won on his way out.
He won the fight, though.
He beat his hard pal who let him win.
Yeah, he won it so hard that the company was still talking about it a year later.
The section I was in was chanting for Joe over Punk, and I was disgusted. I nearly walked out.
It
of
was
Wembley.
all Joe where I was,
Was it
as
as
well.
well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just guttural Joe chants.
It's a fun thing to chat.
Me go, CM Punk. Notice me, Phil. I'm gonna go for Ridge still.
I'll go for Ridge as well.
Wow. Fraxium after kicking each other in the face accidentally.
Fraxium never
Fraxium.
lose. Yep, they
Yeah.
never lose.
Wow.
Fraxium all day.
That's a great one.
They'll win again at the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, it's a tough one next, though. Stem Cell Rey Mysterio.
Oh. Wait,
Fra-
loses Manchester.
Fraxium
Yeah,
still, yeah,
Fraxium.
Fraxium.
Yeah. Yeah, he lost on Raw. Jericho versus someone with momentum.
Fraxium will prevail because Jericho will lose the first one and the first 5.
Right, yeah. And it's the big one. that
But win the
matters.
feud at the
I'm
end.
afraid Jericho wins this one because, as we all know, the Jericho feud goes. He loses like 2 or 3, but then wins the final one, and that means he's won the feud.
It's the thing Jack just said.
Oh.
No, but Ross is saying that means he's won
I was going
overall.
to say, yeah, Jack did a different order.
No, I thought you would. I said he loses the first few.
Oh.
But I thought you were saying in Jericho's mind that means he has won. He's
Yeah,
won the
yeah.
whole thing. Yeah.
Did we
So-
say the same thing?
It's kind of
Yeah, but
I
different
thought I was saying
points.
something
different
different.
ways. No.
2017, I'm not finished with you, Braun Strowman.
You didn't pick one.
Yeah, who are you picking out? Fraxium and
You
Jericho.
got the cast and vote, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, he's
tough, innit?
really thinking this through.
Fraxium,
Oh.
because they won the first one. 2017, Braun Strowman, the car pushing over person, man.
Oh, yes. He'd lose by count out or something, so I'm going to go for Fraxium
He
still.
didn't win many matches,
Yeah,
did he?
recklessness will be his downfall.
Yes.
Not being a train. 2022 Royal Rumble, Shane McMahon.
Oh, well, he jobbed there anyway, didn't he? Get out there, says Randy. So obviously Fraxion wins.
Fraxium does win, but it's a good pick. I like it.
Yeah. WrestleMania 34, Ronda Rousey.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
she was untouchable.
She could be anybody.
I'm going to go Ronda for this one.
Yeah,
I
Ronda
think.
as well.
Yeah.
She beat up Triple H.
And Stephanie. Nobody beats up Stephanie.
Yeah.
Sabu, Liv Morgan.
Ronda retains.
Ronda, yeah. Liv's when Liv reminds us all that she's Sabu's daughter, it's really entertaining, but I'm going for Ronda.
Oh, okay. Vampire, Shayna Baszler.
Oh, she won the Elimination Chamber on her own.
Yeah, she eliminated everyone, didn't she?
She did.
Bit people and they were bleeding.
It was great.
But then she lost to Becky at Mania, so
Yes.
I'm going for Ronda Rousey.
But she beat Ronda at SummerSlam that time.
In the MMA match.
Oh,
But
what
that
a
wasn't-
match that was.
That wasn't Vampire Shayna, though.
Oh, no, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
it was boring, Shayna.
But yeah, that was boring. So what would Vampire Shayna do? She would maim her. I'm going to go Vampire Shayna.
I'm going to go Ronda.
Vampire Shayna.
Yeah,
She
well,
doesn't suck.
that's just because you like Vegeta, and she's compared to Vegeta a lot, isn't she?
Yes, that's true. Royal Rumble, Kofi Kingston.
No, he never wins it.
Won a match he's never won.
Shayna.
I agree.
Salmon Jacket, Mark Henry.
What?
Yeah.
Retirement.
I thought you said Sam and Jack at Mark Henry. And me and Sam have...
Salmon Jacket.
And me
Oh,
and
yeah,
Sam
yeah,
have had an
yeah.
awkward interaction with Mark Henry, so I was like, how does he know... What?
What happened?
Turned us down for an interview.
Oh, yes.
Threw a handful of peanuts in his mouth and went, I'm good, and turned away. I was like, oh. One
What an arsehole.
of only two people to turn us down for an interview at that Starcast was Mark Henry and the bloke who wrestled Bret Hart, like the next Ultimate Warrior. Who
Oh, Tom McGee.
he turned us down.
Tom McGee turned you down.
Yeah, we were interviewing like Bischoff and Hornswoggle and all these like, and Tom McGee was like, I need to talk to my guy first, and then didn't walk anywhere, and we were like, bye, Tom McGee.
Just stared at you until you left.
He just didn't want to, and he wasn't an arsehole about it. But Mark Henry, what was? Oh no.
That's fine to call him an arse. I'm not saying that we obviously deserve an interview
No,
with
of
Henry.
course, of
But There's
course
a way
not.
to say no to a
He
human
did
being.
it
is there
in a
not?
bit of a rude way, and for that reason, I'm going Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, Ronda. Dickhead.
She's a nice person.
Wait, and it's Shayna who's
Yeah,
through.
I was gonna say.
Shayna.
It's for Shayna. I'm going,
This is
going for Shayna.
Steve Austin in non-wrestling related buildings, supermarkets, hospitals, etc.
It's Steve Austin.
He's undefeated, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wesley, when with the Rascals.
He would be off his face if Steve wins.
Yeah, Austin.
Heritage Cup rules, Noam Dar.
Oh, that's a great one. But
I mean-
it's would Austin's got the ringmaster background, so I'm going for him. He'd still be able to hold his own in a rounds-based match, or he'd just beat him in the first round. He doesn't worry about it.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, with a Greco-Roman stunner. 2014 Survivor Series, Dolph Ziggler.
He saved the day, but without Sting's help,
I was
going
going
to
to say, if there's no Sting, it's like...
is Austin kayfabe stronger than Sting? That's what we're asking, really. I'm going for Austin still.
I reckon Steve could have taken down the NWO, so I'm going to go Steve.
He did, no two.
Yeah.
Shark Boy as Stone Cold Shark Boy. Ooh.
Did he win?
Uh,
He's against the real deal now.
He beat
though.
the Young Bucks on pay-per-view that one time.
But was it the Young Bucks or was it Generation?
You got me
And
there.
by
Vest.
pay-per-view, do you mean PWG DVD that takes a year to arrive?
No, I mean a TNA pay-per-view.
I'll go for Austin still. He's the real deal.
Steve.
Oh, you've been tabled era Von Wagner.
He never won. He never won his man. Yeah, of course.
But he connected with fans like nobody ever has before, so I'm going to go with,
Including Steve.
yeah, including Steve.
I'm going for Steve.
Who sold more t-shirts? Those famous You've Been Tabled,
Yeah.
Von Wagner or Stone Cold 316?
Exactly. You never see Austin 316 around.
Nah. So Von, all day.
And finally,
Who are you
AJ
picking?
Von Wagner.
No.
AJ Hazard is the last one. And Rey Mysterio mask in the front row of a show after a scatter of pint.
I've never seen Pacitti have such dangerous aura as when he was
Yeah.
in his Rey Mysterio mask.
He had that menacing smile, didn't he? He's like the last thing you see before you die.
Were you there?
Yeah. You can hear me going, Ray, in the background, helping him.
You were there with him at the front of the barrier?
yeah,
There were all
helped
five
him.
of us were there,
I had to
but
guide
I
him. He
didn't-
wouldn't
but
have
I
found the front row at that point.
I
He
don't
was-
think I went right to the front, though.
Yeah, we were sat in the front row.
He's knocking over children.
I thought he ran to the corner bit where Ray was coming round.
He was like Goldberg
we
in
were-
'98.
We were all, like the rings, this computer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The entrance way is here, and we're
small.
like,
Oh, yes.
There on the
We were
front
already
row.
on the... Yeah.
Yeah. Doing that to people.
Because I remember you all went somewhere at one point because I was sat on my own. And then do you remember the medic from WCPW, Sarah?
yeah.
I didn't even know she was there. She texted me saying, like, what are you doing sat on your own? You creep.
You had it.
I think it was on Facebook.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, she was a nice lady. Don't... No, this isn't a Megan Bain situation.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to avoid that. Stop it.
I mean, you've admitted guilt by mentioning Megan Bain.
Oh.
Jack found this lady very attractive.
We can get. Jack confesses to nothing. It's great. No interrogation, not even a question forward. He just confessed to it. All right, I did the
Can't remember who
murder.
the choices were now.
It was Von Wagner or Adam shouting at Rey Mysterio.
Adam shouting at Rey Mysterio.
Adam's been put through a table once. I reckon he'll get put through a table again by Von.
Yeah.
Von will win. Von reigns supreme again.
Damn it, it's tough. But yeah, I'll have to go to
Fair.
the person who doesn't pay for our checks. Yes, that's right. Damn it. Hope you all enjoyed. There we go. And that this didn't extend your running time too much. Thanks again for all the great content in advance of the huge shift I'm sure you're about to put in for WrestleMania season. Kind regards, former Swansea and Celtic star Scott Sinclair.
Oh, Scott Sinclair.
A.K.A. Gary from Ireland. Yay! A repeat offender.
Gary from Scotland.
Oh, don't.
Not that you know one.
The guy that I pushed away.
Oh, that one. The guy who killed. On camera.
Owen was laughing.
Where was that? Jack in Scotland. That would have been a good one.
Owen was laughing on stream last night about when I told the story Neddy getting picked up by the hitchhike, but by being a hitchhiker. He was like, imagine if it was Gary. You see it, CM Punk's a gimp. Celtic are crap. But it wasn't, thankfully, Gary.
Well, that was lovely. Thank you very much for sending that in. You can send more of your Reese's Pieces or mailbags to mailbag@cultaholic.com, patreon.com/cultaholic for the voting and cool exclusives, such as, Ross.
On Patreon. WTF's on there from the Rumble. Jack's new Wrestlers of the Month
Wrestlers
shows.
of the Month, yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't. I'm
Bless you, it's all right.
I'm trying to remember how I broke my arm.
But anything else to plug until next lovely week?
God, no, not really. Not until the next load of pay-per-views start up again. I'll start work on the next Weirdest Episodes now that I'm back from my walk, and that will be the first ever AEW Weirdest Episode.
Ooh. What year is it?
It's either 2020 or 2021, but those both get mixed up in my mind a lot.
Okay, so it's a lockdown one.
It's a pay-per-view, and it's commonly regarded as the worst AEW.
Oh, it's that one, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. Ross?
Tier list next week about finishes, which will be shot next week, but the prep is done. But time takes time, doesn't it? So no one had time.
Time does take
That's why they call it time.
I really am a prophet. That's it. There'll be more things happening. Nice.
What about you, Matthew?
No.
Cool.
Yeah, because Tom's still bloody on holiday.
Yes, he is on his honeymoon, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just me and everyone else tagging, looking after the cats, spoiling pay-per-views for Ben.
Oh, yeah, how's Pablo been? Yeah.
Were you here for that? Like,
What?
This is,
Oh my
terrible.
god! So there's a group chat for who was looking after Pablo because we're doing shifts.
Oh, no,
and I just said
no.
Picture of Pablo looking like he always looks. And someone said, "Oh yeah, Pablo's been told that CM Punk was limited by Logan Paul." And Ben Potter said, "I have avoided the internet all day." And the one place I thought I wouldn't get spoiled.
The Pablo group chat.
The Pablo group chat dedicated to looking after Tom's cat. And I went, I'm so sorry.
Oh, man.
So I've avoided going in that room. I'm glad.
If you're listening still, Ben, if you haven't tuned out yet, sorry. We're all sorry. Matthew's sorry the most.
Yeah. But I'll push Jack in front of me when you come calling.
On the dangerous A road. Yeah.
Yes. You'd be the wheelie in the situation. I'm sorry. But Joel, anything to plug?
No, nothing. I'm picking out some new glasses on Saturday, which is exciting.
Oh, again, Dharmas.
No.
Oh, please, Joel. Come on.
No, I'm staying away
To the
from
podcast.
Are you broke your current ones? Is that why you not got
Yeah,
one?
they're snapped in half.
You sit on them.
No, I don't know how I got drunk, and then the next day they were very wonky, and I tried to straighten them, and then they just snapped. But I've got contacts in at the moment. But,
Oh, you wear contacts?
Can do, yeah.
Isn't it
I've
mint?
got some.
Is it better?
Yeah, I'm warming to it.
Yeah, okay.
But I do miss having glasses as
Fair
well.
enough.
I keep on commenting and just keep going like that. And I go, there's nothing there.
That's what I've been doing, yeah.
So I
It's
guess
really
people look at
weird.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm having a think.
But I've got nothing to plug. No.
Fair.
No worries then. A surprisingly quiet week for once.
Yeah, but it's
Until-
about to be the road to wrestling.
Exactly. So,
Also NXT this weekend. Also.
oh god, yes.
Yeah, I'm not streaming. I've retired from streaming now because of insomnia.
Fair. Don't blame me.
I'm sure that's not going to help.
I thought we just wouldn't do them anymore. I might fill in then.
Yeah, if you
you're-
wanna fill in,
Yeah,
you
I'll
can have
see.
it, yeah.
I'll see what my plans are this weekend. Cool. Is it Saturday or
Saturday.
Saturday, right? Okay.
Thank you very much. We're going to point at the screen and say something funny now on the count of 3. What we're saying.
Great week for the Benoits.
No.
1, 2, 3. A great
Great
week
week
for
for
the
the
Benoits.
Did it.